you're in good hands with Allstate.
Christmas music playing right now on Magic 107.7.
Rocking around the Christmas tree.
Magic 107.7.
Last Christmas, I gave you my heart.
Orlando's
It's
Christmas
finally
station.
Cyber Monday, and Lenovo has savings up to 68% off, the biggest of the year. Because if you're thinking Lenovo, don't waste your time shopping around. Head to Lenovo.com, where exclusive Cyber Monday deals are waiting for you. With discounts up to 68%, this is the moment you've been waiting all year for. But don't wait. These deals end today. Visit Lenovo.com/deals and claim your Cyber Monday deal before it's gone. That's Lenovo.com/deals.
Lenovo. Greetings from Daytona, where a band of dreamers took a strip of beach and turned it into a proving ground. The Great American Race, where year after year, greatness is the destination.
Drivers, start your engines, let's go!
So book your experience and soak in 500 miles of history and tradition. The Daytona 500, February 16th, 2025. Secure your seats now at Daytona500.com.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news. We offer HELOCs and home equity lines of credit with scores as low as 640. Find out if you're qualified today at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
With that mortgage guy, Don.com.
A noisy garage door is a cry for help that often requires only simple maintenance. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello from A1 Garage Door Service. Don't wait until a simple garage door repair becomes a major problem. Call A1 Garage Door Service today.
A1 from day one.
Hey guys, due to the recent storms in Orlando and Tampa, Solar Source has their first ever bulk order discounts on solar battery systems. I got one for my house. I love it. Discounts are starting at $1,000 off solar battery systems. Tesla Powerwall offered right now at the lowest prices they've ever seen. So get yourself one. It's a great gift for the holidays. Sales are currently planned through December 31st, but that may change. So get them now. Go to solarsource.com/monsters. That's solarsource.com/monsters.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, Premier Men's Medical Center will get your sex life back in just one visit. Their painless, breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your sex life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To regain your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
The Hess truck's back and it's better than ever. To the rescue this year. The Hess truck's here.
The 60th anniversary Hess fire truck with car and motorcycle comes with lights, sounds, and a huge ladder. Only at HessToyTruck.com with free shipping and batteries.
'Tis the season to switch to Verizon. That's right. Right now, you can get a $200 Verizon gift card when you switch and purchase a select phone on select unlimited plans. So start the holidays off right with a great network and use that gift card to start checking other great tech gifts off your list, like smartwatches, tablets, headphones, and more. Switch now and get a $200 gift card. Only at Verizon. $200 Verizon e-gift card sent within 8 weeks. Requires device payment purchase, minimum retail price of $799.99, and port in with new smartphone line on postpaid unlimited plus or unlimited ultimate plan required.
Attention! Guarantee Media is giving away 4 days in Jamaica, Bahamas, or Punta Cana, Dominican Republic with hotel and airfare included for just $99. Here's how. Be one of the first 50 listeners to name a country without the letter A in its name, and you'll be off to a vacation to the Caribbean. Text your answer to 96551. That's 96551. And you'll get 4 days in Jamaica, Bahamas, or Punta Cana, Dominican Republic with hotel fare included. That's right. Be one of the first 50 to text the name of a country without the letter A in its name, and you'll go on a 4-day vacation to the Caribbean. Text your answer to 96551. That's 96551. Be one of the first 50 listeners to name a country without the letter A in its name and get 4 days in the Caribbean with hotel and airfare included for only $99. Text your answer to 96551. That's 96551. This promotion is paid for by Guarantee Media to solicit vacation ownership sales and is not affiliated with iHeartMedia. Terms and conditions apply.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded. Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because your case matters. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Oh, yeah. Here we go.
It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers.
You are now listening to The Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
That's right, guys. Here we go on a Monday edition of the Jim Colbert Show. Thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate that, as we do every single day. And we do have a good program set up for you this afternoon. We'll get you caught up on what's happening in the world. We'll do that at 3:20 with JCS News. 4 o'clock hour sports. Our buddy Brandon Kravitz drops by, and my God almighty, we're going to need every second of his time to get through everything that happened this weekend in the world of sports. For trivia, it's TSO tickets and Brian Regan tickets. We'll end it up with Ray Trenley. We'll talk about that suitcase murder and the vape pen case that's happening right now in the U.S. We'll also do You Heard It Here First. Your calls, texts, and talkbacks all day long. Welcome to the program. I am Jim. To my left, my lovely and very dangerous co-host, Ms. Deborah Roberts.
Hello there.
Straight ahead producer, Jack Bradshaw.
Good afternoon.
All right, 407-916-1041. That's how you call us. Text us easily at 77031. Find us on social media. That's easy as well. Instagram and Facebook at The Jim Colbert Show. On X, it's just at Jim Colbert Show. And, of course, all day, every day at JimColbertLive.com. That's where you can check us out on YouTube. If you are doing that, please give us a like and subscribe while you're there. Remember, it doesn't cost you anything. Helps us out quite a bit. And if you're in the chat room, what's up? Good to see you guys today.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, post-Thanksgiving shows are always very interesting. You know, we have some days off, and a lot happens. I mean, these are busy holidays, man. I don't know about you guys. Like, I did not stop moving the entire holiday.
Well, did you, I don't know if you guys are aware, we're 6 days short of shopping time and prep time since Thanksgiving was so late this year. That means we have 6 less days to get ready for Christmas.
Oh, no. That's interesting. I would have never, because I'm such a late shopper anyway, I would have never thought about that, because I'm not one of these guys that goes, you know what, it's August, but I see something that I know somebody in my family's really going to like. No, I'm not that guy. I'm this guy. It'll be there in December. And it never is in there in December.
No, it is not.
But one of the things I did realize and recognize, and this is a little different Thanksgiving for me. It was kind of weird how everybody, where everybody was in our family and stuff. But I was out driving around the day after on Friday. I had some errands to run out and around, and I just happened to go by the Altamont Mall. Now, look, the Altamont Mall really has seen its better days. I mean, we've talked about this. A lot of the malls that aren't the Florida Mall and aren't the Mall of Millennia have seen their better days. I mean, the Seminole Town Center is, not what it used to be. The West Oaks Mall, not what it used to be. The Fashion Square Mall, I don't even know if they have stores open in that one anymore.
The Macy's.
And the Altamont Mall has kind of dealt with this as well. They do have their anchor stores, although they lost Sears as they went out of business.
What?
They still have JCPenney and other things. But, I mean, some of the stores inside are not what they used to be. It's not like these national names. Now it's Bob's Earrings.
Yeah, it's kind of like...
it's tattoos and buttered popcorn.
Dare I say, a flea market feel to
it does have a very flea market feel. So... when I pulled through the parking lot of the Altamont Mall headed toward the PGA Superstore up in Altamont, I was aghast at how many people were out and around. I could not believe it. There was, and this is not even a remote exaggeration. If you're familiar with the Altamont Mall parking lot at the road end, the 436 side of the mall, is where all the restaurants are. There's a Bahama Breeze there. There's a Seasons 52 there. There's an ale house there. So they have a really good line of very popular restaurants right there. And usually, when you would see any action in that south side of that parking lot, it would be overflow from people parking in that parking lot to go to those restaurants, which are all very, very popular restaurants. As I drove through the parking lot, when I saw the crowd, I made a point to drive through and just see how many open spots I could see to park in, how long it would take me to park, because I was bored. I was that bored.
You, sir, need a hobby.
I feel bad for you.
But I knew that I was going to be talking about this on the air, so I really had to take a few minutes to drive through. And guys, I'm telling you, in the farthest parts of that parking lot, which if you parked and walked, it would take you a good 4 to 6 minutes to walk to the mall from where it was, not one available spot. I could not believe. Do you know where people were parking to go to that mall? And there's an old Sears there, and Sears used to have a massive auto shop part of their thing. Any of the malls, when you would go, Sears was one of the anchor stores, and off the Sears, they would have built an entire auto shop that would be the size of like a Best Buy.
Yeah, out in the parking lot.
Out in the parking lot. But these weren't small like oil change spots. These were stores, like I'm saying, that were like the size of a Best Buy, and that's what their auto part was, because it used to be a big part of Sears' business. Well, that one's been long shut down. I mean, shut down way before the Sears shut down. There were people parking over there to walk to the mall. That's how few spots there were.
Oviedo Mall.
No.
Altamont.
The Altamont Mall.
Oh, wow, because Oviedo Mall also has that setup.
Yeah.
It has that old defunct Sears auto part.
But there's nobody. I mean, that's another one I forgot to mention. That thing also is a ghost town that has a very kind of, hey, come to our hometown market kind of feel, you know.
God bless the movie theater.
Yeah.
Well, Sensormatic Solutions, this is interesting, says that Friday's in-store shopper traffic was down over 8% compared to 2023. But from what you're describing and from what I saw on Small Business Saturday, nothing could be further from the truth.
My God, man, I was legit, and it's not that it wasn't people out shopping. I would expect to see a scene like that, and I know they were because I watched the news that Mall Millennium and Florida Mall were absolutely inundated with people. There were no spots. Like, people were circling for 40 minutes to find a spot in that mall, but the Altamont Mall, I figure, would be easy to get into and out of, and it was not. I mean, it's got one of the few bookstores still open in Orlando.
It's hard to compete, though, when on Thursday night I flip up my phone. I'm like, that's a good Black Friday deal. Order that.
Yeah.
And the next morning it's at my doorstep.
Yeah. Cyber Monday is today, of course, and they're expecting some. No, I'm just saying they're expecting.
We're supposed to pretend like it's not happening so Deb can break the news to Orlando that Cyber Monday is
so we
here.
can have fun with the numbers.
Oh, yeah, because I can only imagine what they are. They're supposed to have some incredible shopping numbers. And, I mean, look, part of what we have to talk about today is some of the best deals out there for shopping for Cyber Monday. I know a lot of people do get a lot of their electronics today because you can buy these things dirt cheap, have them sent to your house. Is that what are you buying anything?
Not for me. I've been good. But I did Christmas shopping. I have one daughter done with everything I got through Black Friday online. And I went in person to a store.
Did you really?
Yeah, I hit a Costco on a Saturday.
Oh, how was that? Well, not that bad though, right?
It was not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen worse.
Have you heard the latest news out of Costco?
Oh, I did see that, yeah.
They're going to stop selling books.
Yeah.
500 out of their 600 stores are going to take away their book sections.
Yeah,
you know what's interesting?
They're only going to bring it back for the holidays, and that's only in some cases.
Yeah.
I went to specifically find a book, and that is where I was going because usually I get a better price. And this year I noticed it's like, it's almost down to nothing.
Yeah.
And it used to be pretty expensive.
It used to be one of those racks in the middle where they would have clothes.
Yeah.
They would usually save one of those racks, which is giant.
They've expanded the clothing section, and they've shrunk the book section. And I actually had to buy this book online because I couldn't find it at Costco.
Yeah, the company says it's making the change because stocking books is labor intensive.
Yeah, which is ridiculous.
That's an excuse.
The fact is that they just don't sell. I mean, that's the fact is they're not buying them from the
to offset what it costs to manage them.
Yeah, and the space it's taking up for something that would sell.
Right.
I mean, if I could put more socks or panties or Crocs or discount anything there, I would probably do that because believe it or not, their clothes sell quite well.
You got to watch his Buy Now documentary on Netflix.
Oh yeah, is it about those stores in general?
Just our consumerism.
Yeah. Did you see it?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, it's consumerism, but it focuses on Amazon and how they changed the game and the steps they went to make sure that to make it as convenient for you as possible. Just like I said, I was on my couch, 12 hours later, it's at my doorstep.
Yeah. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, and
it feels like it shouldn't happen like that.
And it shouldn't.
It feels like it should not be that easy.
It shouldn't, because then you see what are the costs.
Right.
And then it takes it all the way to the end of the food chain, so to speak.
Yeah.
And then you watch it, it's like, oh, I should be buying less.
Yeah, you should be buying less, that's for sure. But I didn't do any Christmas shopping. I don't even have a list yet from the kids of what they want. I don't know what they want.
Well, let me send you what I want.
They're like 30. I don't know what they want. What's a 30-year-old kid want?
Money.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. And I mean, the thing is, I'd much rather just do that, but it doesn't feel like I'm doing anything. I feel like you have to go out shopping to kind of get in the spirit of the season.
I think one of your kids, at least one of them, wants an Apple Watch.
How do you figure that?
Because it's Jack.
Oh. How much are those things?
Thank you, Deb.
You're welcome.
How much are those?
Under budget for what you said on the air.
Well, I said 5, but I meant 3.
Well, we're in range.
Are you in range?
3 to 5.
You don't want no damn Apple Watch, do you?
No.
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 Do you have a list for me?
Well, I do need a new car.
Yeah, okay. That's a good way. I mean, look, if you're going to ask. Can I tell you, I'm not even remotely offended because I'm dumb enough to go, you know what? I got one. I got one. You're cute. I'll give you a car.
You still got the Mustang?
God almighty, right? You want a hot rod?
Yeah, Deb? Oh, my God.
Yeah, no.
Quart of oil a day. That's all it takes.
I drove you one time. I have driven you, and your clutch foot was going the whole time. It was for the Universal broadcast.
Yeah.
And that clutch foot was going. I hit some of those curves, and all of a sudden you see Jimmy over there. It's like, you're not going to be able to switch gears, dude. Relax.
I'm like, back it down, ho. Enough. Back it down.
It was like driving with Dad. It was real reminiscent.
Exactly.
Driving Mr. Daisy.
You watch your damn mouth.
Show title, and it's only 3:11.
I love when that
We're
happens.
amazing when that happens.
What do we have to talk about? We'll talk about our Thanksgiving break and how everything went a little bit later as well. I have to ask you guys a question that's about something that's happening at some stores, and I have to tell you, I am not for it, and this may come off a little grinchy this season, but I'm fully in.
All right.
I'm not backing down. I got to take, and I don't even think it's going to be that hot of a take. I think most people are probably going to agree with me as well. Jack has a cat update. Do you not have a cat update?
Is it still alive?
Yeah, they're alive.
Okay, good.
And I had the Primrose Lanes hot dog this weekend.
Whoa.
Oh, the infamous
Yeah, the
$16
what,
$16 hot dog.
That's
yeah.
right. What,
I think
14?
they can upsell you to
They
20
could,
if you
yeah.
want
No,
it.
it's 15.
Okay.
But I got to tell you, man, I'd pay $6 for the bun.
It was, yeah.
I don't even know, where do you get that?
I liked it.
But
I
where
really
do you
enjoyed
even,
it.
Where do you even get that?
Primrose Lanes.
Yeah, dude, it looks like a big old.
It's worth it.
It looks like a gigantic lobster roll bun is what it is.
Yeah.
But lobster rolls usually aren't that big because you jam that much lobster in a lobster roll. That size thing's going to be $80.
I think it's like a King's Hawaiian roll,
Is that
and
what
they
it is?
just glue about 10 of them together.
Yes, that's what it is. Well, the glue was delicious. That's all I can say. All
It's
right.
mustard based.
All right, Deb, what do you got for news?
We have President Biden pardons his son Hunter.
What?
Trump names Hillsborough's sheriff to run the Drug Enforcement Administration, and will share with you the fate of a viral banana. We'll talk about that and more coming up next during JCS News.
You got it. All right, 407-916-1041. That's how you call us. Text us easily at 77031. If you'd like to leave a talk back, you could do that. Grab that iHeartRadio app, go to Real Radio, and use that microphone to send your comment over to Jack. We'll get you on the air in no time. Back in a sec with Deb's News and more of the Jim Colbert Show. Stay right there.
Dancing naked around your kitchen is a lot better with your best friends.
Seriously.
I mean,
Why would you encourage that?
just say, Alexa, play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Traffic is starting to slow down through the city. There's congestion approaching the Lake Buena Vista area and delays on I-4 in the Champions Gate area. Traffic is slowing down on Florida's Turnpike southbound between the Greenway and US 192. Other than that, it's pretty mellow on most of the major roadways. Just keep in mind, move over and slow down if you see police activity or emergency vehicles. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by MountDora.com. It's the 31st annual Mount Dora Christmas Walk, Friday, December 6th. Free family street party in downtown Mount Dora, live music, shopping, and free Santa pictures at the 25-foot Christmas tree. 6 to 9 p.m. December 6th. Details at MountDora.com. Brought to you by Discover Lake, Advent Health, and Duke Energy.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here with my friends over at the Filatowski Eye Institute. Man, is that season you want to see those lights so bright, your family's coming into town. Everything is so much shinier and more glittery than ever this time of the year. But if you have bad eyesight, it really doesn't pay off for you. And if you deal with that, what are you waiting for? And I'm telling you why, because the Filatowski Eye Institute is now offering free LASIK consultations. That's right. They can tell you exactly where you are with your eyesight and how they can get it better for you. Just text 1041 to 868686. That way you can start your journey to better vision with the Filatowski Eye Institute. If you're worried about their, let's say, their integrity or their experience, don't do that. 65,000 LASIK procedures under their belt, and they use the latest state-of-the-art tech, which gets you the best results every single time. And if finances is a concern, don't sweat that either. These guys have 24-month interest-free financing. The number one thing you have to do, though, is if you suffer with eyesight, glasses, contacts, and you simply don't want to do it anymore, 'tis the season. Get over to the Filatowski Eye Institute and let these guys help. Just text 1041 to 868686 and start your new journey to better vision with the Filatowski Eye Institute.
You've heard of a pro tip. Here's a mo tip. After an accident, the insurance company may make you a quick offer to go away. They may also be offering you pennies on the dollar. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Mo DeWitt, Orlando attorney.
Are you ready for the ultimate sports experience? Look no further than Frogger's Grill and Bar. We've got your sports fix covered with Saturday college football, NFL football on Sundays, Mondays, and Thursdays too. Catch all the action on our tons of high-definition TVs while enjoying drink specials available all week long. Don't miss out on Frogger's amazing menu, where everything is fresh, never frozen. Oviedo, Mount Dora, Apopka, and Altamont Springs. Frogger's, hopping with food and fun.
There's no gift that's more beautiful, more versatile, and more meaningful than a gorgeous piece of jewelry. And there's no better place to shop this holiday season than International Diamond Center, where making memorable moments is our specialty. At IDC, we've put together our most impressive selection of can't-miss gifts. Rings, earrings, pendants, bracelets, bands for every taste and every price range. From diamond classics to the newest, most amazing designer fashion-forward jewelry. And to make it even easier to splurge this season, we're offering 5 years, zero-interest financing on any holiday purchase. So that $6,000 Eternity Band is just over $100 a month. With this special offer, everything is affordable. So come to IDC. Let our non-commission experts help you choose that perfect headliner gift for this holiday season. And spread your payments over 5 years. Get holiday store hours, directions, and finance details at shopidc.com.
I'm Keith, founder and owner of International Diamond Center. Here's wishing you and yours a very Merry Christmas.
Altamont Springs, Waterford, and Millennium Mall.
Join Jim Colbert on the Jim Colbert Show for his Cigar of the Week segment every Friday afternoon at 3:45. You can pick up these featured cigars at all 3 Corona Cigar Company locations, Dr. Phillips, Heathrow, and downtown. Learn more at coronacigar.com.
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second. If your identity's stolen, their U.S.-based restoration specialists will fix it guaranteed or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code CLAY. Visit LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Mommy, want to play a game with me and Dad?
Mommy's not feeling good.
You need to vaporize that cold.
Vaporize?
Yeah, with Dayquil VapoCool. It's Dayquil plus a rush of Vicks vapors.
Whoa.
Come on, honey. Let's let Mommy rest.
You guys are amazing. And so is Dayquil VapoCool.
Dayquil VapoCool, the vaporizing daytime coughing, aching, fever, power through your day medicine. And to vaporize sore throat pain, try Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Look to Orange Buick GMC for your next truck at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
We now return to the Jim Colbert Show.
Hey, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Look, man, hope you guys had a really nice Thanksgiving break. Hope you had a really nice dinner. Hope all your friends and family came around. And I hope it was a magical time of year for you, for sure. From everybody here on the program, I did put a Facebook post up thanking everybody for everything and wishing them a happy Thanksgiving. But I really do like saying that. I don't really dwell on things like that because my personality is sucks. But I do want you guys to know how much we appreciate you tuning in every day, and we want the best of everything for you and your family. So with that said, I am Jim. There's Jack. Let's get some news. Here's Deb.
It's time for JCS News.
Wow, does this guy got to put his name on everything?
It's in my contract, dude.
Here's the news on the Jim Colbert Show.
Said like it's like you're right there on my shoulder.
Only came back to hear that.
Right there. JCS News is brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don. All right, the White House is defending President Biden's decision to pardon his son, Hunter. Spokeswoman Karine Jean-Pierre spoke to reporters on Air Force One as Biden traveled to Africa today.
Those who were late paying their taxes because of serious addictions, but paid them back subsequently with interest and penalties, are typically given non-criminal resolutions. It is clear that Hunter was treated differently.
President Biden had promised he would not pardon or commute Hunter's sentence on federal gun and tax evasion charges. Republicans and some Democrats are not happy with the pardon, claiming Biden put family ahead of the country.
This is really going to affect his legacy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Listen, I'm fine with the pardon. I would have done it myself.
Yeah.
But
just don't tell
you
people
shouldn't have said you weren't going to do it, because it seems like it was strictly an election ploy.
Yeah.
To because he was still in the race at that time. It's like, why say it if you're not going to do it? Because I'm like, really? You're not going to do it?
Yeah.
Even at the time, I questioned it. And when he dropped out of the race, the first thing I thought of, oh, he's typing up that pardon. That pardon.
It's been in his jacket pocket for 3 months.
Waiting. And that's the last thing he drops on the Resolute desk.
Yeah.
I guess he didn't wait.
All right. Meanwhile, President-elect Trump is nominating a Florida sheriff to head the Drug Enforcement Administration. Chad Cronister has been Hillsborough County Sheriff since 2017. When he was appointed by then-Governor Rick Scott. His agency has participated in several DEA programs to fight the opioid crisis. He also worked for the person that Trump has tapped to be the Attorney General nominee now that Matt Gaetz has dropped out. That would be Pam Bondi, who Cronister worked with when she was the district attorney for that district of the Gulf Coast.
Hey, man, Florida runs this bitch now.
Yeah, I'm telling you, absolutely.
My God almighty.
There's more Floridians on this cabinet than it's a little worrisome, by the way.
That should be horrifying for the country.
Exactly.
I don't know if you've read our news.
Yeah, there used
Florida
to be
man stories.
A few years ago, pro DeSantis ads and people waving flags. Make America Florida.
That's it.
It's happening, but not in the way they envisioned.
Right. Exactly. The DEA post, like many others, does require Senate confirmation. Another Central Florida city is considering removing fluoride from its drinking water. Tavares council members are scheduled to take up the issue on Wednesday. Officials say the removal of the mineral would save the Lake County city money, with more specific numbers expected to come out during this week's meeting. The discussion is scheduled to take place after the state Surgeon General, Dr. Joseph Ladapo, talked about a new guidance for water treatment. He called for the removal of fluoride from tap water, claiming it causes adverse neurological effects. The city of Winter Haven has agreed to take out the mineral from its water supply by the new year. All right, here's some good news, y'all.
Loving it. Give it to me.
The official season for hurricanes is over.
Yay!
No more storms.
No more storms.
No more storms, at least until next May.
Nah.
Forecasters said there would be between 14 and 20 named storms, and there ended up being, what do you think?
Oh, man, that's a great question. You said between 14 and 20?
That's what forecasters had said that we were going to see this year.
I think it was more than that. I'll go 23.
All right, Jack, what about your number? Are you going to show him?
I am not. I'm going to give him a couple of courtesy storms.
It's about time, Jack.
77.
Jesus, Jack.
That's next season, Jack.
My God, man. That's like letting your kid win at Connect Four. Stop it. Jesus.
There ended up being 18.
Oh,
Look,
okay.
you won again, son.
Yeah.
There you
Oh,
go.
you son of a bitch. How dare you?
Oh, that kind of
I
felt
don't
like
consider it a win.
he gave it to you.
This is the new me now until Christmas.
I hate this one more than the last one.
I know, that's
By
why
the way, that last one was very hateable.
He's going to keep it going.
This one's intolerable.
You know it. You know he's going to keep it going. Milton, Helene, Beryl, and Debbie were among the hurricanes that hit the U.S. during this hurricane season, which ended on November 30th. Hurricane Beryl became the first Category 5 storm seen in the Atlantic Ocean in June.
Wow.
So it was very much a history-making season, and something I think that a lot of us forget is once the debris piles in our neighborhood go and the power is back on, it's like, oh, life is back to normal.
Right.
No, because there's even more help available for Volusia County residents impacted by Hurricane Milton. FEMA has decided to reopen its disaster recovery center in Daytona Beach after seeing a high demand for assistance last month. You still have so many communities that were inundated with those floodwaters from the St. John's that are still dealing with it.
Wow.
And other disasters as well. Organizations including the American Red Cross and Small Business Administration will be at the John H. Dickerson Community Center to help people who need to be connected with recovery resources. The location near the city's Daytona Gardens community will remain open until this Saturday, December 7th. All right, but that's not the weather we're talking about today, and that's because several cold weather shelters are preparing to open later today for Central Florida residents who need a warm place to sleep. Flagler County's Rock Transformation Center off North State Street is going to open its doors starting at 5 p.m. today and tomorrow. The Bunnell location will offer coats and warm meals before closing down each morning. In Brevard County, Life Point Ministries will operate a shelter at the Titusville Civic Center beginning at 9 tonight. The site is set to reopen at 5 p.m. tomorrow and Wednesday, which is really when we're considering our coldest nights of the week this week.
Yeah, tonight and tomorrow night are going to be pretty chilly.
Exactly. Wednesday, we could be waking up to lows in the 30s, and that's in the metro area.
Yep.
The National Weather Service again says frost is likely to develop overnight for communities north of Orlando. So that's you, Ocala. Slocala, we're talking to you. Now, as you might imagine, some attractions around Central Florida are going to be temporarily closed due to the dropping temperatures. Universal Orlando says Volcano Bay shut down from now through Thursday as the cold weather moves in. Water Park is scheduled to welcome back visitors on Friday when we're back in the mid-70s.
Yeah, those Brits don't get it. They're like, in such a balmy day, they're shutting it down. It's
Well,
like
I'm telling
63,
you,
and they're out there in their tea bags.
If I were here from Wisconsin, this is spring.
Oh, yeah, man.
I mean, this is in the 60s.
Right.
This is delicious weather from when you're from north.
Yeah, the thing is, when you go to the beach this time of the year and you go over there and you're like, oh, I'm just chill out and we'll just have a nice time over there. You look out and there's like families of Brits out there, like waist deep in that water, and it's like 8 degrees. Like, what are you doing? Like, mommy. I'm like, shut up. You should be dead by now. It is so cold.
Well, Disney World's Blizzard Beach will be blocked off to guests today and tomorrow as well, but is set to reopen on Wednesday. Meanwhile, SeaWorld's Aquatica is planning to resume operations tomorrow. They're like, bitches, come on.
Yeah.
After deciding to shut down services for the rest of the day today. Still watching and waiting. The Orange County woman is finding out today if she'll be spending the rest of her life behind bars. Winter Park's Sarah Boone is being sentenced as we speak this afternoon for killing her boyfriend by suffocating him in a suitcase in 2020. The 47-year-old was found guilty of second-degree murder last month. Boone claimed self-defense because she said she suffered from battered spouse syndrome, something the jury was like,
no.
It's
a good try, though.
Life in prison would be the maximum penalty for Boone, and the minimum is 22 and a half years. Now, if you remember, before the trial even started, she rejected a plea deal that would have had her serving only 15 years.
She did. She threw that back. I remember that.
Yes.
And with behavior, I think they still have the good behavior system, right? I think she should have gotten out in like 11, 12.
Yeah. And instead now possibly looking at his minimum of 22 and a half.
She cray. She cray.
Right now, she is currently speaking to the court before the judge formally hands down the sentence. As soon as we get that, we'll bring it to you live. All right, Florida gas prices are lower as the calendar flips to December. AAA reports the state average for a gallon of regular, $3.10 per gallon, 3 cents cheaper than a week ago, 6 cents higher than last month, though. The average on Thanksgiving Day in Florida, not too bad. That was $3.13 per gallon. 10 cents more than a year ago, but hey, it's 30 cents less than what drivers paid for Thanksgiving in 2022.
Oh, really?
30. Yeah, that's when we were like,
It's all been around like 3.10, like the entire break. I haven't seen anything crazy out there.
Nothing yet. All right, Floridians are expected to spend a record amount of money this holiday season. The Florida Retail Federation says it predicts that shoppers, this is just statewide, will put more than $900 toward presents, decorations, and other items this year. More than half of the shoppers will most likely make their purchases online. Meanwhile, the association based in the capital city of Tallahassee is currently running a campaign known as Find It in Florida. I think that's pretty cool.
All right.
Yeah, it's to encourage consumers to shop local.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it really is. All right, speaking of shopping, as you mentioned at the top of the show, Jimmy, it is Cyber Monday, and buyers beware. On one of the busiest online shopping days of the year, Florida Attorney General Ashley Moody has tips to ensure shoppers don't fall victim to online scammers.
Know that if a price seems too good to be true, it probably is. Keep antivirus software up to date. Only buy from reputable online retailers.
Now, shoppers spent about $10.8 billion online on Black Friday. That's up 10% from last year. Last year, shoppers spent about $12 billion on Cyber Monday. That's about $15 million every minute.
Yeah.
Cyber Monday this year is expected to hang on to bragging rights as being the year's biggest online shopping day, with Adobe saying shoppers could easily spend upwards of, I'll make this one easy, $13 billion.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. Yeah.
That's how I'm spending my afternoon.
Right. Good God Almighty. Yeah. By the way, one of the most prevalent articles today through my reading for the show is the cyber scam thing. Beware, because as people shop online these days, Cyber Mondays, they actually even tell you if you have a certain web server, like a web browser, like Safari, and there's one other.
Yep.
Oh, you have it? Go ahead.
I do. Because it's interesting. When I saw the report this morning on Good Day Orlando on Fox 35, I was like, geez, it's another one of those stories that makes you go, all right, back to the store I go. Because holy hell.
Yeah.
Well, as Jimmy was saying, the FBI is warning online holiday shoppers to beware of scam websites, and they are getting more and more sophisticated every single day. The Bureau put out a news release ahead of Black Friday and Cyber Monday for shoppers, like Jimmy said, who use Chrome, Safari, and Edge browsers, warning of online security risks. So the warning includes a checklist of how not to get scammed, like avoiding websites that don't have the padlock and the address bar. All right, because that means the website is not secure. The experts also say don't buy from a website until you've researched it and read reviews on it, and make sure those reviews aren't fake.
Right, yeah, because what will happen is you'll see something on Amazon, or not Amazon necessarily. You maybe see it on Marketplace or something as you shop around, and it'll look like a legit website. And, of course, the entire thing is just a front to scam you and take your money.
Well, and the scariest thing that I heard was that, like, they talked about even Airbnb's website. They have, ones that kind of look similar.
Mimic it
enough that if you're not exceedingly careful, you've just given them all of your personal information to be able to scam you left and right.
And some of them are fake stores to begin with. They're just website storefronts. There actually are no products. You just, you buy the product, what you think is a purchase, and they just keep your money and don't send you anything.
And that's why it's better to go through an Etsy or an Amazon rather than...
Yeah, something with somewhere to lose.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. I've been trying to avoid this for a while, but man, the price is coming down. I think I might have to pull the trigger. I want LED lights for the tree with the app where you can control it, change it, and everything. What do you think? Should I do it? Do it?
How much is it?
Do it. Come on.
How much is it, Jack? I mean,
here's a challenge. I see. For 50. I've seen them for over 100. It's $55 today. However, I don't know if it's long enough for a 6-foot tree. Then I have to get 2 sets. Now it's like that. Does that cross my comfort threshold for spending?
How many?
I think it does.
How many feet are these magical lights?
66 feet.
66 feet of magical lights?
Yeah.
That should go around a tree. That's a lot, dude. That's from me to the other side of the room. What are you doing?
And so I Googled, I'm like, how many lights? Because I just add lights, and I just keep putting lights on. You just connect them one to another.
That's how we all do it.
Right? Yeah. But so I'm like, how many lights does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop?
Right, yeah.
And one. And they say between minimum 600 lights, which is 6 sets of 100, or to 1,200 in that range, like about 1,000 lights for a 6-foot tree.
Jesus, Jack, what are you doing? Next thing is Jack's your lights are gonna be more than your tree.
And they say 600. That's modest. That's a dim tree.
I was gonna say you need to double up that strand, or you're gonna be over there just.
I love this, champ. Spend $500 on lights, Jack.
See,
or you don't
I'm
care.
not doing. I don't need this.
He was so impressed with my Christmas tree, though, right?
It's a beautiful tree.
Beautiful tree for $56.
Oh, real? Oh, that's right. He was complaining about that. How you get a better deal than him? He hates
check it out. 16-count rechargeable AA, $14.
Okay, continue on.
Cart.
He was going to do this all day if you don't go. This is his favorite day of the year.
Let me get back to the news so Jack can get back to his cyber shopping. Okay. A couple of stories out of the entertainment world. AC/DC is hitting the road next spring, and the Rockers are making a stop in Tampa.
Nice, really?
Yeah, the Power Up Tour will kick off on April 10th in Minneapolis before making its way to Raymond James Stadium on May 16th. It will be AC/DC's only Florida stop on the tour.
Yeah.
So if you want to see them, snatch up those tickets. They go on sale on Friday.
I'm going.
That'll be a
Are you really?
That'll be a gigantic Christmas gift across the board there.
Wouldn't
I think
it?
it's like 13 cities. That's it, right? Something like that?
So, yeah, it's not a very big tour. And
Is Brian-
again, Tampa's it.
And there's a possibility you'll see Axl Rose at some of these shows, by the way. I don't know if you know that.
Really?
Yeah.
Actually singing or?
Yeah, that's what he sang for them for a little bit for a stint
Wow.
because Brian Johnson's voice got a little wacko, so he stepped in.
That's right.
But there's a possibility he'll make some appearances. I've already read about it.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah.
Look at you.
And yeah, he loves Florida, by the way. Axl does.
He is Florida.
I got all the deets.
He is Florida. You sure he's not from Palatka?
He may be. May have founded Palatka.
And then this one is a rather sad story out of Hollywood, but in case you haven't heard. Elton John says he has lost his eyesight.
Oh, wow, really?
He told an audience yesterday, Sunday, at a show in London's West End where they're doing The Devil Wears Prada, that he hadn't been able to see the performance, but did enjoy listening to it.
Yeah.
The 77-year-old singer suffered an eye infection in the south of France that's left him unable to see out of his right eye, and he says the vision in his left eye isn't the greatest, making him unable to read or watch anything.
Is this permanent?
Yeah, and he says,
No, wait, really? I thought it was just a temporary thing.
no, I think after this, the lingering effects of, because this infection was months ago.
Well, who's going to tell if the duck suit's on right?
What he says is that even though, like Jack had pointed out, he's retired how many times? 3, 4?
Yeah.
I mean, the
he and
farewell.
Kiss and Cher are in a real tight race to see who gives it up next.
But he does say any kind of future recording is in question
Oh,
because
yeah.
he can't read lyrics right now.
It's from the reflection of those sequins. Just blasted his eyes out. He got doo-doo eye, I think, maybe. A little doo-doo eye? Oh, yeah, you know what happened. He got a doo-doo eye, didn't he?
Oh.
Well, it was in France. A little poo-poo eye.
Yeah.
A little poo-poo.
He doesn't have to read lyrics anymore.
Yeah, right.
He's not touring anymore, right? He retired from touring.
Well, I mean, he says. I mean, he shows up. It's time, you know.
Well, it was about an 8-year retirement tour that he wrapped up, right? So if he's going to record and,
Right.
Bernie Taupin always wrote the lyrics or whoever's writing the lyrics, they can just feed them to him one line at a time if he's recording, if he's not playing it live.
I was thinking he could just wear like a little IFB where someone just says, sundown on me.
He's 80. He's had a good run.
77.
Step away, dude.
They can't, Jimmy.
Step away.
Did you see the interview with Billy Joel?
Take your goofy haircut and go home.
They on the Today Show on Sunday, they interviewed Billy Joel, and he talked with Springsteen and Don Henley, and it's like, well, what do you do? Retire and watch TV? No, you keep playing.
I guess you just keep playing, huh?
Well, it's like the commercial with the retired, quarterback saying, "Yeah, we could play again."
Yeah.
And then they get out there and one has to put his glasses on to read the play card.
You're shuffling across the stage like an old Tim Conway bit.
But when you are a rock star, I mean,
that would be a hard
Is there
life.
a better job than that?
Yeah, no, but my God, man, don't you get exhausted doing that? Like being on the road 24. I mean, it just seems like every person I talk to that tours for a living, they say it's a nightmare. Like touring and being away from your family and your home is an absolute nightmare.
I think at a certain level, though, like for them, like
his level,
Springsteen, where
maybe
he can,
so.
He's in his 70s, and I watch for 2.5 hours, 2 hours 45 minutes of the energy that guy is pouring out, and it's just like, holy crap!
Yeah. Oh, I'm jealous of it. Don't get me wrong.
All right, now on to a story that will not make you jealous. That banana that sold for more than $6 million in New York City no longer exists. Billionaire Justin Soon, who bought the banana duct taped to a wall at Sotheby's in Manhattan, has eaten the fruit. The piece by Maurizio Catalan's piece called The Comedian, which I think is named for the idiot who spent over $6 million for a banana taped to the wall.
He's going to wait 4 days and turn it into a new piece of art.
First debuted in 2019 after the artist bought the banana from a fruit vendor on the Upper East Side. Now, Soon says, hey, he's going to do his good deed. He's going to buy 100,000 bananas from that vendor. But the vendor says, yeah, I'm only going to make about $6,000 off that purchase. So thanks, but no thanks. Bananas aren't what they used to be.
Right, exactly.
And that concludes, gentlemen, your JCS news.
All right, well, gotta hate it. 407-916-1041. You can always text us at 77031. We're going to get a PP Cat update when we get back. PP Cat update. We'll find out how everybody's Thanksgiving went. We'll do that next. Hang loose.
PP Cat.
This weekend, Real Radio 104.1 smells like the 90s. Classic alternative this weekend on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. Obviously, the chill is on, the coldest weather we've had in many months upon us. That means cool afternoons with sunshine and a high today of 65. Tonight, with clear skies and calm winds, will cool down to 39 degrees just outside of Orlando, close to 40 in town, and mid-30s once you get into the Ocala area where there will be a widespread frost overnight. The cool weather continues through the rest of this week. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by MD Now. Coming down with something and don't know what it is? Know now at MD Now. Their physician-led team can test for, diagnose, and treat a variety of illnesses. Just walk in or use their convenient web check-in. Visit mdnow.com and get back to better.
Guys, not a big secret that the real estate market is changing and booming right here in Central Florida. And with your home being your most valuable asset, you, my friends, need a realtor that is ready to go. One step ahead of the market, whether you're buying or selling. That is the Nickley Group. These guys are awesome. Here's one of the reasons why. 4,000 five-star reviews on Google. Here's the reason why that happens is because these guys on average sell their homes for about 6% more than their competitors. Like, why wouldn't you go to anybody else if they can guarantee that? Not to mention they sell those homes twice as fast as well. On average, as a matter of fact, these guys save about $24,000 when you purchase a home using the Nickley Group. Interest rates lower than they've been in a while, which means your buying power is greater than it was just a year ago. And don't sleep on their website. Here's why. This is one of the best tools you can have when it comes to kind of ascertaining what you want to do with your real estate. At the NickleyGroup.com, you can get a guaranteed cash offer for your home. And that's no joke, by the way. No showings, no open houses. You can close that deal in 14 days and move on with your life. Get your home valued instantly. That way you can find out exactly what you're working with if you plan on making a move or list your house on the market. You can do all that right there from their website. Download their free buyer's guide. It's got all the information you need for the home buying and selling process. It's the NickleyGroup.com. That's NICKLEY Group.com.
Hey, it's Sisney. And for the past 6 years, look, I've been either pregnant or in postpartum. But before that, I was diagnosed with PCOS. And if you know, you know. I mean, my battle with weight loss has been just that, a battle. And I'll admit, I didn't really want to necessarily share this journey with you, but the benefits and the positive change that I've seen in myself are just too good to gatekeep. Feeling good is most important when it comes to losing weight. And now you get to utilize science. That's why I'm so grateful for Future Health. They give millions of people affordable access to weight loss meds for less than $3 a day. Just take their quick 3-minute survey. From there, if approved by a clinician, you'll get prescribed and get the meds delivered to your door within 24 hours. You'll also have access to qualified doctors that know GLP-1s, plus the support from over 6,000 physicians and licensed pharmacies nationwide. Find out if weight loss meds are right for you in just 3 minutes at tryfh.com. That's tryfh.com. Again, that's tryfh.com. Future Health is not a healthcare services provider. Meds are prescribed at provider's discretion. Results may vary. Sponsored by Future Health.
Sunnyside Air Conditioning.
Oh, hi. My air conditioner is blowing hot.
For air conditioners making a funny noise, press 1.
No, it's...
Try to listen to the whole message before making a selection.
Sorry.
For air conditioners blowing cold, but not quite cold enough, press 2.
No, it's blowing hot.
I haven't gotten to that one yet.
Well, can we speed this up?
Don't get grumpy with me, or I'll take you back to the main menu.
No, anything but that. Please don't send me back to the main menu.
Fine, but I'm watching you.
Bet if I'd called Frank Gay, I'd already be getting my problem solved.
But you didn't call Frank Gay. So, what do we do now?
I'm calling Frank Gay.
When your air conditioner is blowing hot, you need a solution now. A helpful operator to guide you, all your options explained, and your problem fixed fast. That's the Frank Gay way.
If you're ready to pull your hair out, press 7.
That's the Frank Gay way. FrankGayServices.com.
iHeartRadio is your #1 app for the holidays. Just open the app and search Holiday and start listening to Magic 107.7, plus all kinds of other holiday stations, playlists, and podcasts. iHeartRadio, free, never sounded so good.
Mornings. Nope, not my thing. But when I imagine a McDonald's breakfast in my hand, suddenly the snooze button is out of the picture. Now for a limited time, the 2 for $5 mix and match breakfast deal includes the sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles, egg McMuffin, or the sausage McMuffin with egg. It's like a fist bump for breakfast that says, you've got this. It's time to gear up and seize the day. The breakfast hype is real. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Limited time only. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price.
What's better than air conditioning? A portable air conditioner you can take anywhere. Enter McDonald's. Their drinks always cool me down, so I call them Air Cup Disheners. Air Cup Disheners come in all my favorites, like classic Coke, Sprite, Fanta, and of course, Southern style sweet tea. And they're incredibly cost effective. Any size is just $1.59 all day. Air drinks. Then there are drinks from McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Coca-Cola, Fanta, and Sprite are registered trademarks of the Coca-Cola Company.
So this new dose is... nope, that's not it. The price is nowhere to be found.
Mr. Green? Hi, it's all good. We've got this.
This is not just help from a Walgreens pharmacist.
Oh, new prescriptions. Cool. Let me check to see if these are the lowest cost options covered by your Medicare plan.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
This is someone supporting you every step of the way. Chat with a pharmacist today to find help saving. This is the human kind of help. Walgreens.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by Tools Ace Hardware.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show, also available to watch at The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Hey, Colbert crew. I buy so much off of Amazon. If I miss getting a delivery for 2 days straight in a row, they call me to see if I'm feeling okay. I'm pretty sure if I say no, they're going to send me some chicken soup.
Jack, I'm sorry you weren't able to get that book at Costco. I would have been happy to lend you the Hillbilly Elegy.
Oh.
Just ask. Hope you guys all had a great Thanksgiving. Yeah.
Sorry, sir. I was in the market for nonfiction.
Jack, I'm surprised you haven't sponsored your house with your Christmas lighting with iHeart Christmas and flashing and all the little nuances. That way they'll pay for the machine and you get paid for it. Come on.
Sorry.
Can't believe I didn't think of that. That's kind of brilliant.
All right. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Thanks so much for tuning in. We appreciate that as we do every day. I am Jim. There's Deb.
Yo.
Jack is here as well. Woohoo! How was the weekend? How was the Thanksgiving Day and all the fun stuff? Everything go okay? Yeah, all the turkeys turn out okay?
I fried a turkey, Jim.
Yeah? Is it perfect yet again?
I'm guesstimating this is probably around my 50th turkey.
Good for you.
Wow.
I gotta tell
Over
you,
20 years.
I would, if somebody asked me to fry one, I would defer to Jack on that.
Yeah.
Jack has way more experience doing that. I would easily defer to Jack on frying a turkey.
Let me say, out of all 50, this might be the best one yet.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it really is amazing. You know, you could master a smoker. Like I cooked mine in the egg. You can master that and try, but that it's almost a cheat code with that frying thing, because if you get it out there in the right time, there is no way to make it taste better. And it does it in 45 minutes and not 3.5 hours or 2.5 hours. It took me 2.5 hours to cook mine.
This is the first time, maybe in all 50 birds, where I was able to keep the temperature in the green range the entire time.
Yeah, that's the key.
Wow.
Because usually it gets a little hotter. Say, okay, I'll take it out a little sooner, or it gets a little, But
the key is
I kept it right in that sweet spot.
Yeah, the key is getting the skin brown when the meat is done. That is the number one way to do it, because you get in there too hot, the skin gets too brown, and then your meat's not done, and it's ruined the favorite part when you fry it, which is that fried turkey skin. You can put that in a bag and sell it. It's so good. But, man, if you don't know what you're doing with that, you can get that skin overdone. And then the other thing is if you don't have it hot enough, the skin comes out gummy.
Rubbery. Yeah.
You don't want that either. You got to get that perfect. Yeah. Did you inject it? Cajun inject?
Yes.
Very nice.
Yes.
The butter or the Cajun?
The butter.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And for the first time, I used the whole jar because I always I got all the bird, and it's like I still
do the
got
crossing pattern and all that stuff.
I have half the jar. You put it in the fridge and then throw it out 6 months later.
Exactly.
Right?
You can't use it.
I cannot tell you how many of those injectable syringes I have just sitting in that one utensil drawer.
Oh yeah. You're ready to film all the Pulp Fictions.
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
You're ready to
don't let DEA come to your house.
Right, exactly.
Can you explain this, sir?
Yeah.
It was just great. Yeah.
How are all the fixins?
Fixins were good. As a matter of fact, I had Black Friday was leftover lunch, leftover dinner, leftover lunch the next day, and we also made a spiral ham.
Yeah,
and there was only 5 of us.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
damn, you guys went ham.
We literally do, because that started in the beginning. The very first time I fried a bird, we were like, well, what if it doesn't work? And we wanted a backup because we had people.
Sure.
Now. So we've always done the ham as a backup. A couple of years we just stopped doing it, but my one daughter really likes ham, so we did the ham as well.
And there's nothing better than a ham sandwich made with those leftover King's rolls, or those leftover little those brown insert rolls with
Colbert.
2 slices of ham. Get the blank out of here.
Jim Colbert yesterday. So we had all the turkey leftovers, and yesterday my wife was making lunch, and we had a whole nother tray of the King's Hawaiian left, because at Costco you get the double tray.
Oh yeah. 2 trays. DJ 2 trays.
And so she made me a bunch of these little ham sandwiches, and I ate and I was blown away. It's ham and bread.
You can't stop eating it.
And they're so good. The sweetness in the roll.
You can't stop eating it.
Works perfectly.
Yeah.
And then I got fancy. Let's see. Last night I threw in I quartered the pineapple slices.
Whoa, look
and
at
threw
you,
a little
fancy.
pineapple slice on each one.
Yeah, dude.
These little ham Hawaiian King rolls. This is the best.
That's the joint there, man. I'm telling you. Everybody talks about that turkey. Turkey is great. I had a turkey sandwich today with my leftover turkey. Nothing wrong with that. But, man, when you get the good ham and you make those little ham sandwiches or sliders out of the leftover brown and serve rolls, there is nothing like it.
I had 2-gallon Ziplocs of leftover ham, and
Bring it.
Today's the last day, though.
I was
right?
going to say,
4
how
days?
much longer are
Not
you
with
going
ham.
to test it?
Ham is different.
Talk to me.
Ham is different.
Is it because
I
it's
tell you what,
salty?
you bring me a bag, and I'll tell you if it's okay or not.
Well, how do you tell if it's the feel, if it's slimy,
Yeah,
and smell?
it gets slimy and you
That's
smell
slimy,
it. But
yeah.
man, ham is pretty safe. I got to tell you, man, ham is pretty solid.
Okay.
Because it's cured meat, basically. I mean, most of it is.
I'm getting another day out of it, you're saying?
I think you get another day.
Okay.
Yeah. It's 5 days.
You just got to feel your ham first.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday,
You
Sunday.
just gotta rub down your ham there.
I may
Jack.
need to buy more King's Hawaiian rolls.
Yeah, tonight, tomorrow night's the last day. So, how about you?
It was good. It was great.
How did you guys prepare the turkey?
We prepared the turkey at our house while my mom had the oven occupied with the sides.
Roasted?
Roasted in a roasting pan. The turkey ended up being bigger than the pan that she had planned for.
Very nice.
A little dry because, but it came out really good.
The thing is that's the weird thing about roasting turkey is because if you don't spatchcock it, that's the wonder, right? Because the breast cooks faster. People don't realize that dark meat takes longer to cook. So you get that breast in there. If you don't tint it right or if you don't do it right, it can get weird. That's why.
Hey. It was no Christmas vacation turkey, brown on the outside, exploding when you cut it. So
right, that's good. That's the best
was a
part of it.
win. How about you?
The funny thing is, I actually didn't buy a turkey this year. We bought turkey breasts this year. So all I did was
I think that's a cool cheat code.
I just roasted 5 turkey breasts because what I have found is a lot of people in my family do not like dark meat. and it goes to waste. I'm like the only person that eats dark meat, and I love those thighs, but it winds up getting wasted. So this year, instead,
I'm a thigh man myself.
Yeah, I got you, buddy.
Even with your turkey.
And I would, I just got the breast so that when they were out, I could just pull them up, cut them across the grain into slices. Everybody had a little piece of skin. It was great. I had one left over, and I'm using that cut thin for my lunch meat this week.
Well, there you go.
I love it. But I tell you what, we did have one out of the ordinary fixin'. And my daughter made sweet potatoes. And here's what you do, right? So you make your normal sweet potato thing, and that's the bottom layer.
Right.
Then you roast sweet potatoes, right, in cubes, and you put that on top. And then you put a layer of goat cheese, creamy goat cheese.
I love goat cheese.
And then sprinkle that with candied pecans.
Oh, damn.
Bro, listen. Bro, listen. I told my daughter, I said, look, usually you don't have that. There's not much acid in a Thanksgiving dinner. That's why cranberries are so important, because everything's very gummy and mucky and super savory, butter and gravy and all that stuff. You need You need some acid to get through there. And she made that, and that goat cheese was absolutely perfect for everything. It's got that nice acidic tartness to it. God dang, was it good. And she told me she had made it before for another dinner she went to with some friends. And she's, I'm making this thing again, and you're going to lose your mind. And she was right. I could not stop eating it. It was so good. And that's like the first different side.
Yeah, that's the first time I've heard of goat cheese with the sweet potatoes.
Right. I've had it in a while. And they also made their green bean casserole was with fresh green beans. And then they were sauteed in butter and almonds, and then tossed into the the mix that makes it like the mushroom soup and stuff like that, and topped with the durkey onions, and it was delicious. Again, not a gummy gloppy mess, more like fresh green beans with a little bit of dressing on them is what it was like.
I'll take it the American way: lots of butter, lots of gummy gloopy stuff.
Desserts? Any new desserts?
Oh, Mom made homemade heavy whipping cream. So slice of apple pie, slice of pecan pie. You just from tip to back, it was just layered with fresh whipped cream.
When you said that, my body just automatically said, you need to go get some whole milk, homie. I just want some whole milk now. The minute you said that, I just want whole milk and some pecan pie.
My daughter made a homemade peanut butter cheesecake.
Ooh. Oh.
Yeah. That's a good time.
Yeah, that's just what I need. More fat. I'm such a fat ass. God, I'm such a fat
I got on the
piece.
scale today. I was about to get in the shower.
Why are you guys doing that?
Well, because I'm like, I have
We
to
hate
know.
ourselves. Haven't you noticed?
I have to know what the high point is.
Right.
And I go, this is now post-Thanksgiving weekend.
Where are you at?
I have to see where I am.
209.
That's you?
That's you. I'm asking you.
No, he was.
You didn't make it over 200?
No.
He's 192.
I'm 196.5.
Oh, yeah, that's
not
fine.
bad. Okay.
I am not 196.5. I am.
I think I am.
Oh, there's a 0.5 in there. All right. Definitely not. It does not follow anything with a 1.
But listen, I'm with the listener who just texted us real quick. Hey, Jim, what was that sweet potato thing your daughter made again? I need to write that down. If she could get us all the recipe, that would be awesome.
So you make your normal sweet potatoes and put a layer of them, like your sweet potato casserole kind of thing, put a layer of those down, and then just roast cubed sweet potatoes in the oven and get them nice and tender and a little bit of crispy on there. If you get them like 400 for like 40 minutes or so, usually does it. And then she put this real creamy goat cheese. She spread that on the top of that, and then candied pecans on top of it. And no more cooking after that. As soon as it comes out of the oven, you put the goat cheese on. It kind of melts a little bit. Then the candied pecans, and it is next level, man.
Listener
it was so good.
Texter had a great suggestion for that ham that I should cube it, freeze it, and use it for omelets.
Yeah. Or soups, stuff like that, too.
Yeah. My mom saved the bone from the ham to make homemade pea
And, bro,
soup.
it is soup season, player.
Yes, it is. Come on now.
All right, let's get off this. I'm dying. All right, so this thing I was telling you guys at the beginning of the show, this thing that's annoying me at some businesses, I'm going to tell you what that is next. And I expect zero disagreement. You get zero disagreement.
I'm ready.
All right, we'll do that next.
Why do you do that?
Trans-Siberian Orchestra, The Lost Christmas Eve. 2 shows December 14th at the Kia Center. Tickets available now at livenation.com.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Looking at some slow traffic, mostly westbound on I-4 this afternoon for those traveling between 192 and the 429 and between the Beach Line and 535. Still looking at accident activity blocking the eastbound left lane on Conroy Road at Vineland Road. If you happen to see any other traffic problems this afternoon, just make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Direct Auto. Direct Auto Insurance is for uncompromisers. With a super low down payment to get started, you can stop compromising and keep driving. Get a free quote today at directauto.com. Down payments vary. National General Group, Winston-Salem.
For more information about contests on this station, go to realradio.fm/rules.
Guys, let me tell you something. If you need a new bathroom, right now is the time to make your move. My friends over at Rebath Mid-Florida are there to help you out with the bathroom of your dreams. This is all they do. It's not bathrooms in driveways or bathrooms in bedrooms. It's just bathrooms, and they have the catalog of products to make you smile and the installers to make you smile even more. The average install time is about 4 to 6 days, and that includes the demo of your old bathroom. And when you get in there, they give you the same employees every day until your job is done, and they give you a lifetime guarantee on the products and the install. Matter of fact, if you go over and start looking around and mention the Jim Colbert Show, they're going to throw in $800 in upgrades to your bathroom. Use that how you will. But cool thing is they have a design team, so if you go in there and you're like me and you have no clue how to do this, they do. You sit down, they'll show you a catalog of unbelievable products, and then their design team can help really start making those work toward your design in your house. They do this all the time, and they're dying to help you out right now. If you log onto their website, you can actually see some before and afters of jobs they've done here in Central Florida, including our buddy Daryl Payne from Paw Affection Dog Training. You're going to love them, and then you're going to book an appointment because these guys have your bathroom waiting for you right now. Don't forget to mention the Jim Colbert Show for $800 in upgrades. It's rebath.com.
Cyber Monday and the legendary Lenovo savings are here. An incredible 68% off on some of the world's best PCs and accessories for gamers, small businesses, and students. But time is running out and you only have a few hours left. Visit Lenovo.com/deals and claim your Cyber Monday deals before it's gone. That's Lenovo.com/deals.
Lenovo. So you want to be my client? You think you deserve fair compensation for your injuries? Well, you got to call me. Can't just keep listening forever. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Mo DeWitt, Orlando attorney.
Hey, sweetie, I got you.
iPhone 13?
Yeah, it's from Total Wireless. Ooh, and what's cool, it has
super fast 5G and the awesome dual camera system. Oh my gosh, I love it.
I love
you, Dad. Best dad ever.
Get iPhone 13 for just $99 when you switch and buy 2 months of the Total 5G Plus Unlimited plan. But you better hurry. They'll go faster than you can say.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Mwah.
Total Wireless. We're totally with you. Limited time offer while supplies last. Restrictions apply. Available exclusively in Total Wireless stores. 5G access requires a 5G-capable device and a 5G service area.
Planning holiday get-togethers means making tough, last-minute decisions. But preparing the perfect meal shouldn't be one of them. So let the Fresh from Florida Club help. Members can browse hundreds of recipes, from sweet corn and sausage stuffing to Florida spiny lobster bisque, each with local, in-season ingredients to create and save holiday menus ahead of time. Visit freshfromflorida.com and join the free Fresh from Florida Club. It could be the easiest decision you'll make all year.
You wouldn't know it, but most financial advisors are put in a box. I'm Jeff Jr. from Trajan Wealth, and I want to provide you a little insight about financial advisors. Most financial advisors have to sell what their company requires them to sell, and many advisors have to only adhere to what's called a suitability standard. A suitability standard is a limited standard of care, not requiring what's sold to be best, just suitable. Advisors with this loose standard often have limited investment and product selection. Trajan Wealth is held to a fiduciary standard, which is the highest standard of care in the advisory business. And that's just one of the many reasons we have billions of dollars under our care and attract clients from other advisors. Raise your standards today and call Trajan Wealth. 407-213-0000. That's 407-213-0000.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Are you ready for the ultimate sports experience? Look no further than Frogger's Grill and Bar. We've got your sports fix covered with Saturday college football, NFL football on Sundays, Mondays, and Thursdays, too. Catch all the action on our tons of high-definition TVs while enjoying drink specials available all week long. Don't miss out on Frogger's amazing menu, where everything is fresh, never frozen. Oviedo, Mount Dora, Apopka, and Altamont Springs. Frogger's, hopping with food and fun.
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second. If your identity's stolen, their U.S.-based restoration specialists will fix it guaranteed or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code CLAY. Visit LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Now back to the Jim Colbert Show.
So how many of these people that are saying to get fluoride out of the water are also part of big dentistry? Because that's all dentistry is turning into, is an investment industry. It just makes sense to take out fluoride if you get more people into the dentist.
I mean, I guess that's a fair take. It is kind of wild how that's just now become a thing. Like, I never really heard about it, and then all of a sudden RFK talks about, not having fluoride in the water, and now you hear about it everywhere. I had no idea that there were plenty of towns in Central Florida that don't do it. Winter Springs, I don't think Apopka does it.
Right, and I didn't know that moving in, and it was only after a period of time I learned it. And then if you make sure you're, using fluoride toothpaste, and also maybe when you get your cleaning, if you do the fluoride treatment there, you should be covered. But the levels they're talking about causing slowing learning
pretty
in
severe.
kids and stuff, it's a pretty intense amount of fluoride.
And by the way, even spring water has natural fluoride in it. It's just the levels that are questionable, because obviously if you're getting it from a source where you can't really control or regulate the amount of fluoride in the water, that's different than having somebody or city or whatever put it in there and controlling the parts per million, which obviously they would keep that at a rate that would not cause that. But I guess everybody, I don't know, man. I don't know. I have stopped trying to figure it out.
Yeah, same here.
My life is so much better. I'm not trying to figure it out.
La, 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 la,
All right, welcome to the Jim Colbert Show. I am Jim, Deb, and Jack are here as well. Okay, here's my problem.
Oh.
What? Oh, yeah, go ahead. Breaking news.
Yeah, just wanted to let everybody know that the suitcase killer, Sarah Boone, 47 years old, was just convicted in October of second-degree murder. She rejected a 15-year prison sentence as part of a plea deal before her trial started. She has just been sentenced to life in prison.
Oh!
For killing her boyfriend and zipping him up into a suitcase.
Jack and I were talking about this behind the, during the breaks, and Jack looked at me and goes, didn't she turn down a 15-year plea deal? And I said, did she? And then it dawned on me, I was like, she did.
She did.
This dumbass turned down guaranteed 15 years out in like maybe 12, 11 with
She'd
behavior.
have been somewhere like 60, 62.
And now she's donezo.
Maybe she's rolling the dice for that Biden pardon.
Oh, yeah. I think he's fresh out.
What's interesting is, after she was convicted, they immediately appealed for a new trial, saying that she didn't get a court-appointed attorney. And it was like, Sarah,
well, you got 7 of them.
You had 9 of them.
You got everyone that we have in this county.
Exactly.
No. Yeah, you got like a roulette wheel of attorneys there for a while. Wow. Well, good riddance. Enjoy prison. You belong there.
She needs a court-appointed psychiatrist.
Yeah, she does,
no
for sure.
doubt.
All right, so here's my issue, all right?
All right.
Have you guys been to a Starbucks recently?
No.
Okay, you have not?
No.
Jack, are you a Starbucks guy?
A Starbucks guy, no. When I go, it's usually a drive-through situation.
Okay, so
coffee's bitter and too expensive.
Okay, very nice. I don't have any problem with that. This is where I encountered this, but then I also encountered it. Have you purchased anything from a drive-through recently?
Yeah.
Yeah. All your purchases,
fast food place.
Yeah, all your purchases are with cards, right? Debit cards, right? You rarely pay for cash.
Yeah.
Don't tell me they're asking for a tip.
No.
Do not tell me fast food workers are asking for a tip.
They do it beforehand now. And this is what they're doing. Have you heard this new language? When you buy something at some of these stores and you're going to use a card, when they put the amount up, they say, they don't mention the word tip. They don't mention anything. Here's what they say. Hey, it's going to ask you a question and then you can proceed.
Correct.
The question is, how much you want to tip me for handing you a cup of $4 coffee? How much do I deserve for grabbing a cup of coffee from one person and then moving it to a drive-through window? That coffee is moving 10 feet. And they have the balls to put a machine in front of me and by the way, you have to refuse the tip in front of, they're holding the machine. They're holding it for you to register the cell, and it says 1, 2, 3, or none. I make eye contact and go, none. I don't.
I like when they look away when they hand it to pretend like they're not looking or paying attention.
But what is this with this? It's going to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
It's an easier way to broach it. It said, hey, do you want a tip?
Or we're going to ask you a question. How about just nothing?
You know why they don't?
How about just nothing? Just put a little tip jar out there, because the reason they don't do that is nobody pays cash anymore.
Right. Well, and asking if you want a tip, I'm sure they figured out that most people are going to go, for what?
Yeah.
So by saying this innocuous, it's going to ask you a question.
Yeah, it's going to ask you a question.
You're confused, wondering what kind of question it's going to ask.
They didn't just hand you the coffee. Someone made the coffee and put it in the cup.
Oh, and they hold that. Oh, yeah. Get out of here.
Wait, it's the whole process, Jim.
And they hold that. They will hold that coffee hostage too. They hold it right there. Like, hey, what are you going to push? Oh, what number are you pushing? What number are you pushing?
That's
because they don't hand that coffee over before you pay for it. But this is everywhere now. Everywhere, like even when you go to certain other stores, I think there's one of those fast casual places where you can sit down if you want. I won't say, but it's a very popular Mexican place. I believe. I think some of those stores do it. Like hey, it's going to ask you a question first, and just instead of saying, hey, there's some tip amounts there if you feel so motivated.
How about I get the service and then I figure out what I'm going to tip you?
Like
that's how it works. You do the service and then I decide if your service was above and beyond that deserves extra money.
That's so funny how they do that. I remember, and I'm like, is that the weirdest thing? Is there any other service that does that? Is there any other business that asks you to tip them before they've actually provided the service? Because they will hold your food hostage. Like if you get let's say if you get a coffee and let's say you get like a breakfast sandwich or something like that, right? You don't know if it's made well. You don't know if it's cold inside. You don't know if they heated it properly. You don't even know if you got the right sandwich. You're paying in advance and you're tipping them on something you don't even know if they did right. And look, here's the thing. And it's one of those things now where the only way that you can actually kind of fight back is just go, nope. Nope, nope. And then tell them. It's the same thing when I went to McDonald's and they kept going, hey, pull up here. I'm like, why do you even have a drive-through? What's the use of having a drive-through if every time I come here, I have to go wait in a parking spot for 11 minutes to get my stuff? I mean, I don't get it.
That's not fast food.
That's not fast food. The idea of having a drive-through is to pull up, make your order, and then pull up. They even broke it up into 2 windows to make it faster for you. But what they do is smart. They give you your drink.
Yeah.
They give you your drink first.
Now you're committed to the deal.
Now you're committed to staying because they hand you that drink and then you cash out and you go, oh, yeah, you just wait right over there. They don't tell you beforehand that you're going to be waiting. They give you the drink. You're now committed to the cell, and then they make you go wait. I don't care for it. I want to be on the record. I do not care for this I do not care for, and basically this is what happens to a cashless society. So it was before, let's say you go let's say your coffee's $4. Right? And you hand them a $5. Well, nobody's waiting for that $1 back. You get the little tip, but a lot of it, like if it's $4.16, actually, I'm not waiting for that 84 cents.
I picked 3 pennies up off the floor at 7-Eleven the other day.
I got it, but what I'm
saying
is
tender.
Good job, because you don't pay with cash anymore, there's no way to round up or round down or anything. Like you can't give them and say, hey, just hold on to that. There's your tip or whatever. Now it's now because it's digital now, you have to make that decision. And Lowe's.
Yeah.
The roundup?
Yes, it happened to me this weekend.
Yep.
I was there Saturday.
You want to round up?
You want to round up, and it's for charity.
Yeah, it's
But instead if it's $16.30, it makes it $17, and that
but that's charity. It's like going to PetSmart where they say it's going to ask you a question about and if you want to donate to help homeless animals.
It's one of those things. So you're part of this company's donation to a charity instead of you donating. So ultimately, the charity is getting money, and that's what should happen. But whatever company it is,
right?
Lowe's for me in this instance, are able to make this multi-million-dollar donation because they do it, nationwide, and then write that off, I presume.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's one of the big things with that whole corporate donation thing. I remember reading that about 4 or 5 years ago. I never even really thought about that aspect of it, but because they bring the money in, they're able to make that donation and write that money off of their taxes.
Texter makes a great point.
Yep.
The food delivery places like Uber Eats, Hope Dash, they all require you to decide the tip amount in advance when you do it. That's before the delivery.
No, thank you, buddy. And there's no way I'm doing that, especially with those services. You don't even know if you're getting the right order.
And someone texted and said, and half the time, your order may be wrong. I've done that where, I've tipped and been, more than generous, only to see my food arrive cold.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, yeah. But then that makes me affect the tip the next time I use the service because I got burned the last time.
And that's the thing. If you don't tip digitally in advance, then they think, I'm not getting a tip.
Oh, yeah.
What are they doing to your food then?
If you even get it.
Oh, yeah, you're getting a sack pizza at that point.
Is there a comment?
You know what a sack pizza is, right?
It's like a sneeze muffin.
Yeah, they drag them right across that pizza. Yeah, so depending on which slice you get, it's going to be musky. That's exactly what's happening. I got bad news for you. You're eating a pubic hair.
You need to put it in the instructions that you're tipping at the door.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
I will tip driver on site. There you go.
Oh, that's a good one.
Something like that, rather than just like, here's $4 to get it maybe right.
Right, exactly, and maybe on time.
All right, 407-916-1041.
I'm angry.
Text us at 770.
I feel very Jimmy.
All right, very good. Oh, you're going to be miserable. Don't do it. All right, Brandon Kravitz up next with sports.
You text us at 77031, and we say it on the air. Sometimes. We might even give you credit. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center, best holiday selection, lowest prices.
Things are slow westbound on I-4 this afternoon between 192 and the 429 and between the Beach Line and 535. Also looking at a crash that is blocking the westbound left lane on Colonial Drive at Rouse Road. If you happen to see any other traffic problems in the Orlando area this afternoon, just make sure you're calling the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Rasmussen University.
At Rasmussen University, we offer a full suite of nursing programs from pre-licensure to doctoral, online and on campus. Programs vary by campus. Learn more at rasmussen.edu/Florida.
Guys, 'tis the season to be nice and jolly. Hard to do that if you're suffering with some illnesses in your body. And of course, my friends over at Life Imaging FLA can help you find that out. This has really been one of the best customers that we've dealt with for many, many years. They were in South Florida, started there, moved up here about 3 years ago, about a year and a half ago, I should say, and started running as soon as they hit the ground, man, saving lives like they did in South Florida for so long. And you know what? The reason why is because they're a proactive approach to medical care instead of reactive approach to medical care. And what that means is this. In other words, you're being proactive. You're not waiting for a symptom to go and find out what's wrong with you. You're finding out in advance if there's something that's going to happen. That way you can get ahead of that problem. That's exactly what my wife and I did. That's exactly what my in-laws did. And I'm telling you guys, the peace of mind that you get from these scans is irreplaceable. So get over there. Remember, no dyes. You don't take your clothes off. None of that stuff. This entire process only takes a few minutes. So don't wait. Do what we did. Call Life Imaging FLA. Get that free heart scan. Just a few minimum requirements. It is a $699 value. And while you're there, be sure to ask about their cancer screening. Remember, early detection saves lives. Here's how you make your appointment. It's easy. Just simply pick up your cell phone and dial pound 250. Say the keyword free heart scan. That's all you have to do. Pound 250. Say the keyword free heart scan. They'll connect you in seconds. Then you can make that appointment and make this the year you finally take control of your long-term health care. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeartMedia.
Car crash? Call Klausman. KlausmanLaw.com. That's KLAUSMAN.
Hey, it's Sisney. And for the past 6 years, look, I've been either pregnant or in postpartum. But before that, I was diagnosed with PCOS. And if you know, you know. I mean, my battle with weight loss has been just that, a battle. And I'll admit, I didn't really want to necessarily share this journey with you, but the benefits and the positive change that I've seen in myself are just too good to gatekeep. Feeling good is most important when it comes to losing weight. And now you get to utilize science. That's why I'm so grateful for Future Health. They give millions of people affordable access to weight loss meds for less than $3 a day. Just take their quick 3-minute survey. From there, if approved by a clinician, you'll get prescribed and get the meds delivered to your door within 24 hours. You'll also have access to qualified doctors that know GLP-1s, plus the support from over 6,000 physicians and licensed pharmacies nationwide. Find out if weight loss meds are right for you in just 3 minutes at tryfh.com. That's tryfh.com. Again, that's tryfh.com. Future Health is not a healthcare services provider. Meds are prescribed at provider's discretion. Results may vary. Sponsored by Future Health.
So this new dose is, nope, that's not it. The price is nowhere to be found.
Mr. Green? Hi, it's all good. We've got this.
This is not just help from a Walgreens pharmacist.
Oh, new prescriptions. Cool. Let me check to see if these are the lowest cost options covered by your Medicare plan.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
This is someone supporting you every step of the way. Chat with a pharmacist today to find help saving. This is the human kind of help. Walgreens.
Planning holiday get-togethers means making tough, last-minute decisions. But preparing the perfect meal shouldn't be one of them. So let the Fresh from Florida Club help. Members can browse hundreds of recipes, from sweet corn and sausage stuffing to Florida spiny lobster bisque, each with local, in-season ingredients to create and save holiday menus ahead of time. Visit freshfromflorida.com and join the free Fresh from Florida Club. It could be the easiest decision you'll make all year.
Buying a house or selling yours? The Nickley Group makes it as easy as ABC. And 1, 2... Oh, and fast, too, because the Nickley Group can get a guaranteed cash offer on your home today. Just visit thenickleyGroup.com.
I'm Mark Anajar.
I'm Glenn Levine.
I'm Ellie Anajar.
Together, we're Anajar and Levine.
If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve.
Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE.
In Office Orlando.
The free iHeartRadio app is your home for the holidays. Open the app and click on the holiday banner or search holiday and start listening to Magic 107.7. Plus stations playing all kinds of holiday music, Christmas classics, Christmas jazz, country, R&B, tons of playlists, even podcasts. Yay! Our gift to you, the perfect holiday soundtrack. Join the millions of listeners on the iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good.
iHeartRadio.
Think orange for your next vehicle. OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
Radio.
You can watch radio being made on a daily basis at Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Hope you had a really good break. Got to decompress a little bit, hang out with the fam, catch a sweet little buzz, get a little fatter, make your life happy. Do all those good things. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
I am.
Every single Monday around 4:20 or so, not by coincidence. Our good buddy drops by from 96.9 The Game. You guys give it up good and loud for the man, Mr. BK, Brandon Kravitz.
Yay!
The broiler! Home of the Whopper.
No coincidence. What's up, my bros?
Yeah, right, exactly.
Do my best Cheech and Chong impression.
Buddy, I got to tell you, I don't think you could act like one to make me buy it. I don't think you could even make me buy that you ever even did that. I don't think you could.
Okay.
You are the last guy in the list, I would think.
Go with it, buddy. Just take it and run. I've been doing that for years.
You know what? I have an image to keep, so I'm not going to argue with you about that. But I did check everything off the list that you just talked about coming back from break. The family, the decompression.
I saw your picks, man.
Fatter, the buzz. We got all of it.
Do you not see me liking your picks? Like every single picture you put up with your beautiful wife and your beautiful son. I like every damn thing you put up there, dude.
Thank you, man.
I'm a
I
big
appreciate
fan.
that.
I'm a big fan.
I am as well.
All right, a lot happening in the sports world, buddy. None more close to us right now than Gus Malzahn resigning to go over and coach for Florida State. And boy, what a move that's going to be. I think Florida State's 2-11, so they can look forward to being 1-11 next year. I know that for you and I have had a number of conversations behind the scenes about Gus Malzahn and his everything, and I'm sure that you probably weren't that sad to see him go.
No. Let me just get this out of the way first. This segment's sponsored by the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lynn at pound 546 on your cell or whenyouneedus.com. I wasn't. I've been calling for this since he got hired, so this is a day of celebration for me. I never thought he was the right move. That he did not fit with where this program was. I view UCF a lot like those upstart Silicon Valley
right. PayPal
businesses.
Back in the day, right? Yeah. You're at Square.
Okay, let's get the open floor plan in the sales room. Let's sit on sit on bean bags and all that stuff. Gus Malzahn he's a throwback coach, and it's not like he's so old and he's 59 years old. I'm not trying to put the guy out to pasture, but he is
careful.
He's an old school football mind in terms of where he came from in the SEC and run the football and all that stuff. Like UCF is a forward-thinking program that made its mark in the last 8 years or so on innovation,
right?
On bringing in coaches that had a little something to prove, and then they would go out and they get players that embodied that exact same thing.
And then leave.
You think programs around? Fine, leave. You know why they left? Because they did such a damn good job. This is what I tell UCF fans all the time. You're like, why would you want another Josh Heupel? Josh Heupel left because he was good. Scott Frost left because he was good.
Yeah.
Gus Malzahn wasn't going to get another job after this. There's a reason why he's going backwards in his profession and not forwards.
Yeah.
He wasn't the right guy for the program, and I'm glad that he's moved on. UCF lucked out, by the way. He really did resign. Now, UCF did not want him anymore. They were thinking about firing him. But in today's world of college football, you can't just fire a coach and not have it impact things.
Yeah, because you got to pay for that guy.
There's a ripple effect, and you have to pay for players.
Yeah.
So if you're going to pay $12 million for Gus Malzahn's buyout, that roster you want to reconstruct, guess where that money is?
Gone.
It's paying a guy who's sitting on his couch.
That's right.
So UCF wanted to fire him. They probably weren't going to because they couldn't afford to do it.
Boy, they did get a break then. I did not know that part of it.
And he walked away, and he took a job as the offensive coordinator at Florida State. And I would say this, I've got no personal issue. It sounds like I do. I have no personal issue with Gus Malzahn. I just don't think he was the right coach for UCF, a program that I'm quite proud to be a graduate from. Quite proud of what they built in 2017 and 2018, getting into the Big 12, and I feel like he's done nothing but halted that momentum. But I commend him he could have planted his feet in the ground and said, you want me out, you're going to have to fire me, and then you're going to have to pay me. He left because he wasn't having fun anymore.
Yeah, and he shouldn't have. I mean,
look
at the crowd at the ball game this past weekend. I know it was cold. I know it was a little bit rainy or whatever, but there was nobody there. I mean, it was nobody there. If you're that football team and you run out of that field, I mean, how could you get excited about playing football for UCF? There's 2,000 people there.
The fan base doesn't want you. The staff,
it's ridiculous.
The administration doesn't want you. It's an awkward position to be in.
A little cold. You can't go out your phone. It's a little cold. People out there snowing people in Buffalo, and they can't leave.
They were playing for nothing.
It doesn't matter, man. That's your football team.
They invited the opposing team to plant the flag in the middle of the field.
Exactly right. Well, the interesting thing was the people who are now looking, who they're looking at. Of course, I saw a bunch of posts online. Everybody's like, "Oh, Scott Frost getting back in." I did hear one name that was very interesting. Now, I couldn't find anybody that would confirm this outside of some real sketchy websites, but I'll hit you with it.
Please.
Former NFL guy. Florida. That has won in Florida.
Chris Collinsworth.
No. He's coached and won in Florida.
Dan Mullen?
John Gruden.
John Gruden
was Florida.
That's actually kind of fun.
Now, think about the recruiting possibilities for that. Yeah. If this guy didn't use the N-word as a conjunction, I mean...
That's a big if. That's a big, bold if, Jim.
That's a limb.
That would be maybe a problem, but, that would... I mean, look, I've learned now, like with Sanders, I essed on that program a lot when it came out, but, man, he's turned that program around, and he's an insufferable son of a whatever.
Well, here's the thing.
But I'm telling you, that name gets people to pay attention to that program, and a name like Gruden would get people to pay attention to UCF.
And he's a hell of a coach.
Yeah.
Yeah, he made a huge mistake, and that mistake was uncovered It was a private conversation or conversations that he was having over his email, his work email.
Yeah.
That was discovered because of an NFL investigation that had nothing to do with John Gruden. It just popped up. It's unfortunate. He deserves to be judged for it. I'm not letting him off the hook. But he has done some work recently to rehab his image. He's been doing. With Barstool, he's doing a lot to get people back to liking the character and charisma that is John Gruden. He's also been doing a lot of work with one of my clients, the Draft Academy.
Yeah.
And they help to train local athletes. John Gruden's been going over there, I think pro bono, and just helping local high school athletes in the Central Florida area. So he's been doing work in this city. It would actually make a lot straight How good would that be? I thought whoever you were going to throw at me, I was going to dismiss it, but I think that's a great idea.
All right, let's move on, man. Orlando Magic is on one, and I mean straight up on one. No Paolo, and these guys are like 12-1 or 2 or something in their last
12-1.
Man, I mean they are all. And they're beating people away. They're beating good teams. It's kind of crazy. And they're beating them. I mean these aren't buzzer beater last minute threes falling away. These are decisive wins with really good basketball team doing the small stuff right.
Yeah, I was surprised going into last night. I was curious through 21 games. They were 14-7 before winning yesterday. Now they're 15-7. Through 21 games, what was their record last year? Because it feels like this team is better now than they were a year ago. Like they've built off of the season they had from last year.
Yeah.
They had the exact same record, 14-7 through 21 games in 2 seasons in a row. The difference is health. They're doing this without Paolo Banchero.
Right.
There's no chance this team last year would have been able to produce 14-7 through 21 games without Paolo in the lineup. They needed to have a full complement of health. Now just picture, if you just add 2 things, which is not unrealistic, this team is 30th in the NBA. There are 30 teams in the league, by the way, Jim. 30th in the league in three-point shooting percentage. They're the worst. If they just get up to 20, and they insert Paolo Banchero, who is easily a top 15 player in the league, and I'm being liberal with that.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
You add those 2 things, just get a smidge better at three-point shooting, and part of the reason their percentage is down is their new signee, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, has been awful to start the year. Well, he's started to turn it on. These last 3 games, he's been shooting the 3-ball well. That's part of the reason you brought him in. So it's realistic to think that new percentage is going to stick for him. That sticks. Paolo comes back. Franz has emerged as his own star.
Man.
But they're going to play well together. They like each other. There's built-in chemistry there. There are stats that back that up. When those 2 guys go off in the same game, this team is virtually unbeatable. Because this team's so good defensively, when they get scoring pop, you really can't beat them.
The national talkers are using 2 words that really explain this team well, and they're saying that when you get a veteran team that has to play a team like this that is young and hungry, that you got to watch out. And when they beat LA in LA a couple weeks ago or last week or whatever, I remember a lot of the national talkers were like, what is going on? This young and hungry team, nobody wants to play them right now. And that's the moniker I love hearing, young and hungry. These guys play like they like each other. They play great basketball. And, the coach, everything's kind of gelling. They look great.
Well, the head coach is phenomenal. Jamal Mosley has done such a good job navigating this lineup, and they're getting a lot out of their rookie, too. He's not lighting up the stat board, but just as somebody who's watching all of these games, I can tell you with full confidence, Tristan Da Silva, who they drafted at 16, is not out of place at all.
Right.
He looks like an NBA guy.
And that other big dude we have,
Goga Batadze,
dude, that
he's
guy,
so much fun.
That guy is great defensively, and he looks like he's having a blast out there. He's in the right places at the right time, and the team looked good.
They're starting 2 centers right now. This
great.
should not be working. They're starting 2 centers,
and
they don't have a true point guard. They're winning left and right.
Yeah. Hard to defend something you don't know. I mean, you can't look at it and go, okay, we can write this up for that. Yeah. All right, let's move.
A big game, by the way, tomorrow. Last thing on this, tomorrow night, huge game. Biggest game of the year so far. They're in New York at MSG, the most storied building in the NBA. This is the end of group play in the in-season tournament. If they win this, they win the group, and they move on to the quarterfinals of this newfangled in-season tournament. It's not that big of a deal, but this game is going to be broadcast on TNT. It's in New York. It's against the Knicks. That's all you need to know. And if the Magic win, they advance in a tournament that I think people should at least somewhat care about.
Very nice. Well, that's the Magic. We'll keep an eye on that for sure. Let's move on to Orlando City. Tough game this week. We watched every single. We actually had a party to watch it. Did not go to this game, but
You've become quite the City fan.
I got to tell you, man, this little playoff run has been an eye-opening experience for me. And watching the games with somebody who really knows the game. My daughter's boyfriend loves. His brother plays for the. Montana used to play for University of Montana. They're both from South Africa, so they Premier League. I mean, they're big, huge fans. So paying attention with them has been a lot of fun. And it was a heartbreaking loss. And these 1-0 games are tough to take. Orlando again took so many great shots on goal. They just kicked them right at the guy every single time. It was like they did it three games in a row. They got a couple to go through, but it seemed like every hard strike they got hit somebody in the hip or the knee, or it just didn't work.
Yeah, it's disappointing because it's hard to get that close.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Inter Miami. They've built a super team, and they couldn't even get to the semifinal.
Yeah. Then it's the 7th ranked team is going to make it to the finals. Or 6th or 7th ranked team,
it's tough.
They played really good defense. The Red Bulls played really good defense. Every cross, it just seemed like always one of their guys was always there to disrupt the play.
I would agree with that, and especially in the second half, Jack. They were super aggro on defense in the second half. Orlando just could not get a good shot. It was difficult for them to maneuver around, and it just looked like they wanted it more, if I'm being honest. I mean, I don't mean to be a dick. It just seemed like they wanted it a little bit more.
Well, yeah, we had our soccer analyst on in the last hour, and he said flat out he thought Orlando City choked.
Yeah. I mean, I would say that it looked like they slowed down in the second half when they needed to hit the gas, and Red Bulls did hit the gas.
And
they were playing press defense all the way down the last 8 minutes of the game. They did not want Orlando even close to their goal. And Orlando still got some good shots off, but they just could not connect.
The good news is nobody is calling for the coach to get fired, so that's always a plus. Oscar Perea has done a really good job.
They were at the beginning of the season.
They were. And now
they stumble. And it's amazing to me. I'm like, come on. He's taken the program so much further, and it's ridiculous how you can have a bad stretch, and everyone's like, oh, when are they going to replace the coach? It's like, shut up.
Fickle fans.
Yeah.
But great season, guys. Very proud of you. Did a wonderful job. Can't wait for next season for you and the Pride. You got a lifelong fan. I'm there. Love it.
Yeah. Shout out to the Wilfs. They changed the entire tenor of this organization.
They sure did.
And how about that purchase for them moving in, and that they have all the Purple Sports franchises.
And I got to tell you something
else.
The
Vikings are good too.
And they run that franchise with integrity and class, because when you go there and you encounter any employee of Orlando City, it is like you met an old cousin. I mean, it's like they're the most wonderful people. So great experience up and down. Next season, go see some more games. It's a blast. Great family experience. Couldn't be better.
Yeah, I've never had a bad time over there.
NFL.
So let's start with Trevor Lawrence. Knocked out on a dirty hit from Texans linebacker Azeez Al-Shaair. He's going to be suspended for the hit. It's just a matter of how long. It was nasty. The first look at it just looked like unfortunate timing, but when they zoomed in on that thing, there was a clear forearm to a defenseless player that was giving himself up. And Trevor kind of had that Tua look about him where the arm seized up a little bit. Scary scene. It looks like Trevor is going to be okay. He tweeted out yesterday that he appreciates the support, but he's doing just fine for right now. But they have to legislate that out of the game. And then unfortunately, the player did come out and apologize. It seems like he feels bad about the situation, but I do think you have to take action here.
Yeah, his apology was great. He tried to explain it away in the sense that he said it's a bang you things are happening fast, but you look, he's on the ground for 2 seconds before he hits him. Or a full second and a half. I mean, you're an NFL player. You understand the rules. You understand what it can be to pull up. You could avoid it. And we see people avoiding hitting quarterbacks all the time.
Yeah.
Just watch football games. You see guys rush in hot, and after the pass is thrown, they do whatever it takes to avoid the contact. That could have been avoided, or at least that level of it could have been avoided.
Maybe 10 years ago, that's something you see, but nowadays you just know it's like that was wrong.
Yeah,
it's amazing. Honestly,
he could have been paralyzed with that hit.
It's amazing that we went all this time without really legislating this stuff out of the game, and more people didn't die playing football.
Right. Because he hits him a little bit earlier than that, and he hits him under his chin.
Ugh.
They are dying, Brandon, but they're more in their 50s and early 60s.
Right. It just takes time. It's a slow one, unfortunately. But the Bucs survive the Panthers in Charlotte. This Panthers team, by the way, pretty scrappy. They found something in Bucky Irving. 185 total yards and a touchdown. He is
and that's just
tremendous.
This game, dude. This like he's not been doing this for the last 5 games. This dude has turned it on.
He's awesome.
Somebody put new batteries in that dude.
It's great, and it's helped them to overcome the injury to Chris Godwin because now they have a legitimate running game. And Rachaad White is still pretty good, but Bucky Irving feels like a star. Mike Evans is back, and the rest of their schedule is pretty favorable. They have the same record as the Falcons. The Falcons do hold the tiebreaker, but the Falcons are trending down. The Bucs are trending up, and they have a favorable schedule. So it's realistic to think a team that I did give up on, I'll be honest. I do think the Bucs are set up to win the division.
Baker's still fun to watch.
He is.
So much fun.
And Bucky gives him so much action out of the backfield because he can catch it and yak it like crazy. He's really an incredible utility player that really is a giant question mark for the defense because, I mean, they could run him, they could play action passing, they can do whatever they want. But when that guy gets the football, watch out. I mean, he just knows how to gain yards. Really fun to watch. And Jack's right. This team's fun to watch.
They are dangerous.
A lot of fun. How about your Dolphins?
Well, let's not worry about them.
That was so long ago, Jim.
I had to think, who did they play? Oh, yeah, that's
How about
right.
Deb's Packers? How'd they do?
They did fine. They took care of business. It was very cold. That kind of plays into the hands of Green Bay. Tua actually played fine in the weather, but it was the team as a whole. They're just soft. The Dolphins, throughout my whole life, outside of there was one little era under Dave Wannstedt where they had Zach Thomas and Jason Taylor, and there was a pretty tough team. They've always been soft, and this is just another soft team that it's amazing in the sport of football that you have people that can't stand 30-degree weather. This is the sport that you play. What's going on here? The other team inside of their division that did lock up the AFC East, the Buffalo Bills, they looked pretty good last night, and I feel bad for Buffalo fans. They are getting sucked into another year where it looks like their team is the best in the NFL, and we all know how this story ends. They will lose to the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game. You can write this in stone.
I'll tell you what,
now.
I'll put money on it. They're not going to lose to them. They're going to beat the Chiefs. They're going to beat them badly.
This is the guy who never bets against the Chiefs.
This is the breakout. This is the breakout year. Watching that ball game, I now contend that Josh Allen is the best quarterback in the NFL. He's the most dangerous quarterback in the league right now. And to me, it's not even a question. More dangerous than Lamar, more dangerous than Patrick Mahomes. He's the most dangerous guy. First time ever a quarterback has passed, run for, and caught a touchdown in the NFL. That dude is a machine. 6'4", 250. You can't hurt him. He throws with accuracy. He's a baller. This football team looks like nails to me, dude. I watched them yesterday, like, who's beating them?
Yeah,
And
the Chiefs is the answer.
The Chiefs are vulnerable. The Raiders beat the Chiefs on Black Friday. Now, I did miss the last play of the game.
They didn't beat. What are you talking about?
They would. The Chiefs.
I missed the last play of the game, but the Raiders were about to kick a field goal. That's all I know.
They're the worst one-loss team you've seen in 5 years, and there's no even question of that. You can't tell me the Chiefs.
The Patriots did this for a dynasty. How soon we forget? This is what winning teams do. They figure out a way. It's not pretty. The Chiefs are ugly. They have holes. They are so good defensively, situationally,
play calling
and head coaching.
The play calling is as good as it gets.
And in the biggest moments, I agree with you about how could you watch Josh Allen and not go, this is the best player in the NFL. But when push comes to shove and you've got to make a play deep into the playoffs, you can have Josh Allen all day.
Oh, you mean like when they threw the football back to him and he wasn't expecting it in an inch and a half of snow and ran it in for a touchdown against 3 defenders without any help? You mean that kind of play? Yeah, dude, this guy's a machine, dude.
He is.
He's a
awesome.
runaway. He's a runaway sand truck who can throw it the length of the field. I'm telling you, I think if they play the Chiefs, they batter them. I mean, I don't think the Chiefs have a chance against them. I don't even know what happened to that first game. But, I mean, when you look at this team and you look at what the Chiefs offer, like barely squeaking by the Raiders and other teams, I mean, their win deficiency, what is it? They're the entire season, 25 points? They've literally won every game by a field goal and a half, it seems.
Yep.
And it doesn't matter who it is.
I know. It's going to be very frustrating.
Or by a referee.
It's going to be very frustrating when they're in the Super Bowl again, and we're like, how did they do it?
We'll see.
I'm just not gonna let myself buy into this narrative of this team is. They're just ripe for the taking. No, they're not. This is what dynasties do.
I know they're dynasties.
This is what dynasties do.
But they've been doing it a while, and it's time for a change. And I think the Buffalo Bills.
God. I seriously feel like I am living in I'm like living in Groundhog's Day.
Oh, just wait.
This was the exact conversation about the Patriots for 10 years.
Yeah,
it was like, their time is up. Their time is up.
They had Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. I mean,
what's the difference?
What do you mean? What's the difference? He's the greatest quarterback that ever lived. Are you kidding?
Hey.
Are you joking? He's the greatest quarterback that ever lived. What do you expect him to do? Nobody's even close to that guy. Patrick Mahomes, with all of his wins and all of his accolades, is not even he couldn't even be in the same locker room as Tom Brady. Are you out of your mind?
Pump the brakes.
Get out of here.
Brady's the great.
Good Lord.
Do me this favor. Do me this favor. Find me one coach in the history of the league that chooses Patrick Mahomes over Tom Brady. Find me one.
Okay.
Name me one coach.
I'll make that my New Year's resolution.
Do it, though. Please tell me the coach that would choose in their prime Patrick Mahomes over Tom Brady.
This isn't about choosing one over the other. I'm not taking anything away from Brady.
Be in the locker room.
Yeah, he's in the locker room. They're in the locker room together.
All right, boys, simmer down.
Brady has the better locker, but they're in the same room.
Yeah, Patrick's there because he's handing him a towel.
Oh boy. This is
our question of the day about will the Chiefs reach the Super Bowl in our YouTube chat.
All right,
so
very good.
have at it, folks.
I hate you, dude. I really do. Get out of here.
I may never come back to this room again.
You get out
after
of here.
this.
Jimmy.
Are you gonna get out of here?
Listen to Under Oath with attorney Jeff Coffin every Saturday morning at 7:30 a.m. on 96.9 The Game and Real Radio 104.1. Extended versions available by searching Under Oath on your favorite streaming platform.
Zone head action.
You can check out my podcast as well. Now partnered up with my good friend Zach Blobner. Once a week, drops every Wednesday. It's the Zone Heads podcast with Brandon and Zach. A slight retool, but if you're already subscribed to it, you don't have to do anything differently. Thank you for the support, and I'm just glad that I get to come in here and make this show entertaining.
Love you, buddy. Happy Thanksgiving.
You know, I realized
it's time for you to go.
I sort of dragged Jack and Deb in that as well.
I was on his side till he said he doesn't belong in the same locker room as Tom Brady.
And that he's handing him a towel.
No, he's on the short list.
Listen for a sec. Tom Brady is telling you, Patrick Mahomes, it's time to go.
All right. I'm just going to go win another Super Bowl. Have a good show.
You're retired?
All right, 407-916-1041. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show. Stay put.
Bye, Brandon.
Real radio is
The Monsters in the Morning.
You should have said, I'm gay and then done a rap.
Honestly, I thought about doing that.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. And we've got some chilly weather on the way for the next 4 days. Highs today about 65 degrees, sunshine. Tonight clear and cold. We'll see a low close to 40 in Orlando with mid-30s to the north. Frost is likely north and west of Orlando. That'll be the case right through the middle of the week before we see some warmer weather moving in for the weekend with 70s making a return. Bundle up at the bus stop. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by MountDora.com. It's the 31st annual Mount Dora Christmas Walk, Friday, December 6th. Free family street party in downtown Mount Dora, live music, shopping, and free Santa pictures at the 25-foot Christmas tree. 6 to 9 p.m. December 6th. Details at MountDora.com. Brought to you by Discover Lake, Advent Health, and Duke Energy.
Greetings from Daytona, where a band of dreamers took a strip of beach and turned it into a proving ground. The great American race, where year after year, greatness is the destination.
Drivers, start your engines, let's go!
So book your experience and soak in 500 miles of history and tradition. The Daytona 500, February 16th, 2025. Secure your seats now at Daytona500.com.
These days, everything in Orlando costs more. But a single line at Verizon doesn't. Get one line for as low as $50 per month when you switch and bring your phone. So, while coffee is definitely costing more, here at Verizon, you can save. And dinner for two has gotten pricey. Verizon, less pricey. Kissimmee rent, that's not coming down. But Verizon, down. One line for just $50 a month. That designer Golden Doodle, so much more. But Verizon, a fair bit less. Even a good old tried and true hamburger will cost you more. But with Verizon, the same tried and true service is now just $50 per month for a single line on unlimited welcome with autopay plus taxes and fees. Point is, in a world that is always costing more, you can get more for less right now at an Orlando Verizon store. $15 promo credits applied over 36 months with a new line on unlimited welcome. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G, 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds. Additional terms apply.
Sunnyside Plumbing.
Yes, I've got a leaking...
To leave us a testimonial saying how happy you are with our service, press 1.
But you haven't even...
For all other inquiries, please hang up.
Wait, what?
Hang up and call Frank Gay. We're busy watching the game.
You know what? I think I will.
When you have a leak, you need solutions on your schedule. A helpful expert who can find the problem and fix it fast.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second. If your identity's stolen, their U.S.-based restoration specialists will fix it guaranteed or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code CLAY. Visit LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
This safe driving message is brought to you by the Orlando injury attorney Mo DeWitt and JustCallMo.com. Whether it's the holiday season or any season, Mo encourages you to be considerate of other drivers and especially watch out for motorcycles. It's a busy time of year. Tourists are everywhere. Remember that someone is counting on you, so arrive safely. Saving 30 seconds that can cost you everything is simply not worth it. Injured in an accident? Call Mo at 1-800-CALL-MO. That's 1-800-CALL-MO or visit JustCallMo.com. Be safe and enjoy this season.
Thank you for making Mercedes-Benz of South Orlando one of the premier luxury dealerships in Central Florida. We are the official dealer of luxury, providing the ultimate VIP experience at a price you can afford. Call Monica Ventura at 689-319-7680. That's 689-319-7680. We guarantee you will be treated like VIP and nothing less. Across from the mall at Millennia.
This holiday season, shop local. Shop Graves RC Hobbies Orlando.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube. Subscribe and watch.
Man, listening to that banter between Brandon and Jim really makes me wish the playoffs were starting tomorrow, because one of you is going to be eating serious crow when all is said and done. Personally, I think Brandon is correct, though. The Bills are just not permitted to win the Super Bowl, period.
One of the irony is listening to Americans talking about soccer like they were born playing soccer. It's really hilarious the way you guys talk about soccer. You need to up your talk if you want to talk soccer. You have to eat and drink soccer, and then you can talk about it.
That's not true.
If not, you're just a spectator.
That's all
Doesn't
I am.
know the game.
Yeah, that's fine.
Tinted and unclean.
Yeah.
Listen, time out.
I can say whatever I want about soccer because I'm a new fan of soccer, and you should be excited that I'm exuberant about a game that's really kind of breaking into the U.S. That's what you should be. And so being a douchebag and calling up and criticizing me, you should be thankful that I'm actually telling people more and more about soccer and learning as I go. But that's fine.
That might be one of his worst takes ever in years of calling this program.
God almighty, man. I don't get people like that. I really don't. Look, I'm sure he's a great guy and all, but I mean, you know, I didn't say that I'm a soccer pro. I watched the game for the purity of it. I love this game. It's a lot of fun to watch, and for me to talk about it, I mean, because I don't know the ins and outs of soccer, which I will learn.
Would you rather
make
us
me
go
a
back
lesser
to
fan?
ignoring the sport like we do with hockey?
I do not understand people, man. I got to tell you, as I get older, I get less and less tolerant of people like that. I don't know why. just because it just seems so negative for the sake of being negative.
Yeah, and focus
That guy
on your
took-
navigation, sir.
That guy took time out of his day to call and leave a message to tell me that I don't know anything about soccer when I could have told him and saved him time.
And let's take a listen. Let's see if we can see where he's going.
One of the irony
Okay, he's got to
is listening to America.
exit right.
Yeah,
All right, so.
Yeah. Oh, man. I could get real dark there, but I'm going to be cool.
No, I mean...
Yeah, I could get real dark, but I'm going to be cool. All right, 407.
Sometimes people think they're being funny.
Yeah, maybe so.
And they're just being douchey.
916-1041. You can text us, 77031.
You made a living in doing that.
Welcome back. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
Hi there.
Let's talk about Pissgate.
Oh.
Or Cat PP Gate. So
Yeah.
Jack had a cat. I don't know if you guys were listening
Got
a few weeks
3
ago.
cats, Jim.
Yeah, but one of them's got a pee-pee problem.
Yeah, apparently on my couch, and it's at the same spot. And I know with animals, when they smell places they've gone before, it attracts them to that place. And so this happened a while back, cleaned it up real good, thought we were good. And then it happened again, I would say 2 weeks ago. And so it's...
And by the way, you were pissed.
Oh.
Like when you came in and talked to me about it, you were physically upset. I mean, and I know that we joke around a lot of jokey stuff, but you were really upset about this.
I'll tell you why, because I went through great, my daughter has a cat, my wife has a cat. I don't have a cat, but I spent like a weekend cleaning this couch, whether, buying the $25 bottle of stuff to neutralize the odor.
Moving a heavy-ass couch outside?
Yeah, a $25 bottle for the leather shampoo and cleaner just to, overall clean the couch because I looked at it under a black light and, boy, you could use it.
You never want a black light any place you've sat.
I borrowed a black light from Larry so I could identify it, and it was like, okay.
That's a different cat problem.
Got it all. I pulled apart the upholstery to get the foam in the side to clean it, to spray it and clean it out, taking the seat cushions off to do it. And then it happened again. I'm like, mother.
Flanker. Yeah, we get. Yeah, I like that word.
Got my one of my Ring outdoor cameras, put it right in front of the TV, facing the couch. I'm like, I'm going to catch this son of a bitch.
Yeah, I like this.
There's 3 cats, right? We have the stoic Xander, he kind of walks around regal, kind of aloof a little bit, stays to himself.
Very entitled.
We got Lucky. He's the newest entry. My wife rescued him, but he's also the biggest cat, so he's young and playful. But he kind of rules the roost just on his size.
Yeah.
And then the scrawny one, Bingo, the troublemaker.
I was going to say, that's your troublemaker, the scrawny one.
Constant juvenile, and he's orange, too. I hear
the tabbies are the worst.
Male orange tabbies, they say, are real naughty.
And he'll mess with anyone. He don't care. And he's the smallest one.
He's looking at him. He's Irish.
He's the guy I'm watching. He'll pound on the door. He drives me nuts. I love him, though.
So you set up the camera.
I finally, and then next day, I check it out in the morning, and I'm like, oh, my God. They did it again. Got my camera, and I started scrolling through the footage. And I found the footage where it happens.
It's one of your daughters.
And I see it is not. And I see Bingo on the top of my recliner. I'm like, well, that's odd. He couldn't reach it from there. And then in comes Xander, the stoic one.
It was Xander.
The Russian
blue. The one with the giant bladder.
Yeah.
Because he's so big.
He just hops up there, just squats in a minute. He's there for like 15 seconds, and then he's out on his way. I'm like, you son of a bitch.
And Bingo's like, told you.
So it was Xander.
It was Xander.
So what kind of punishment?
So what do you do? I don't know.
How hot was the water?
It was not hot. I did not torture these cats.
Are you taking him to the vet yet to make sure it's not a UTI?
Yeah, we're making our regular vet appointments. Xander just moved to the top of the list. But in the meantime, I had to clean the couch again and take it all apart.
Tom and Dan were talking about this.
My cat?
Yeah, talking about your cat
Son of a bitch.
And your couch cleaning and how crazy that would have made him. Because Daniel's a bit of a he's a neat freak a little bit.
OCD
well, kind of like that. Like if you looked at Daniel's car right now, you would think that he drove it off the lot 14 minutes before he showed it to you. And that car could be 5 years old.
Yeah.
It is perfect. I mean, that's just how he is. Very organized. When you go to their studio, his area, very well put together. It would drive him absolutely bat-ass crazy. And they were talking about it on their show, and I was laughing my ass off because Jack got his couch peed on. I think it's funny. So, did you put down a pad or something like try to fool him or whatever?
Because it's also a pull-out bed, so I put pads underneath which actually now catch it so it doesn't do further damage.
Oh, yeah.
And it only limits where I have to clean now.
Yeah.
But it's like...
but that smell, though, buddy, how are you able to get that out of there?
It's actually, I'm able to neutralize that pretty well, and it's just a pain in the ass. And, I don't mind... I get through doing the work of it and the effort, but then just to know it's going to happen again. So that's what I kind of need to figure out how to, like a shock treatment or some form of torture that will prevent this from ever happening again.
Said that for you, Deb. Purely said that for you.
So I thought that was it. That was my angst with the cats.
I don't understand why you don't put the foil up there when you go to bed, because they hate it.
I know. Well, it's like, it was ridiculous. I got up this morning, go to get my coffee, and I look, and what do I have? I have all the pillows and the ottoman, everything I have now piled on this couch to keep them off it.
Extra space for them to pee on.
Extra work for me.
Yeah, exactly.
See,
one piece of tinfoil, and they step on it once, they'll be like,
they'll never go
like
again.
that.
And now there's a new cat problem, because last night, after 2 weeks, I finished a 998-piece puzzle.
This could only go one way.
Yeah, I'm going to go out on a limb here, Jack. What happened to that 900 and how many piece?
The 2 missing pieces out of the 1,000-piece puzzle. Finish it. I'm like, I don't have those. And as you're getting down, I only have Sky left. Where are those pieces?
You peed on them.
Yeah. Don't know where they are.
He's going to find them in the litter box.
Don't know where they are.
Do they do that?
Apparently his cats do.
My cats are that's why they're so unpredictable, man.
They are.
Hey, what'd you do last night? I don't know. I peed on my owner's couch and ate his puzzle. What'd you guys do? The other one doesn't even blink when he tells them that. That's like a normal cat day. All right, 407-916-1041.
Like you do not know.
Now I got to cover my couch in aluminum foil.
Oh, yeah.
And put up a puzzle with 2 missing pieces.
Hey, maybe you get one of those things just reflect sun in your car and just lay it out there so it's easier to kind of put back and forth. You don't have to replace it with new foil all the time.
You don't have to. Just use the same piece of foil.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, exactly. Just you
but
put
do
it
they
on
learn,
there.
though?
Yeah, because
so
once they step on it,
they won't
they're
go
going to
back
be
up
like,
there.
whoa, I don't like that surface.
Really?
Leave it up there for a while so that they realize your pee-pee spot is gone. But also realize that may cause him to go and find a new pee-pee spot.
And I have to go find a new cat.
Oh, anyone want a cat for Christmas?
407-916-1041. Back in a sec with some... Jack, you said you found some Cyber Monday deals?
Yeah, I got some questions
All
for
right,
you.
we'll do that next.
Trans-Siberian Orchestra, The Lost Christmas Eve. 2 shows December 14th at the Kia Center. Tickets available now at livenation.com.
Traffic is a bit slow on I-4 this afternoon, east and westbound between 192 and the 429. Looking at accident activity now, northbound on Florida's Turnpike, that's blocking the right lane near County Road 561, causing heavy stop-and-go delays back from Mineola and Hancock Road. Still seeing delays from the earlier crash that was westbound on Colonial at Rouse Road. If you see traffic problems, make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Rasmussen University.
At Rasmussen University, we offer a full suite of nursing programs from pre-licensure to doctoral, online and on campus. Programs vary by campus. Learn more at rasmussen.edu/Florida.
The cooler winter weather has finally arrived in Central Florida, and while it feels good to give our AC systems a break, the truth is it costs more to heat your home than it is to keep it cool. And your old windows and doors could be letting all that valuable energy escape, and your money too. Give your wallet a break and upgrade your old windows and doors with the latest designs from Renewal by Andersen. Renewal by Andersen's Acclaim windows and doors offer excellent insulation, reducing energy loss and helping to lower your utility bills while maintaining a comfortable indoor temperature year-round. Chris agrees and says amazing experience. From David, our salesman, through Emily and Juan, our installer, to Jason, who was our install manager. Everything was professional, accurate, and the windows are beautiful. For December, Renewal by Andersen is offering buy one, get one, 40% off replacement windows and patio doors, plus 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 18 months. Bonus, free True Scene screen upgrade for the first 50 customers. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com. Official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, license number CGC 1527613.
Christmas music playing right now on Magic 107.7.
Feliz Navidad.
Magic 107.7.
It's the most wonderful time.
time of the year.
Orlando's Christmas station.
One of the best gifts a kid can get is a new bike. And Real Radio has your chance to make that dream come true for kids in our community. Join Just Call Mo, Orlando's injury attorney, and the news junkie as they broadcast live from Inter&Co Stadium for our annual bike drive. Our goal is 104 bikes of all sizes. So bring a brand new bike, and a new bike helmet wouldn't be a bad thing. Thursday, December 12th between 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. to Inter&Co Stadium. And help us help the kids. Get the details at realradio.fm/bike. Thanks to Orlando City Soccer Club, the Orlando City Foundation, and JustCallMo.com.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, Premier Men's Medical Center will get your sex life back in just one visit. Their painless, breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your sex life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To regain your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
Cyber Monday and the legendary Lenovo savings are here. An incredible 68% off on some of the world's best PCs and accessories for gamers, small businesses, and students. But time is running out and you only have a few hours left. Visit Lenovo.com/deals and claim your Cyber Monday deals before it's gone. That's Lenovo.com/deals.
Lenovo. Attention! Guarantee Media is giving away 4 days in Jamaica, Bahamas, or Punta Cana, Dominican Republic with hotel and airfare included for just $99. Here's how. Be one of the first 50 listeners to name a country without the letter A in its name, and you'll be off to a vacation to the Caribbean. Text your answer to 96551. That's 96551. And you'll get 4 days in Jamaica, Bahamas, or Punta Cana, Dominican Republic with hotel fare included. That's right. Be one of the first 50 to text the name of a country without the letter A in its name, and you'll go on a 4-day vacation to the Caribbean. Text your answer to 96551. That's 96551. Be one of the first 50 listeners to name a country without the letter A in its name and get 4 days in the Caribbean with hotel and airfare included for only $99. Text your answer to 96551. That's 96551. This promotion is paid for by Guarantee Media to solicit vacation ownership sales and is not affiliated with iHeartMedia. Terms and conditions apply.
You've got so many chances to win big on Hard Rock Bet. Even a small bet can bring in that serious cash. All you need is $1 and a dream.
Unbelievable. They've hit the parlay.
Let's go! Big payouts for every kind of player.
Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us.
Get up to $100 back if your first bet doesn't win. Payable and bonus bet up to $100, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Join Jim Colbert on The Jim Colbert Show for his Cigar of the Week segment every Friday afternoon at 3:45. You can pick up these featured cigars at all 3 Corona Cigar Company locations, Dr. Phillips, Heathrow, and downtown. Learn more at coronacigar.com.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Finish the year strong and refresh for 2025 at Office Depot Office Max. Now save 25% on print services and 50% on photo products with coupon. Plus, upgrade your space with new desks, chairs, and PCs at any Office Depot or Office Max store.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. At work, just pretend you're on a Zoom call with us. The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube. Subscribe and watch.
Swear, if Angel from the Monsters wins #1 broadcaster of Orlando over Brandon Kravitz next year, I don't know what I'm going to do. Can't believe it.
Why?
Jimmy, as much as I like Buffalo, Kansas City is just leaps and bounds better when it gets to the playoffs. Andy Reid and the defense that Spagnuolo puts up there, and then you throw Mahomes in on top of it. They've done it for the past 2 years. Just when you think they're down and out, they come out and they dominate. You know, they're going to do it again. I hate to say it.
Amen. Buffalo has had like the worst possible luck when it comes to making it to the big game. I mean, during the Jim Kelly years, 4 years in a row, did not win.
Think of that. 4 straight AFC championships.
Did not win the Super Bowl.
4 straight Super Bowls.
I mean, what are the chances they have a guy this good again, a football team this good again, this nails? And,
well, it took 40 years or 30 years to get there.
I think you would have to admit, if any time that the Bills could beat the Chiefs in a scenario in the playoffs, I mean, it would be this year. The Chiefs look weaker than they've looked in a while.
Correct.
And you would think that this would be the time. The Buffalo looks strong, and I agree. There's that weird thing. Mahomes has to win. I'm a giant fan of the Chiefs and love watching them play. I just think that, watching Buffalo play last night just seemed like a different football team. So I like mixing it up.
Yeah.
And Josh Allen is an incredible player.
And I think, and the first talk back comparing Angel, who won Best Sports Broadcaster, I think what he was trying to give Brandon his flowers on the job he does here. Giving us sports.
Yeah, sure. All right, man. Welcome back. I am Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well. Speaking of Jack.
Yes, sir.
What are you doing? What kind of questions do you have for Cyber Monday?
So there's
why would
a
you
lot.
ask me these things?
I don't like when deals pass me by.
Of course, I don't either.
And we have our annual holiday party tonight, so I have to
know.
do my shopping right now.
Okay, good.
So
I get your drink tickets, by the way, both of you guys. I get your drink tickets.
Oh, no, you don't.
Oh, yes, I do. I get your drink tickets.
No, you don't.
I do. I'll pull them out of your hand. That's fine.
It's just the way it is. So
Try.
Okay. So first question I have. Okay, daughter, she's not listening. Needs cookware.
Ooh.
All right. So
I know what you're going to say.
Holiday at Walmart.
No, nonstick or do I do like nonstick means it's Teflon, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, and Teflon is not necessarily good, right?
I don't use it anymore.
Right. Okay. So they have ceramic, but also stainless steel. I use stainless steel, and I like it.
It's the premier cooking surface.
Is it?
It is the premier cooking surface. The problem with stainless steel is this.
Stuff sticks, right?
People are afraid to get their pans hot before they cook. They don't understand the nature of how heat works with food. That is the number one problem with stainless steel. I could take your stainless steel pan and make it act like Teflon because you preheat it for 3 or 4 or 5 minutes before you use it. That's all you have to do. And then once you coat it with a little bit of oil, you can actually pour most of that oil out and just put a film in there. It's as nonstick as any Teflon you'll ever see ever. I only use stainless steel. Once I found out what Teflon was made of and the PAFs and how bad it was for you, I stopped using it. And look, it's really easy. And the funny thing is I see people like Gordon Ramsay's got that Hex grade or Hex plan or whatever that is. It's just, look, here's the thing. God bless him. He's making money. I all for him. God bless. But none of that matters. I mean, you don't need it to be in a shape. Teflon is an incredible product. It's going to be nonstick regardless of what shape it's in. Really what matters is the thickness of the pan and what it's made of. Right? You want a good wall to your pan. You want a nice thick bottom to hold the heat. That's why people love...
Most boys do love a thick bottom.
Well, people like cast iron because it holds heat, but cast iron can also burn. It's hard to control heat on cast iron, but it's great for searing. That's what it's made for, right? Gets super hot. Stainless steel does that, but it also has some nuance to it. It allows you to cook better with higher heat, and you should be cooking with a higher heat. One of the biggest problems that people make for flavor is they don't cook with high enough heat. But I like stainless steel. That's what I would prefer. The problem is it's the most expensive.
Oh, no, I'll find a deal.
Make sure
it may be thin.
Yeah. Make sure the frying pan parts of it have that nice thick bottom. That's the number one thing, okay? Because if you don't get that thick bottom to the frying pan, it can overheat and burn. You don't want that.
That's the problem. Okay.
You just want it to get nice and hot. But the pan, once you put the food in there, it reacts naturally. Most people, when you watch cooking shows, right, when you watch them, do you ever see professional chefs using Teflon?
No, that's a good point.
They don't.
Never see Teflon.
You never, ever, you're never going to see it in a professional kitchen. You will never, ever, ever see a piece of Teflon cookware in a professional kitchen.
Why?
For one thing, it gets beat up too fast and it's too expensive. And then secondly, really, if you know what you're doing, you don't need it. And it's expensive. And you chip that stuff off and pans end up, man, you get the S kicked out of you. And if you go to a restaurant with an open kitchen, like Italian restaurants do that because they cook a lot of those red sauce dishes very quickly, there's a stack of frying pans. And they're all the same thing. They're either that cast aluminum or stainless steel, and they've had the complete hell beat out of them.
So if you're buying cookware, all right, and obviously Jack is going to have a price point. So Williams-Sonoma.
Oh no, he's not going to
Williams-Sonoma.
I'm sorry, Cyber Monday.
But where is the best place to, or what kind of a store do you look for? Do you buy it at the grocery store?
But
do you buy it at Walmart or Target?
Well, you used to be able to go to Bed Bath & Beyond.
Well, you can't do that anymore, Jimmy.
Yeah. But you got to go online. But here's the number one thing: all you need is a large cooking pan or a large pot, right, for boiling water, making pasta. You need a saucepan, which is that one that's like maybe 2 quarts or whatever, and then you need a frying pan, right? Those are the three.
Okay.
That's really all you need. Your three, and that's going to cost you though. So I'm going to tell you straight up, that's going to cost you. And your frying pan,
like what?
Well, I mean,
$150 for all 3 pieces
for an okay set. I mean, for a nice set, it's going to be more like $350 to $500.
Yeah, that's not happening. I have one here for $33.99.
That's not going to be good. That's not going to work. It's going to burn.
You're going to burn.
Yeah, by the way, I was at a thrift store the other day looking for something. I saw a Guy Fieri, and it doesn't really matter who that name is. That's all. That's it. Most of them are made by the same company. They just etch whatever endorser it is, whether it be Emerald or Guy Fieri. It doesn't really matter.
Right.
And it was a Guy Fieri, one of those really big, high-sided stainless steel frying pans, and that thing would have been $280 from the store, and it was $19.
Oh, well.
All day long. That's where I go. I mean, I got to tell you, I mean, I know it's not very nuanced, but I mean, you can go to thrift stores and find really good cookware for nothing all the time because people don't put value in it. They don't look at it like it's a golf club or a piece of electronics. It's a cook, it's pots and pans. Who cares? But some of that stuff is very valuable, and some of it's really good. Got to find it though. All right.
Okay. Sorry.
No, good.
So JCPenney has a Calphalon 10-piece set for $150.
That's not bad. Calphalon's not bad. It's just what you get. And you got to remember, the lid is a piece.
Right.
So if you get a pot with a lid, that's 2 pieces.
Yeah.
2 pots with 2 lids.
I'm onto that game.
It's 4 pieces. So you don't really need lids for your frying pans per se. You can if you're braising, you need a lid, but most people don't do that.
I was going to say, what's braising?
You're just cooking in the oven on heat with a little bit of water in there, and it really is just a way to make tough cuts tender. But if you're not doing any of that, you don't need any of it. You need a small pot, larger pot, big pot for cooking pasta and frying pan. That's it.
You had me at pot.
Before I ask you another shopping question, you have one more on. Yeah,
I got one up here.
Yeah.
Hey, Jessica, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
Hey, Jim. Hi, Jack. Hi, Deb.
Hey.
Love you.
Thank you.
Merry, I guess, Christmas, because we're past Thanksgiving already.
Okay, Merry Christmas.
So I just wanted to ask Jim what his opinion is on the Hess Fund from Gordon Ramsay.
Okay, so... Okay, look, it's going to be very popular because Gordon Ramsay's very popular. But like I just said, I'm going to give you a heads up. If you're spending money on that because it's Gordon Ramsay, you can bet your ass you're spending 30% more than you have to for cookware that's just as good.
And I don't want to spend that extra whatever percent. I just want something that's not coated. I just want something that will cook the meat or the vegetables properly and not stick or whatever.
Yeah,
I'm over it with the ceramic.
Right. Yeah. If you don't cook a lot, I'm telling you, if you don't cook a lot, don't bother with the stainless steel. You're not gonna. It's gonna be a pain in the ass for you, especially the frying pans. Just go. You don't have to have that hex clad stuff. That's just a marketing gimmick. Calphalon makes a very good Teflon set that you can get at Target. That is just as good as anything out there. It really is. I mean, you just want it to have some weight. That's the number one thing is you want the walls of the cookware to have some width or some girth so it holds the heat. Because the thinner it is, the faster it's going to burn.
Now you're pro Teflon?
Yeah.
No, I'm not pro Teflon.
Sadly, I'm not pro Teflon because we've had probably 4 sets of different high-end Teflon, and they just chip away and
then it's no good.
They're garbage.
Yeah,
so
and that's
what I'm asking you.
Right, and that's what's going to happen. The other thing, too, when you put some of that stuff in the dishwasher, which a lot of people do. Thanks for your call, Jess. I appreciate it. When you put a lot of that stuff in the dishwasher, it ruins it. It turns colors. It's really not built for that.
Well, I think the most important thing is what we've learned what Teflon is made of.
Yeah.
That it leaches into your food and that at higher heats, does that mean even more leaching into your food?
It does. You do not want to burn. You don't want to burn Teflon.
So you want to stay away from it completely.
And the stainless steel we've had for years, I mean, you scrub that clean and it looks brand new.
Just get it hot.
With a lot more dents.
That's the number one thing. Just get it hot. Yeah. So I'll do this last thing because I know the cooking stuff is boring for people.
No, it's not.
Okay, so if
I'm
you have
waiting for your one sheet pan ideas.
If you have a stainless steel frying pan and you want to cook, like people are like, oh, you can't cook eggs or you can't cook chicken or anything like that because it sticks. Put the pan on the heat and turn it up to medium high. So if you have an electric stove, that's like 6 or 7, and if you have gas, equal to that. So go all the way up and then back it about a third of a quarter of a turn or whatever, right? Get your pan hot, dip your fingers in water, and then spray water in the pan. If the bubbles dance around the pan, add a little bit of oil to your pan, wait 30 more seconds, pour the excess oil out of the pan. You don't have to put that much at all. Just kind of swirl it around so it's covered, and you're ready to go. Put your chicken in or your protein in, and then don't move it for a minute. Because what you're wanting to do is you want that Maillard effect to happen. So the pan will release the food. Because what happens is, as it's cooking, it's creating that crust, right? That crust is the release. So when you put the chicken in or the beef or whatever, if you try to move it immediately, it's going to stick. You're going to go, oh, see, I told you it's stuck. But it won't, though. If you let it cook for 30 seconds or a minute, it's not going to burn because the pan, the cold food takes the heat away from the pan. The other thing, too, is you're cooking chicken and you have one side. Don't cook it in the dead center of the pan. Cook it on one side of the pan so that when you flip it over, the other side of the pan is still hot.
Oh.
That way you don't have flipping it into a cold part of the pan so that you've already used to cook. That's the number one thing. If you watch, most pros will cook on one side of the pan, so when they turn it over, the other side of the pan is still searing hot, and you can get the same action from your food. Simple thing. All right, back in a sec.
Damn.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Traffic is a bit slow on I-4 this afternoon, east and westbound between 192 and the 429. Looking at activity now northbound on Florida's Turnpike. That's blocking the right lane near County Road 561, causing heavy stop-and-go delays back from Mineola and Hancock Road. Still seeing delays from the earlier crash that was westbound on Colonial at Rouse Road. If you see traffic problems, make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Rasmussen University.
At Rasmussen University, we offer a full suite of nursing programs from pre-licensure to doctoral, online and on campus. Programs vary by campus. Learn more at rasmussen.edu/Florida.
Look, man, usually in Central Florida, when you're talking about your AC company, you're trying to keep nice and cool. But the problem is it's a little bit warm out there, a little bit chilly out there right now. So you want to make sure your house stays nice and warm inside. Well, if you have a heat pump or anything like that, the guys over at Mills Air can take care of that for you as well. And it's important to make sure that your systems are ready to go when we get some of this severe weather. Not too severe, but it's going to be a little cold. You want to make sure you stay nice and toasty at home. They have 30 years of experience in doing that here in Central Florida, and their techs are awesome. I say this all the time for a reason, because sometimes when you have vendors that come to your house to do the work, it can be a little creepy. You feel uncomfortable. You'll never feel that way with one of these guys. They are so good at what they do, and they're Carrier Factory Authorized dealers. That means up to $1,275 in rebates towards that brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier and always turn to Mills Air. These guys are family owned and operated and ready to help you right now. It's 407-277-1159. Online, millsair.com.
Cento Family Moving and Storage is Central Florida's trusted source for local and long-distance moving. From packing to delivery, Cento Moving is fully licensed and insured to provide you a seamless moving experience so you can enjoy your new home in no time. Get a quote today at centomoving.com. Forget the stress, move with the best.
Oh, boy. Jim Colbert Show question of the day is live right now in the YouTube chat for the show. Search that out, won't you? Answer the poll. We'll talk about it later. Today, it's brought to you by WeAreNotTheBanks.com. That is where you hook up with my buddy Brad Siebert, a mortgage lender. This is what he does. This is what he did for me when it came time to doing a refinance on my current home. Did that many years ago, I think about 9 years ago, getting closer to the end of this loan, and he put me in a great position because of my decision to go to wearenotthebanks.com back then for my refi. Fast, easy, and I got a great rate. But it's more than just refis. If you are looking for a new home, if you are moving, and now is the time, whether you want to finish out this year or start the next year, 2025, in a new home, you need a mortgage, wearenotthebanks.com is where you go to get started. Deals with all types of buyers, has all different types of loan programs, VA loans, conventional loans, jumbo loans of all sizes. For all your mortgage needs, again, this is the website, wearenotthebanks.com. Get started today. NMLS ID number 66247, equal housing opportunity.
Hey, it's Sisney. And for the past 6 years, look, I've been either pregnant or in postpartum. But before that, I was diagnosed with PCOS. And if you know, you know. I mean, my battle with weight loss has been just that, a battle. And I'll admit, I didn't really want to necessarily share this journey with you, but the benefits and the positive change that I've seen in myself are just too good to gatekeep. Feeling good is most important when it comes to losing weight. And now you get to utilize science. That's why I'm so grateful for Future Health. They give millions of people affordable access to weight loss meds for less than $3 a day. Just take their quick 3-minute survey. From there, if approved by a clinician, you'll get prescribed and get the meds delivered to your door within 24 hours. You'll also have access to qualified doctors that know GLP-1s, plus the support from over 6,000 physicians and licensed pharmacies nationwide. Find out if weight loss meds are right for you in just 3 minutes at tryfh.com. That's tryfh.com. Again, that's tryfh.com. Future Health is not a healthcare services provider. Meds are prescribed at provider's discretion. Results may vary. Sponsored by Future Health.
Mornings. Nope, not my thing. But when I imagine a McDonald's breakfast in my hands, suddenly the snooze button is out of the picture. Now for a limited time, the 2 for $5 mix and match breakfast deal includes the sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles, egg McMuffin, or the sausage McMuffin with egg. It's like a fist bump for breakfast that says, you've got this. It's time to gear up and seize the day. The breakfast hype is real. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Limited time only. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price.
What's better than air conditioning? A portable air conditioner you can take anywhere. Enter McDonald's. Their drinks always cool me down, so I call them Air Cup-ditioners. Air Cup-ditioners come in all my favorites, like classic Coke, Sprite, Fanta, and of course, Southern-style sweet tea. And they're incredibly cost-effective. Any size is just $1.59 all day. Air drinks. And they're drinks from McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Coca-Cola, Fanta, and Sprite are registered trademarks of the Coca-Cola Company.
Get up to a 30% upfront bonus to use for your retirement income, or up to 12% per year to help grow your retirement income. Whether you're in retirement or will be retiring within 10 years, Trajan Wealth can offer some of the highest guarantees in the business. I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, and I know no one wants to work forever. We all need to retire someday, and I know you've worked hard for your money. So now is the time to guarantee it. Take advantage of up to a 30% upfront bonus for your retirement income, or up to 12% per year for retirement income. Don't woulda, shoulda, coulda. Get up to a 30% bonus just for opening an account, or up to 12% per year for retirement income. Don't leave your retirement to chance. Retire the right way, the Trajan way, with Trajan Wealth. 407-213-0000. 407-213-0000.
Annuity guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. DBA in most states as Trajan Wealth Insurance Solutions.
GMC Sierra trucks in stock now at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show. Unless you're watching us talk, then you're likely on YouTube. At Jim Colbert Show on YouTube. Subscribe today.
Good afternoon, morning, Colbert Carew. All right, happy to hear everyone back from the break. Hope everyone had a great time. But yeah, Jimmy, I'm with you on that guy. He was just kind of being a jerk. I mean, look, it's fun to rag on you and some of your more ridiculous takes on things, but when you're showing that you're genuinely interested and you've been talking so proudly of Orlando City and all of their people and their stadium, that guy just needs to shut up. Big T out.
Boom! Get him, T.
Yeah. Put double-sided tape on the couch where the cat is peeing. They hate that so much.
Really?
I did that with my cat, And once I took the tape off, she still doesn't go onto the couch.
Wow.
Our house is a very, very, very fine house with 3 cats on the couch. Life used to be so simple, and everything is easy because of
Larry,
you, Tabby.
Just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Is it a bitch or a male?
All right. 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Welcome back. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Bitch is either for myself or a female dog. Don't make that mistake again, Larry.
Jack is here as well.
Yeah, I only heard the first half of that before. I'm like, okay, we got to go.
Hey, I saw something on this online this weekend. I want to ask you guys real quick, okay? And this is gonna be a surprise question, real fast.
Let's go.
First thing comes to your mind.
Oh boy.
When you look at me, what color do you think of?
Green.
When you look at me, what color do you think of?
White.
When you look at Deb, what color do you think of?
Brown.
When you look at Jack, what color do you think of?
White.
When I look at you, I think of pink. And when I think of Jack, I thought of purple. And I don't know why, but I saw this thing online this weekend, and and it tells you what those things mean when you see somebody and you automatically think of a color when you see them.
Really?
I never even heard of this before, but it says that how you see people is
I don't think I've ever seen colors when I've looked at you guys.
Well, you don't really
said white for both of us.
Yeah, but
red.
You don't really think about it. But I mean, that's the number one thing.
I was hoping for blue.
But they're really,
blue actually is the first thing that came to mind because it reminds me of your eyes.
Okay,
Thank you.
Okay, so I said what color for Jack?
Purple.
Okay,
which is my color.
I like purple as well.
So when you go to, and you're right, it is your color, but it was
in my
weird.
hair?
I didn't see you in as purple. I saw you as pink for some reason.
My mom has been trying to get me to wear pink since I was 13. You're not going to succeed.
And I said brown for Deb because I always imagine her as being a UPS worker.
Oh, yeah, that's funny. Well, the funny thing is all these colors like supposedly have like a meaning for your personality. Like when you see somebody and you think of a color, that color is supposed to be representative of something with their personality that kind of reminds you of that color. So purple, right? The good things about purple are wisdom, luxury, wealth, spirituality, imaginative, and sophistication.
Royalty as well. That's why,
right?
It was the color reserved for kings.
Now, the negative parts of purple are introversion, decadence, suppression, inferiority, extravagance, and moodiness.
Okay,
now,
we've only got moodiness and suppression.
Yeah, I don't think Jack fits a lot of those for me, but when you
some, not all.
But when you go up to this other chart with purple, it says deep, creative, unconventional, compassion, respectable. I would think Jack falls into that line for sure. Now, for you, when I said pink, it means love, calm, respect, warmth, feminine, intuitive care, sensitive, and unconditional. And I think those things fit you as well.
All right.
And you guys said white for me, right?
Well, what's the bad parts of pink?
Yeah. What's the bad parts?
Yeah, exactly.
Let's talk about her bad pink parts.
Outrageousness. That's a show. That's a show name. And I'm going to go ahead and take off.
I like driving Mr. Daisy.
I like driving Mr. Daisy too.
How do you pass up bad pink parts for driving Mr. Daisy? All right. The negative for you is outrageousness, nonconformity. I think you got to fall into that.
Oh yeah.
Flippance.
I can.
Impulsiveness.
Oh yeah.
Eccentricity.
Have you met me?
Man, I don't even know what that would. Ephemeranous. Ephemeranous. I've never even heard of that word before.
Jack?
EPHEMERAINSS. Never even heard of that word.
Wait, spell it again.
EPHEMERAINSS.
Ephemeris?
Ephemeranus or something like ephemeranus.
Okay, let me.
Shut up, Jack. Shut up, Jack. Shut up, Jack. And then you guys, but what'd you say about me?
I said you're green.
Okay, green. Okay, we'll go with green here. The positives for green are health. Oh, God. Hope, freshness, nature, growth, and prosperity. Bad is boredom, stagnation, envy, blandness, enervation, or sickness. So Jack hit me with the worst one out there. Deb,
nailed it.
Deb, you said that we both were white, right?
Yeah.
Noting the obvious, we could not be more white. We can't even high five. We can't figure it out. Jack dances like a Republican, even though he's not.
This is true.
I do too. White means, for the positive side, clean, clarity, purity, simplicity, sophistication, and freshness. For negative, for white, is sterility, coldness, unfriendliness, Utism. Don't know what that means. Isolation and emptiness.
Oh, damn.
You nailed it, Deb. Damn.
I called you both white, Jack.
Oh, wait a minute.
I think both of you guys.
That's right.
I picked the worst one for Jack, and both of you picked the worst one for both of Jack and I. How does this work out? I thought this was going to be fun.
Well, I just picked white because I don't
fun.
see a color. I never associated a color with your personality, which is interesting.
Yeah. But that's like it's making the rounds on social right now.
Yeah.
And it says, if your friend is, it's all these dumbass girls doing stupid stuff like these teenagers. But I watch it. I don't know why. Bored.
I think I have an idea.
and it was just funny when I saw it. I was like, I wonder what color Jack thinks I am. That was the one I was really worried about the most.
Really?
Yeah. And
See, Jack.
And so someone said, I don't know. You said fast, so I didn't think about it. I just. What color first came into my head, right? So green. But someone texted red, and because red has that rage, and you can demonstrate that rage at times.
Well, red has power, passion, energy, fearlessness, strength, and excitement. All right, but the negative side is it just says Jim. It's anger, danger, warning, defiance, aggression, and pain.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't use that to describe either one of you.
That's not. That's just reading me a tattoo. I was reading my palm tat. It is. And what do you think is the most desirable color out of this? The one that has the most positive attributes.
Blue.
Blue is a damn good one. Trust, loyalty, dependability, security, serenity. And the negativeness is coldness, aloofness, emotionless, unfriendliness, uncaring, unappetizing. So blue's got the biggest swing between the two.
Yeah, it sounds like
I'll take it.
Yeah. Brown was one. When I saw the brown, I was like, man, what could brown mean?
That's what I call for Deb.
That's what Jack said he sees when he sees me. He sees brown.
Seriousness, warmth, earthiness, reliability, support, authenticity. Those are the positives.
Thank you,
nailed
Jack.
it. I nailed it. Oh, you got the negs?
Negatives are
Don't look at me.
Raging bitch you can't drive.
Over as many people as she wishes. You forgot the last part of that sentence.
It says humorlessness.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Heaviness.
Yeah.
Unsophisticated. You're not that. Sadness.
Oh.
Dirtiness.
Come on now.
They don't really display. I mean, they could.
They don't need to.
You don't bathe.
My dirty pink parts.
And here's conservativeness, which is weird. I mean, you're the last thing. I mean, I don't know if that's even what they're trying to say. It's a political conservative. But that's not what you are. I don't think that but you are a conservative person.
Yes. Well, and that's why I'm NPA, right? Because there's parts of me that are very conservative, military, law enforcement. Right. And then, but I think like conservative, like, think about it. You guys have worked with me for 6 years, by the way. Congratulations on today's anniversary.
Oh, yeah. For people who didn't know, today is on the day, 6 years since we've been a full-time show.
And you've seen me in shorts, I think, twice. You saw me.
Oh, that's no. Yeah. Well, pickleball, and then you were just at Suds Pups.
And then you forced her to dress up as a French maid. HR still has an open pending case.
Still got those pictures. They work.
It's okay. I only cried in the shower. No,
that's fine.
You saw me at one of the Margaritaville. I wore shorts one time. I think this last time.
Yeah.
I wore shorts then. I wore shorts.
Suds Pups.
At Suds Pups for 2 years in a row.
You have great legs. I don't know why you freak out about it.
I just, because I'm not.
You have great legs.
I'm the girl who wore the T-shirt over her swimsuit when I was a teenager. So
lame.
I nailed it with the color game.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, yeah. And the one I thought was the most interesting was yellow.
Really?
Oh, what is yellow?
It just means
sunny, happy.
Charlie Brown.
Pee-pee couch. Optimism.
Just a picture of a cat.
Optimism, warmth, happiness, creativity, intellect, extroversion. On the negative side, irrationality, fear, caution, anxiety, frustration, cowardice.
Wow.
Yeah. There you go. I just saw this online. I thought it was kind of funny.
It is funny.
Yeah, it's interesting, right?
But we did have a listener amend the show title, Jack. They said it should be Driving Mr. Daisy Crazy because that's what you two both do to poor Jim.
Oh, yeah. You do drive me crazy. Sons of bitches. You know what didn't drive me crazy? I had that Primrose hot dog this weekend. Let me tell you something, dude. Let me tell you something real quick about Primrose Lanes. It's the first time I've been there, right? I went there one time before, but it was so crowded I didn't go in.
This is the old, was it Colonial Lanes?
Yeah.
It was the old
name,
Colonial
and,
Lanes, right,
and they bought it, and they kept some of the bowling alleys, but then they kind of made this cool retro-looking bar and restaurant.
It's in a legend part of town, by the way. I mean, the hippest part of Orlando is that area there going down to 1792 and over to the Virginia area there. But I'd never had a chance to go in, and my kids took me out for my impending birthday because
That's right.
one of them left to go out of the country today, so she wasn't going to be here on Wednesday. So we went down to Primrose Lanes and threw a couple games and had that hot dog. And the funny thing is, I actually thought it was going to be bigger than it was. So when they brought the damn thing out, and I was like, oh, that's good. That's manageable. Like the last thing, I hate leaving food on the plate. But, man, let me tell you something. I'll give you a little heads up. Hot dog was great, no question. They have shoestring fries, big fan. All right?
You missed one of the best things that Jack and I have had there. Now you have to go back and try
Which is what?
The old-fashioned.
Dude.
Oh, I didn't have an old-fashioned there. You're right, I
You
didn't.
got it. I mean,
It was good, right, Deb?
Yes, you think the hot dog was good.
We were-
We'll have an old-fashioned.
We were drinking buckets that day, so we never made it to the cocktails.
Fair enough.
But let me tell you, man, their spinach dip, they serve them with kettle chips that they make in-house, which are these thick-cut potato chips.
Hell yeah.
Bro, let me tell you. I've had a number of spinach dips in my life. This one was one of top 3 of all time because they put a little lemon in it, which is weird because usually when you eat that spinach artichoke thing, it's gummy. It's like a gummy, sloppy, kind of gloppy thing. It's delicious, don't get me wrong, but there's no brightness in it, right? They add a little bit of lemon. They may even actually just put a couple drops on top. It is next level, dude. Next level. So good. We had such a good time.
Oh, that's good.
We had a lot of fun. What a great little place. I only have 8 lanes.
Yeah.
And all the tables are made from the old lanes. Did you see that?
Oh, yeah.
The tabletops that you enjoy, if you look at them, those are the other old lanes.
I can't say I noticed it.
Yeah.
Cool.
They have a bunch of really kind of cool little Easter eggs.
Oh,
in
yeah.
there when you look around, that is basically the history of the city of Orlando.
And they repurposed a lot. So instead of getting rid of what had been Colonial Lanes, they just found a way to repurpose it, turn it into a bar top or a tabletop. And,
it was so good.
Like you said, the Easter eggs that you go in there.
It was so nice. They had plenty of little bars to sit in. It's not just like this one big thing. There's an area where you can sit down at a table. There's a long bar there. There's a bar off to the side. There's a little nook area around. There's a giant screen TV. It was great, man. And this is not even an ad for Primrose. It was just the first time I went. It was a good time. That hot dog, man. I got rid of that hot dog in a hurry, dude.
Really?
Hey, real quick, since it is Cyber Monday, here's a deal you can take advantage of. I actually did this on Black Friday, but we encourage you to maybe do some shopping for someone else. It's the Real Radio Bike Drive, and it's hosted by the News Junkie this year, and that's coming up on December 12th. Right? It's a week from Thursday, and it's going to be a live broadcast from Inter & Co Stadium, the soccer stadium,
cool.
where you can drop off your bikes between 11 and 3 p.m., and they're going for the Holden Heights and Paramore Kid Zones in that area, helping kids this time of year with new bikes. But we want you to drop off your bike on December 12th. I mention this now is because you could get some great deals and have a bike delivered to your house.
Oh, yeah.
I did it Black Friday, and the bike showed up yesterday. And I got it. I got mine at Walmart.com, and it saved $30 off the bike.
Really?
Because of a Black Friday deal.
Wow.
So check out Cyber Mondays if you can. Get a kid's bike. Maybe put it together and then bring it to the News Junkie Bike Drive happening December 12th. At Inter & Co Stadium. It's sponsored by Just Call Mo, Orlando's injury attorney. And if you want any of the details about it, you go to realradio.fm/bike. The details are up there, but I wanted to put that out there because Cyber Monday runs until midnight. So if you're shopping, it's just an idea to do something good and also maybe save a little money.
There you go. Good job.
And just throw in a bike helmet.
Yeah. A little helmet there. Really works.
Little helmet.
Yeah.
Protect the melon.
All right, I'll get a bike helmet.
All right, 407-916-1041. Let's take a little break. Load them up for trivia. We'll do that next.
Real Radio is the News Junkie.
He said, I had a Diet Mountain Dew yesterday. He drinks Diet Mountain Dew as an adult, and I'm so sorry. Some of you are sipping on it right now, and you're going to be so pissed at me, but that's loser-aid, man. You got to grow up.
The News Junkie. Weekdays at 11 on Real Radio 104.1.
This is Doug Gottlieb. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by MD Now.
Week 13 of the NFL season wraps up tonight with an AFC showdown between the Broncos and Browns in the Mile High City. With 3 wins under their belt, the Seahawks will try to put some distance on Arizona in the NFC West when they visit the Cardinals this week. The Kraken begin a 4-game road trip tomorrow night against Carolina. Seattle was unable to overcome a slow start in Saturday's loss to San Jose. I'm Seth Evans.
Coming down with something and don't know what it is? Know now at MD Now. Their physician-led team can test for, diagnose, and treat a variety of illnesses. Just walk in or use their convenient web check-in. Visit mdnow.com and get back to better.
Hey guys, Jim Colbert here with my friends over at the Filatowski Eye Institute. If you ask anybody who's experienced LASIK surgery, they'll tell you right off rip, it is the best decision they ever made. The only problem they usually say they had is they should have done it way before they did. That's exactly what my father-in-law said. He got his done in his late 50s. He should have done it in his 40s. Wore glasses his entire life, contacts his entire life. What a hindrance. What a bummer. And if you experience that same thing, now is the time to make the move, and here's why. Because the Filatowski Eye Institute is now offering free LASIK consultations. That's where you sit in their chair, and they tell you exactly where your eyesight is now and how they can make it 20/20 and do that in just a few minutes. Just text 1041 to 868686 and start your journey to better vision with the Filatowski Eye Institute. 65,000 LASIK procedures using the best state-of-the-art tech always gets you the best results every time. And if finances is a worry, don't stress. They have 24-month interest-free financing waiting for you right now. Just text 1041 to 868686. That way you can schedule your free LASIK consultation at the Filatowski Eye Institute. Your path to better vision begins right now.
A noisy garage door is a cry for help that often requires only simple maintenance. However, if left untreated, could lead to costly repairs. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello from A1 Garage Door Service. Don't wait until a simple garage door repair becomes a major problem. If your garage door is noisy, if bugs are getting in, or if it struggles to open, your garage door is in need of repair. From simple repairs to upgrades, it's A1 from day one. We fix garage doors fast and with quality parts designed to last a lifetime. Our springs, rollers, and openers are tested by running them up and down, open and closed all day, 24/7, so you can feel confident with every A1 garage door repair. Replacing the bottom rubber on your garage door can have a huge impact on the number of bugs you see in your garage and in your home. Keep those creepy crawlers outside by calling A1 Garage Door Service today and receive the best service, best parts, and best warranty in the industry.
A1Garage.com. A1 from day one.
Call today and take advantage of our $29.95 tune-up special.
Jay, why is auto insurance so expensive? I need to get insured, but I need a better solution.
Vic, you should call Acceptance. Acceptance had better rates, better options, and better customer service than my previous company. Acceptance was just better. They did all the work comparing different plans and found me the best payment options that fit my budget.
Really? Do you have their number?
800-606-7049. 800-606-7049.
Why pay more? Acceptance Insurance has offices in your neighborhood, and one call to Acceptance could save you up to 30% on your car insurance. 800-606-7049. Let Acceptance work better for you. 800-606-7049. 800-606-7049. Acceptance Insurance. We shop, you save. Restrictions apply based on a Q1 2024 study of Acceptance Insurance customers who reported saving when they switched. License number L012994.
Proud to be a donation site for Toys for Tots.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Mommy, want to play a game with me and Dad?
Mommy's not feeling good.
You need to vaporize that cold.
Vaporize?
Yeah, with Dayquil VapoCool. It's Dayquil plus a rush of Vicks vapors.
Whoa.
Come on, honey. Let's let Mommy rest.
You guys are amazing. And so is Dayquil VapoCool.
Dayquil VapoCool, the vaporizing daytime coughing, aching, fever, power through your day medicine. And to vaporize sore throat pain, try Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
iHeartRadio is your #1 app for the holidays. Just open the app and search Holiday and start listening to Magic 107.7, plus all kinds of other holiday stations, playlists, and podcasts. iHeartRadio, free, never sounded so good.
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second. If your identity's stolen, their U.S.-based restoration specialists will fix it guaranteed or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code CLAY. Visit LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Divorce? Call Trinley and Kramer, TK Law, onefirmforlife.com.
This is the Jim Colbert Show. Also available on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. Just search the Jim Colbert Show.
This is Mike Buzzer Larson here. Oh gosh, Jimmy, an 18-wheeler loaded with Vapo Rub overturned on I-4. Wow! Ironically, there was no congestion for 8 hours. Watch out, give me the buzzer!
I can't say that I don't miss it, Mike. Good job, buddy.
Yeah, that was awesome.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show. I am the Jim part. There is the Deb part.
Hello.
And Jack has the Jackie sack.
Oh, yeah, with the dirty pink parts. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. 2 prizes in the Jackie sack today. But first, before I let you know what's in, I have to make sure everyone's ready.
I'm ready.
All aboard.
Chugga chugga.
Choo-choo.
Clickety-clack, clickety-clack.
Thank you. Thank you, Deborah.
You're welcome.
Here we go. All right, you have a choice of prizes. There's a comedian coming to town, legendary.
Oh, so legend.
And it's this Friday night. It's a pair of tickets to see Brian Regan at the Dr. Phillips Center. That's December 6th. Tickets are available at drphillipscenter.org if you want to go, or maybe you win them right now for this Friday, Brian Regan, comedian. The other prize is the following week on a Saturday, a pair of tickets to see Trans-Siberian Orchestra, the Lost Christmas Eve tour. What a fantastic way to really elevate your holiday season with some heavy metal Christmas.
Yeah.
2 shows at the Kia Center on December 14th, matinee and an evening, and it's always so much fun. Those are the choices in the Jackie Sack, which is brought to you by
Cento Family Moving and Storage. Go local. Support a family-owned and operated Orlando moving and storage company. Keep it local by mentioning the Jim Colbert Show. And that pink part of a man is going to get you a discount.
Easy.
Book them today at CentoMoving.com. That's C-E-N-T-O. Moving.com. Quick clickety-clack. Back to you.
Thank you, Deb.
Sure.
Who goes first today?
His name is Howie.
Howie, right up top.
Howie.
Howie, how you doing, buddy?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing great. Would you like to play a little game with us?
Absolutely.
All right, buddy. Let's do it.
Is he the puzzle master? Or is he the guy who's currently writing today's game?
Yeah.
Maybe both. Let's find out. It's time for JCS Trivia.
Remember, it's funny because it's true.
Right.
All right, Howie, got an easy game for you. There is one question, 4 answers. One of these answers is untrue. It's a lie, buddy. But if you can sniff that out, I'll send you over to the Jackie Sack where some cool stuff awaits. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go, buddy. On this day in 1981, singer, dancer, was the queen of the world from 1999 to 2005.
Did you say in 1991?
Yeah, 81. Born in
Britney
81.
Spears.
Britney Spears is the answer.
Hey, Jack.
The 99 did it.
During her career, she was the princess of pop. She'll F you up with an umbrella. It is Britney Spears' birthday on this day. She is how old today?
Oh.
Get ready to get hurt.
40?
42 today.
No.
42 years old. Old.
No.
Actually, 43 today.
No.
That's right.
I had to unfollow her on Instagram.
All right, buddy. Here are 3 fun
Sure
facts
you
about
did.
Britney and 1 lie, bitch. All right. All right, buddy, here we go. We're talking about Britney Spears. Which one of these is untrue? Number 1, at 18 years old, Britney Spears became the youngest person to ever host and be the musical guest of SNL, Saturday Night Live. Number 2, she wanted her career to sound more like Alanis Morissette than she does now. Number 3, her name is an anagram of the word Presbyterians. Or lastly, her first television role was in 1993. She played a girl in a barbecue sauce commercial. Which of those is a lie?
The fourth one.
No, that's true, buddy. Her first television role in 1993 was a girl in a barbecue sauce commercial for a local barbecue sauce in Louisiana.
Oh, wow.
There you go. Who's next, buddy?
That would be Patricia.
Patricia right there on line deuce. Patricia, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. We're talking about Britney Spears. Which one of these is untrue? Number one, at 18, Britney became the youngest person to ever host and be the musical guest of Saturday Night Live. Number two, she wanted her career and sound to be more like Alanis Morissette. Or lastly, her name is an anagram of the word Presbyterians.
I'm going to say Alanis Morissette.
That's it. You're the winner. Hey, out of curiosity, though, she really didn't want to be a pop princess. She did want to be a little bit more substantive. What artist do you think she really wanted to be more like?
Oh, God.
From that era.
Madonna?
No, that's a great guess. Sheryl Crow.
Oh, wow.
She actually had a vision of being more like a singer-songwriter like Sheryl Crow than a dancing pop princess. That's what she really wanted. But you're a winner. Patricia, I'm going to put you on hold.
Congratulations.
And enjoy your free tickets to whatever you choose. I highly suggest Brian Regan. He is unbelievably funny.
Yeah, I'm going to say record producers were like, yeah, no, we're going to stick with Baby, I Did It One More Time.
That's exactly what happened. I mean, she went to him and she said, I want to be Sheryl Crow. They're like, no.
Right.
How about you be dancing 18-year-old in a skin-tight red suit, and then we'll go from there. And, of course, I think I in the SoundScan era of Nielsen ratings, she's the only female artist to have her first 4 albums go to number 1.
Wow.
Not Taylor Swift, not Shania Twain, not Stevie Nicks, not Beyonce, none of those powerhouses, not Mariah Carey. Britney Spears, her first 4 albums went to number 1, and in the SoundScan era, she's the only female to ever do it. She was the youngest person to ever host and be the musical performer on Saturday Night Live, and her name is an anagram of the word Presbyterians.
I knew that had to be
true. Yeah,
it was too weird to not be true.
A couple other things you may not know about Britney here on her 43rd birthday. Britney was offered roles in TV shows from the 90s. She turned them all down. Freaks and Geeks, Dawson's Creek, and Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Oh, damn.
She has some interesting aliases when she checks into hotels. Miss Diana Prince, Chastity Montgomery, a lot of warm heart, or Miss Abracadabra. She just wanted to confirm she's nuts.
Right, exactly. You're done.
She is not a natural blonde. She is a natural
brunette.
She's a natural brunette.
Oh, so the curtains don't match the carpet.
They do not.
Interesting.
Funny you should mention that. And then lastly here, Shonda Rhimes, who wrote Britney Spears' movie Crossroads. Remember she made that movie Crossroads?
I don't, but I'm surprised Shonda Rhimes was involved in it.
In 2002, she wrote the movie Crossroads, which was basically about Britney and 2 of her friends from high school taking a cross a country trip after graduating. But if you don't know Shonda Rhimes, obviously you do. She created Grey's Anatomy and Scandal.
And I believe she is also the one behind Bridgerton Place.
Yeah, one
I'm
of those.
Correct?
Yeah, she's a powerhouse writer in Hollywood right now. And there you go, Britney Spears, 43 years old today.
Happy birthday!
That doesn't make me feel old at all. Not even a little bit. She's had a pretty amazing career, though. She was an understudy on Broadway at 10 years old.
Wow.
At 10 years old. And they were happy to get her because she was a powerhouse performer. She could sing and dance. She could remember her lines. Not a bad actress, the whole 9 yards. And just the pressure of being that famous that early and then having parents that really didn't give her the right support. Not like Taylor Swift's mom and dad when they, they're just kind of buttoned up business people who really don't care about the spotlight themselves.
No. But I mean, look at so many. I mean, it's such an old story, but Macaulay Culkin, Britney Spears.
Yeah.
So many of those child stars, you end up finding Justin Bieber. You end up finding out had a tragic start.
Oh, Dana Plato from the,
yes.
Was it Different Strokes? Yeah. I mean, a lot of those, even going back in the 70s. Here's the thing: it changed a lot. I think in the 90s when these kids started getting points on the shows, because back in the 50s and 60s when the Monsters first started and they would do the Comic-Cons, those people would come around and do interviews all the time, like Butch Patrick and the guys who played these kids in these 50s TV shows, My Three Sons and all that stuff. And you'd talk to them and they're like, "Look, man, when it was done." And we were older. Nobody wanted us when we were older. We were just child actors. They already had established actors. Very few people, like Ron Howard and a few others, made that jump to have a career in Hollywood. The rest of them just got put out to pasture. And he said that nobody got money. because they paid you for that episode. There was no points. There were no contracts like that.
There were no residuals.
To protect kids' rights. It wasn't like that. And even the actors from those days got screwed over. The studios took everything. And when you talk to those people, it is horrifying to learn that every household, if you went to every household in America, 60% of them will know who you are, and you can't afford a sandwich.
I know.
Crazy business, man. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Belgium has made a move on a group of workers. I'll tell you why that's unique next.
Why follow Real Radio on Instagram? Because we want to send you to see the Tampa Bay Bucks in an upcoming home game. Each week this NFL season, you have a chance to win tickets. Check our feed at Real Radio 1041 on Instagram.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center, best holiday selection, lowest prices.
Looking at heavy traffic for those traveling on I-4 tonight, east and westbound in the Orlando area as you travel by the major attractions exits. Major delays continue for those on the Turnpike. This is due to an earlier crash that was northbound, blocking the right lane near County Road 561. Still looking at heavy traffic northbound on the 429 due to a vehicle fire at West Road. If you see traffic problems, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by MountDora.com. It's the 31st annual Mount Dora Christmas Walk, Friday, December 6th. Free family street party in downtown Mount Dora, live music, shopping, and free Santa pictures at the 25-foot Christmas tree. 6 to 9 p.m. December 6th. Details at MountDora.com. Brought to you by Discover Lake, Advent Health, and Duke Energy.
Guys, let's get you that new bathroom you've been dreaming of all season long. It's time to make that move. Get that old one out, whether it be your master bath, whether it be your guest bath. It doesn't matter. These guys don't care. What they're going to replace it with is going to be amazing. Amazing products, amazing design, and amazing installation as well. Their catalog is full of cool stuff. Multiple choices of toilets and tubs and cabinetry and lighting and tiles. It's all right there from brands that you've known forever. And their installers get that old bathroom out and the new bathroom you help design in just 4 to 6 days. They do it with their employees. That means you see the same stab until it's done, and they give you a lifetime guarantee on the products and the install. And even better, if you mention the Jim Colbert Show, you're going to get $800 in upgrades for your brand new bathroom. Log on to the website and check out the before and afters, man. Some amazing stuff in there, and they can do that for you as well. Their showroom is super easy to find, 436 up in Altamont, right across from Kobe. When you go in, be sure to mention the Jim Colbert Show. Get that $800 in upgrades and enjoy your new bathroom from Rebath. Log on today and book your appointment. It's rebath.com.
Hey, it's Sisney. And for the past 6 years, look, I've been either pregnant or in postpartum. But before that, I was diagnosed with PCOS. And if you know, you know. I mean, my battle with weight loss has been just that, a battle. And I'll admit, I didn't really want to necessarily share this journey with you, but the benefits and the positive change that I've seen in myself are just too good to gatekeep. Feeling good is most important when it comes to losing weight. And now you get to utilize science. That's why I'm so grateful for Future Health. They give millions of people affordable access to weight loss meds for less than $3 a day. Just take their quick 3-minute survey. From there, if approved by a clinician, you'll get prescribed and get the meds delivered to your door within 24 hours. You'll also have access to qualified doctors that know GLP-1s, plus the support from over 6,000 physicians and licensed pharmacies nationwide. Find out if weight loss meds are right for you in just 3 minutes at tryfh.com. That's tryfh.com. Again, that's tryfh.com. Future Health is not a healthcare services provider. Meds are prescribed at provider's discretion. Results may vary. Sponsored by Future Health.
Remember that meal you made last Christmas? The one that everyone still talks about? The one with fresh from Florida sweet corn and sausage stuffing and strawberry parfait for dessert? Of course you do. That's because you're a member of the Fresh from Florida Club. You went to freshfromflorida.com, created a menu from your favorite recipe, and saved it as best Christmas dinner ever. This year, you'll go online, open up that menu, and bam! You've made that meal that everyone is talking about again. The Fresh from Florida Club. You're not just creating menus, you're creating memories.
This is car accident attorney Jeff Kaufman with the injury law firm of Kaufman Lynn. It's hot, you're tired, the guy in the car in front of you is texting. You want to be mad, but you just finished watching 4 cat videos your wife just sent you. If it makes you feel any better, the guy in the car behind you is mad too. So put down your damn phone. If you or someone you know is ever in a car, truck, or motorcycle accident, contact us at whenyouneedus.com or dial 407-500-JEFF. Offices, Orlando.
Cyber Monday and the legendary Lenovo savings are here. An incredible 68% off on some of the world's best PCs and accessories for gamers, small businesses, and students. But time is running out and you only have a few hours left. Visit Lenovo.com/deals and claim your Cyber Monday deals before it's gone. That's Lenovo.com/deals.
Lenovo. So this new dose is, nope, that's not it. The price is nowhere to be found.
Mr. Green? Hi, it's all good. We've got this.
This is not just help from a Walgreens pharmacist.
Oh, new prescriptions. Cool. Let me check to see if these are the lowest cost options covered by your Medicare plan.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
This is someone supporting you every step of the way. Chat with a pharmacist today to find help saving. This is the human kind of help. Walgreens.
This holiday season, shop local. Shop Graves RC Hobbies Orlando.
A noisy garage door is a cry for help that often requires only simple maintenance. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello from A1 Garage Door Service. Don't wait until a simple garage door repair becomes a major problem. Call A1 Garage Door Service today.
A1 from day one.
I'm Olivia. When I was injured in a car crash, I knew from listening to this station who I needed to call. I called attorney Glenn Klossman. I knew I had a super lawyer on my side. I was extremely happy with the results. I'm Olivia, and I highly recommend attorney Glenn Klossman, Office Winter Park.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because clients and character matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. This is the Jim Colbert Show. Also available on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. Just search The Jim Colbert Show.
What do you do, Colbert girl? You know, your favorite tea back from Rockies. I just drooled on my shirt.
Yeah, I heard it.
Anyway, seeing as I never win an MTV Music Award, I figured next best thing, buy a Lego set and build one. Now I look fancy.
What up, guys? Sport from Duval. Going back to the tip thing. Up here in Jacksonville, we have a local hamburger place. It's pretty good. Gets kind of busy. Saturday, me and my wife order 2 burgers, 2 fries, and 2 sweet teas. And we go through the drive-thru, and this sumbitch has the nerve to hand me an iPad asking for a tip at the drive-thru.
Yep.
Jimmy, I damn near drove off with a brand new iPad, man. That's how mad I was.
I don't get it.
Soul Man here.
All right, buddy.
So what you're saying is these colors are about as reliable as the astrological chart.
Yes. Well, I don't know. Maybe there's a little bit of something in the astrological chart. Eastern culture's been paying attention to it for millennia. So maybe there's a little something. I don't know. All right, 407-916-1041. Welcome back. I'm Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is her as well.
Yeah.
That's something I wanted to ask you guys. I totally forgot about it just right as we came on the air.
Okay, another Cyber Monday question for you then.
Okay, quickly.
Hypothetically, if you were going to buy an Apple Watch for a much beloved coworker,
okay,
would you opt for the GPS and cellular model from $799 up, or would you think it would be more appropriate for the basic Apple Watch Series 10 GPS at $399? Between the two, I would think the $399 would be more appropriate, right?
That's the version that just Bluetooth to your phone and doesn't actually get internet service on its own or whatever?
Correct. Yeah, it's another $100 for internet service with Bluetooth and cellular.
I thought you said $800 for one of those things.
That was his first price.
It is. Well, the
$800 for a watch?
That's the Ultra.
Yeah, but you could buy a pre-owned like Omega or Breitling or or something like that for that.
I can't play with that. What are we doing here, dude? That won't tell me my heart rate.
What we're buying is
Come on, man.
$800.
That won't tell me how many steps I took today.
Put your finger on bruh. I could buy you a Fitbit for like $40 for that, and then you could just have a regular watch.
Wait, so here's the question: if you do get him the Apple iWatch, does that make it official? You guys are An exclusive couple then?
Settle down and don't say anything that might discourage him here. So I'm saying the top of the line.
Is this what I'm going to get? The full court press
The top
until
of the
Christmas?
The top of the line is $800. That's too much.
Yeah.
That's too much.
Thanks, Jack. I appreciate that.
Is that reverse psychology, Jack? That's too much.
Even the Apple Watch Series 10 with cellular is $499.
Yeah.
I'm like, with tax, that's well over $500.
Jack is doing what I used to call ask 5 friends if they can spend the night and then tell Mom, well, how about only one?
Yeah.
And that's the only one you really wanted to begin with.
I'm saying just the GPS version of $399 seems reasonable.
Seems reasonable, doesn't it?
Seems reasonable.
With taxes, that comes under the 500 threshold.
Yeah.
Boom.
No,
And I won't even make you get me anything else.
Oh, you're so sweet.
Oh my gosh, you guys.
Did you have any idea what you want, by the way?
No.
Well, I need help.
I know.
Because I'm not buying you guys anything without help. And I need.
Do you need a link?
And let me tell you something else. You know what? We'll talk about this. I can talk about. I'll talk about the Belgian story some other time. I don't care. All right, because here's the thing.
You need to work on that microphone.
I know.
Dude.
I mean,
it's
this
the
thing
age
needs,
thing. It just catches up like all of a sudden.
This
It
mic
worked
needs
1 minute.
This mic needs a blue chew. Okay, listen.
What?
Here,
You be nice because you've got a choice birthday gift.
But listen, stop for a second because I think this is a real deal situation. Right? Buying a gift for a woman that has a man in their life.
Oh, yeah.
That's difficult.
It's a different thing, right?
Yes.
Because I can't buy you certain things because, for one thing, that may be something your fiance wants to buy you, and then I can't buy you certain things because it would broach that. Isn't there that? And it doesn't work the other way, by the way.
Oh yes, it does.
I don't know that it. What could you buy me that would upset my wife?
Cologne.
No, that's not. Well, maybe.
Yeah, anything.
He gave it easy on that.
Exactly. I think anything that goes on your body to adorn it.
Oh, you can buy me like a T-shirt. You can buy me a T-shirt.
That's different. That's an item of clothing, and that's something you get kids, grandparents, your parents,
or a dope pair of shoes, size 11, maybe.
Shoes would not be a problem. Jewelry would be a problem. Perfume would be a problem.
I would agree that jewelry would be a little weird because it would be something that I would wear. And usually your significant other would buy you jewelry as to remind you of them, right?
Exactly.
Gift from the heart kind of thing. I would say the perfume is on the borderline, but I see where you're going.
Lingerie.
Because if I'm wearing the perfume and if I'm out with my wife, she would be like, well, it's perfume. I didn't get it.
Yeah, exactly. What woman got you that cologne?
So obviously those are both off the charts for you.
Yeah.
I cannot buy you anything like that.
Do what I do. Look at my text history with Deb's fiance. And it's basically, hey, I forget. What does she drink again?
Yeah, right, exactly. Right. And then 12 months later, hey, I forget.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you, could I buy you a pair of shoes?
Not a bad idea.
Ooh.
But I'm picky. So there's the problem. The fit, the style.
Would you be picky if they were red bottoms, or would you just kind of deal with it?
Well, that's.
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, no.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Because then Jack is going to go, what about my GPS watch?
Right, exactly.
Yeah, we could have upgraded.
So what is a good gift for
How
you?
much for the red bottom?
And I don't want to buy you a book or an album or anything like that. I want to buy you something cool. I scored with the AirPods.
Bravo.
Yeah.
Bravo.
Use them today.
Use them every day.
Every day.
It was a winner. Deb and I, same gift. It was just like perfect.
I'll be dad of the year for the next 5 years for that one.
Without a doubt. Every time I use them, I'm like, thank you, Jimmy.
I need something on that level, at least some ideas. And the watch thing is too much.
Oh.
Because the AirPods are like what, 200? It's like $200, right?
I think there was 3.
Yeah, it was 3. It was
Were they
closer.
really?
And the Christian Louboutin, by the way, Jack, those shoes, I believe, started anywhere between $350, $600.
Yeah. They're going up.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not. Yeah, they're cool shoes though.
They are.
But either way, I mean, I think that's a little bit out there too. I think when I spend that. Well, here's the thing: I wouldn't mind buying them because I know how much you really would enjoy them. But again, I think that would be a reminder if you're out on a date with your fiance Chris,
exactly,
and you're wearing the shoes I bought you.
He's going to be like,
I don't think it would be the right. I don't think it would be the weirdest vibe when you stick those things in his ears.
You mean over his shoulders,
right? Yeah, well, however you want to put it, right?
Shoulders comes before ears, Jimmy. You know the
well, when you stick them out there, clean them out. And I can't buy anything like that, no jewelry. So I need something. I need some help from you specifically, Jack. I can figure it out. I can get him whatever. He don't care.
Oh, come on, man.
He's a guy.
Well, I need help from you as well for Christmas because I've already done the vinyl. I've already done the booze. I've already done the golf.
Mine is easy. You're probably gonna wind up getting golf thing again. And do you guys have a budget? Is it $50, something like that? $50-$60? Is that good?
For what?
For me for Christmas? Can I say that or no?
Well, of course.
Is that
but
bad?
I mean, no.
I don't know. I'm just asking.
Well, I mean, you can go higher than that.
No, come on. You don't need to do that. But what I'm saying is,
If we have to downgrade,
Jack, you're such a dick.
the Apple Watch SE
It's full court press, man. Keep going, Jack.
is $249. Their lowest entry level.
Well, what does it do for $249?
It probably does some cool stuff.
And, you don't even know. You didn't even look.
it does. It's underwater, but not the 6 meters, I guess.
Yeah,
I can get it wet. I just can't go deep.
You're such a diver. Anything else, Jack? Like is VR or anything video game wise or anything like
I'm
that?
happy to send you a link.
Yeah.
I've got a gym list.
Jack sounds like my oldest daughter. My wife would send out that email or that text, but hey, I need a Christmas list. She wouldn't even be done typing that text. Not even sent it yet. My daughter, but yep, there it is. And it starts off with Tiffany bracelet, and then it moves up. Like, look here. Her idea is, hey, if you're asking, I'm gonna tell you. It doesn't roll over so well sometimes.
I was going to say.
I'm joking about the Tiffany bracelet, but sometimes she does get out there a little bit.
Yeah, no.
Any electronics you guys need? Laptop? Anything like that? Anything I can steal?
Laptop? Jack keeps looking at me like if he's going laptop and Le Bouton.
Do you wear sunglasses?
No.
Okay, no sunglasses.
I have prescription.
Okay,
I'm good.
Okay, I didn't ask you.
Don't have a watch.
Any nice hair products or anything like that? Is something you would never normally buy for yourself that's out there?
Ooh.
Like a Mac, something to do with Mac, where I can
Not Mac, but they've got those new fancy hair dryers from Dyson.
Really?
Is it
also
Cyber Monday? Yeah. I was looking at those.
Look at those.
Okay,
those are a game changer.
Really?
Because every stylist in the world.
Really?
I mean, hair dryers are heavy.
Oh, yeah.
They can be very heavy. And this Dyson hair dryer.
Yeah. Really?
Quarter of the size. He just gets your hair dry really quick.
How much did that do?
Oh! It's an Apple Watch.
What?
A hair dryer is $250?
No, Jim, it's $329.
What else does it do?
It's the Dyson Supersonic Hair Dryer. $329. I think deal. We're good.
Do you pay $100 just because it says supersonic?
No, Dyson.
Dyson.
Holy ass! $300 for a GD blow dryer? That buys you like 7 of them at Target. You can have one for every day of the week. Just put a color on it. Pink means mad. Blue means happy. Yellow means pee-pee couch.
I hadn't even thought about that. So, no, that's too expensive.
No, it's not.
What do you hit Chris with? My God almighty.
$329.
Like, we're just workers. You're going to hit me up for $350 blow dryers. What does this poor blinker got? This poor guy.
Everything he needs.
Put him in the poorhouse.
Not at all.
How about, Jack, I just get you some cereal from a name brand company?
No.
Get you some real special K with the berries in it.
I'll get you some real Cheerios instead of Aldios.
I don't want them.
Aldi Flakes.
Aldi Flakes. He's already emailed you the link to the phone, by the way.
Really?
The Apple iWatch, I'm sure.
Did you really already send it to me?
No. If I went with the Apple Watch SE with cellular.
With cellular on that one, huh?
Still cheaper than Deb's hair dryer.
Jack, I just did you a favor.
I know.
Is it really?
You raised the bar.
Is it cheaper?
You.
It's $299 for the watch with cellular.
Hey, real quick, are you telling me that blow dryer is $329 on sale?
Yeah.
What? I have champagne taste on a bottled water budget.
Cyber Monday deal, $329.
$330 for a blow dryer, and that's on sale.
The list price, $429.
Holy! I legit cannot get over that.
Yeah, no.
That is a lot. Do you have a television? Do you need TVs?
No. But here, thank you to the listener who just texted
How about a
us.
Roomba?
It's 77031 cats.
Oh, that makes them more fun.
Do not get a Dyson, Deb. Mine died after a few years because the internal intake got clogged. The company would not replace it.
Oh, yeah.
And for that kind of money?
Yeah, that's
no,
what
no.
I drive to Dyson and talk to him about it at that point. I spent another $500 on gas. I drive to them and say,
That Dyson hairdryer is actually a 2-in-1 tool. It's a blower and a sucker.
I'm reading it in, and it says, "Knock it off, Deb. We fixed that problem." Don't mess up my watch deal.
And I can't buy you a purse, right? Because that's a little too personal as well?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, good. I'm just asking.
No, I
Bam.
know.
So panties are out? Now, could I buy something for your fiance on your behalf? And Jack, same for you?
Yeah.
All right, 407 916 1041. Take a little break. We'll talk to our buddy Ray Trinley. One Firm for Life. That's TK Law is up next here on the Jim Colbert Show.
He'd buy my
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Delays continue on I-4 this evening in the Orlando area by the major attractions exits. Heavy traffic continues due to a vehicle fire northbound on the 429 at West Road, which is causing heavy stop-and-go traffic back from the Colonial Drive exit. Delays still reported northbound on the Turnpike due to an earlier crash that was near County Road 561. If you see traffic problems, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by MD Now. Coming down with something and don't know what it is? Know now at MD Now. Their physician-led team can test for, diagnose, and treat a variety of illnesses. Just walk in or use their convenient web check-in. Visit mdnow.com and get back to better.
Guys, it is not a big secret that the real estate market right here in Central Florida is booming now more than ever. I don't care what you hear on the news. The property around here is still going for record dollars. And with your home being your most valuable asset out there, you want to make sure that you're dealing with a real estate company that's always one step ahead of the market. That's whether you're buying or selling. That is the Nickley Group. 4,000 five-star reviews on Google. And one of the main reasons why is because the Nickley Group sells homes on average for 6% more than their competitors, and they sell those houses twice as fast as their competitors. And on average, when you buy a house using the Nickley Group, you're going to save about $24,000. That's why these guys are so great. If you talk to anybody in this business about the Nickley Group, they will tell you they are solid gold. They're so good at what they do. And the prices right now, in the last 18 months, the rates are down to the point where you can get more value for your dollar than you could a year ago. And their website is great as well. You get a guaranteed cash offer in your house. And a lot of people hear that and they don't believe it. It's 1,000% true. You legit can get a cash offer on your house right there through the website. No showings, no open houses, close in 14 days. Get your home valued instantly using current market data or list your house on the market. All of that's available right there at thenickley.com. By the way, while you're there, download their buyer's guide. Tons of useful information in there about the buying and selling process. It's thenickley.com. That's NICKLEY group.com.
Hi, I'm Susan, and I'm a school teacher, and my husband is a firefighter. One day, we got the worst call of our lives. Our son was in a serious accident. We heard Glenn Klausman on Real Radio and called him to help. Mr. Klausman genuinely cared about our son and fought multiple insurance companies to get us a great result. We could reach him 24/7 on his cell phone. Mr. Klausman was our guardian angel.
I'm Glenn Klausman. Contact me at klausmanlaw.com. That's KLAUSMAN law.com. Office, Winter Park.
Remember that meal you made last Christmas? The one that everyone still talks about? The one with fresh from Florida sweet corn and sausage stuffing and strawberry parfait for dessert? Of course you do. That's because you're a member of the Fresh from Florida Club. You went to freshfromflorida.com, created a menu from your favorite recipes, and saved it as best Christmas dinner ever. This year, you'll go online, open up that menu, and bam! You've made that meal that everyone is talking about again. The Fresh from Florida Club. You're not just creating menus, you're creating memories.
Don't miss the 31st annual Mount Dora Christmas Walk, Friday, December 6th. Free family-friendly street party in festive downtown Mount Dora, featuring live music, holiday entertainment, shopping, and free Santa pictures at the 25-foot Christmas tree.
It all happens from 6 to 9 p.m. For details, visit mountdora.com. 'Tis the season to be merry. December 6th at 6 p.m. at the 31st annual Mount Dora Christmas Walk. Brought to you in part by Discover Lake, Advent Health, Duke Energy, and Waterman Village.
mountdora.com for details.
You've heard of a pro tip. Here's a mo tip. After an accident, the insurance company may make you a quick offer to go away. They may also be offering you pennies on the dollar. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Mo DeWitt, Orlando attorney.
My mom says everyone goes through hard times,
Right now, that's my family. But people like you make me smile because this holiday, we can have a big meal together as a family. For every $10 donated to Second Harvest Food Bank, you can provide 40 meals and hope when we need it most. Help today at feedhopenow.org.
Mommy, want to play a game with me and Dad?
Mommy's not feeling good.
You need to vaporize that cold.
Vaporize?
Yeah, with Dayquil VapoCool. It's Dayquil plus a rush of Vicks vapors.
Whoa.
Come on, honey. Let's let Mommy rest.
You guys are amazing. And so is Dayquil VapoCool.
Dayquil VapoCool, the vaporizing daytime coughing, aching, fever, power through your day medicine. And to vaporize sore throat pain, try Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Hey guys, I'm Kate Max. You might know me from my popular online series, The Running Interview Show, where I run with celebrities, athletes, entrepreneurs, and more. After those runs, the conversations keep going. That's what my podcast, Post Run High, with iHeartRadio is all about. Listen to Post Run High on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Post Run High and start listening.
This hour of programming is brought to you by My Home Builders Network. Need a new roof? Then you need Mike and his team at hbnusa.com.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show, also available to watch. Yeah. At The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Oh my God. It's colder than a witch's tea. Sweet tea, that is.
I think he just has controlled strokes. I think that's what he does. I think that thing at the end is him actually stroking out. And then he just kind of rests up, gets better, and calls again. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. I am Jim. There's Deb.
Hello.
Jack is here as well.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get my computer to work here. Every single Monday at this time, we invite this gentleman to come by. He is a wonderful human being, by the way.
Yes, he is.
Absolutely great. Can help you out in many different ways. His firm is called TK Law. The website is onefirmforlife.com. Their offices are right there in Altamont Springs. If you guys don't mind, give it up good and loud for our good friend, Mr. Ray Trindley.
Yay! Woohoo!
What's up, dude?
How you guys doing?
How are you doing?
I'm doing really well.
Are you?
I love this weather. Like, this is my favorite time of year because I could just turn off the heat, turn off the AC.
Oh, yeah.
And just let the house mellow and like a nice, good chill.
A little chilly in the house last night, though. I'm going to be honest with you. Woke up this morning, it was like 65 in the house because we turned the heat off. But, man.
I sell it to my wife as cuddling weather, right?
Oh, yeah, it is cuddling weather. That's right.
Dig
it. Exactly.
Yeah.
How was your Thanksgiving? Was it nice?
Thanksgiving was good. We always do it at my in-laws. So Thanksgiving is at my in-laws. Christmas is at my place. And so I like to make the food, bring the food, eat the food, take a nap, go home.
Okay, stop right there for a second because I want to go around the room because I don't know this.
Yeah.
And I don't know that they know it. If you guys had to guess, what did Ray bring for Thanksgiving? What did he cook at his house to bring over to Thanksgiving?
Venison.
Oh, that's a good guess based on his hunting.
Well, he was hoping to go hunting last week.
But I don't hear him talking about cooking very much.
No.
But he did just say that he cooked, so I don't hear him talking about cooking much. I do hear about the venison thing.
Apple pie.
He would buy that, I think. I don't think he'd make that. I think he would buy an apple pie.
Oh, I think he did buy it and then told them he made it.
Listen, I'm not dishonest about it.
Yeah.
Mac and cheese.
I do believe that you probably, the man in the family, Deb, and I'm sorry, this is what happens. The man in the family in a patriarchal setup, which he hits me as, is the turkey guy. I think
I definitely want the Dyson hairdryer.
I do. I think you
well deserved.
I think you brought the turkey. Ray. Are we close? Any of us?
So, Thanksgiving, my father-in-law does the turkey the way he likes it to be done, and I give him that because when he comes to my house, I fry up the turkey the way I want it to be done.
Bravo, buddy.
Nice.
And so that's like it took us like 6 years of being together before like I would defer to my father-in-law. But for a while, I was frying my own turkey, and then half the family would be really happy, and my father-in-law would be like, I like the stuffing, or I like the roasted turkey.
You guys get along great and everything?
I love my father-in-law.
Oh, yeah.
We get along really well. No. We get along really well. But he's a meat and potatoes kind of guy.
Yeah.
And I'm like the Hermes bag guy, right? I like finer things.
This guy's talking about Birkin bags and turkeys. I love it.
I like prime rib for the holidays. I don't know how you could go wrong with prime rib for the holidays.
That's a Christmas thing for us. A standing rib roast for Christmas is exactly how we do it.
I did one with venison one year. I did a standing rib roast with venison, which was challenging and came out a little bit different than you'd expect. But I did a crown roast with it, so it had a really good presentation. But yeah, I'm a big prime rib guy. That's usually what I end up doing. And then my wife will end up doing some sides that we like. So we're not really big on making dessert, although my wife has 2 desserts that she makes every year. One of them is called a doodah, which is like a chocolate peanut butter bar.
Nice.
Let's go.
I'll take a doodah bar right now. Thank you.
You are a doodah bar.
I'll have my wife make some doodahs for you guys. And then the other thing she usually will make, she didn't make it this year, is she usually for Thanksgiving does a bunch of banana bread, and usually for Christmas she does a bunch of cookies.
Man, banana bread I'm going to tell you something. Well-made banana bread with a good cup of coffee when it's cold outside. There are few things better than that.
Well, and she caramelizes brown sugar on top of it, so it's got like a thick
little
crust to it.
Oh God!
I'll
take one right now, please.
Yeah, it's like diabetes.
That's awesome, man.
Inducing. But yeah, I do like to cook. I don't cook as much as I used to.
Yeah, time, bud. No time.
It is time. If I had gotten a deer, I was going to do. I liked my favorite thing to do, because people give up on deer, venison in general, because it's hard to sometimes get meat off of certain areas. But like I love the front shoulders of a deer. Yep. And so you take out the ligaments and all the really chewy stuff. But then what I'll do is I'll throw it on the grill, and then I'll roast it into a stew.
Yeah.
And it's some of the most flavorful, because you get the bone in there, and it's some of the most flavorful venison stew you'll have. And then all the meat just falls off the bone, and that's one of my favorite things to do.
I have it as we went skiing one year, and the Summit House at this area we were at had a venison stew on the menu, and I tried it, and it had some sherry in there, some beef stock, but little pearl onions, some tomato, some carrot, and some potatoes in there. It was the most luxurious, rich, delicious stew. The venison was cooked perfectly. It didn't have that irony flavor to it.
Right.
Just absolutely delicious.
So, and what I don't want to tell all my secrets, but I like to I use a little bit of seltzer water and a little bit of buttermilk, and I use that for basically before I prepare the meal. Even
you
basically just kind of like marinate it.
Yeah, you marinate it in that, right? That buttermilk is a very common thing for deer meat. It takes a lot of that irony flavor away from it.
It does.
It neutralizes it. Yeah.
And then I use shallots, and then I'll use. It depends on my mood, but I'll use shallots, and sometimes I'll use like a sweet Vidalia onion, just to give it some different texture and flavor.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, that's my favorite thing. I'll grill stuff, and I'll do like the bacon wrap, medallions and stuff like that. But stew,
sweet.
You can really separate yourself when you make a really good stew, I think.
We were talking about a little bit earlier, and a guy texted in and said his wife makes these prosciutto or bacon wrapped dates.
I love those.
That are stuffed with
balsamic vinegar.
Christ almighty. He just talked about it. I was like, I'm leaving. Just tell me where you are.
Yeah, that's a go-to little side dish for us, too.
So good. All right, let's talk about some law. Let's get some business taken care of here. By the way, Ray Trinley runs TK Law. That's onefirmforlife.com. Offices right there in Altamont Springs. A number of legal disciplines are handled in those walls, whether divorce, whether it be estate planning, will planning, injury, anything like that. They got you covered there. Again, that's TK Law, onefirmforlife.com. What do you have for us this week?
So the first thing we had to talk about today is this probably has to be my favorite murder trial of the year, if not of the last decade, the suitcase murder.
Yeah.
Yeah, right before you came in today, they dropped this sentence down.
They did. And so I've been following it because the backstory on the whole thing is interesting. The facts were such that you couldn't make them up. I do believe that most of what she testified to, she was telling the truth about, this kind of this drunken sexcapade that turned into a murder because he got her mad and, they were under the influence. But the sentencing did drop today, so the sentencing was scheduled for this afternoon, and she got life in prison.
Which is insane because didn't they offer an insane plea deal for like 15 years?
They offered her 15 years, which 15 years is just a skosh below what the minimum would be under the sentencing guidelines.
Yeah, it was like 22 and a half years.
So tell me this. Why would she do that? Is that bad legal advice, or was she getting any legal advice? I mean, as an attorney, you probably would have looked at her and said, look, man, based on the evidence as I see it here, I mean, this isn't the worst deal ever. I don't know that I can argue a better deal than that. I mean, is that something you guys do?
Yeah, so, and I know the judge too. So normally this judge likes the sentencing guidelines in advance of trial. So it's not like win or lose, then you're surprised, oh, I lost, now what's going to happen to me? This judge likes the sentencing guidelines in advance of trial. So there's that framework before the trial even starts of this is what your best and worst case scenario if you lose looks like. And so I don't think it was, obviously I'm not in the room, I don't know. I think that she probably got the legal advice that I would have given, which is, hey, while this deal is far from your best day in court, which is you're acquitted and found innocent,
the other side of that could be even way worse.
Be way worse.
And considering her age.
Right.
That's the thing is like you think in play, like Deb said, when she gets out, if she took the 15 years.
She would have been 60 or 62.
And there's still good time, right? In prisons, you can still make good time. So theoretically, if she's a model prisoner, she's out maybe 11.
And sometimes that could be negotiated as part of the deal. Whereas with life in prison, she's generally not getting an opportunity for probation or early release. And so.
Can she appeal?
Yeah, she can always appeal, right? That's always an option. She retains that option to file an appeal, and she may, right? She may have said something was done that, whether it's in the guilt phase or in the sentencing phase, but the sentencing seemed pretty in line with, what a court had the power to do. They looked at how remorseful she was.
Which was none.
Right. I mean, she was almost suspiciously stone-faced about it.
Right, yeah. And then do judges take into consideration how many attorneys she went through going into this? I mean, that's not a thing they can really do, I guess. But, I mean, she had like how many? 5 or 6 before she finally?
8.
I was going to say,
9.
I remember I counted it, and I thought there was 5 or 6, and then somebody messaged me and said I missed like 4 or 5 of them.
Yeah, because remember the attorney that did represent her, she found from writing a ad, inmate seeks attorney, and this panhandle attorney saw it and then decided to represent her pro bono.
Right.
I think he was her 9th attorney.
He got her life in prison for free. What a deal.
You get what you pay for, I guess, sometimes.
That's an awesome deal, man. That's good. You get that cyber money lawyer. That's great.
I mean, anytime an out-of-town lawyer comes into town, it's a little bit of a tough situation. But, I think she got the legal advice, but she had zero remorse. She didn't present herself like a very likable defendant.
She did not.
Her story, the part of the story that really, I think, probably didn't bode well for her was kind of how she was talking about how he was messaging her, while he was suffocating in the suitcase, and she was awake at that point, and then she's like, I'm gonna go to sleep. Like,
man,
even though they couldn't prove premeditation for first-degree murder,
those videos,
it definitely seemed intentional. The videos were not great.
They were horrible to watch.
But the thing is, I mean, I guess if you consider inebriation and you consider that they were having like a little sexual thing, and of course, when people get into their physical relationships, I mean, that could take a lot of different alleys and a lot of different roads, and you can't really judge somebody on how they like to interact sexually, right?
Right.
You cannot do that. I mean, it doesn't really come into play here. So had she seemed remorseful and said, I never thought in a million years he could suffocate in there. I never thought it in a million years. I feel awful about this. I lost somebody that was very important to me.
Sure.
We were just having fun. We were drunk and stuff, but my God, man, who would have thought in a million years you could suffocate in a suitcase? I mean, I think if she'd have gone that route, there would have been a possibility for some grace. But, I mean, it wasn't even close to that.
Well, and, one of the things I ask my clients a lot of times is I'm like, if you were to accept responsibility for something like this, what would that look like? And if they say, I'll absolutely never accept responsibility, I'm not asking them to say I'm guilty, but how would you accept responsibility? What does that look like to you? And in a case like this, she accepted no responsibility.
Man.
So not only did she show no remorse, like you're saying, But also, it wasn't like she's like, hey, I did this thing like you said, and I could never have imagined that this was going to be how it played out. Like I thought, I was playing this game, we were close to the line, and I certainly made a mistake. She could have said all those things.
We've done this before.
Right.
I mean, you could have done a million things because there's no evidence you haven't.
Right.
We've done this before. It's a game we played. Now, in your world...
Weird game, though.
Yeah.
Very weird game.
Again, hey, no judgment, though, right? But listen, as an attorney, aren't you supposed to coach them for that? Isn't that kind of part of the deal when somebody hires an attorney and it's a situation that's this dire where you're looking at life in prison? Isn't that where you sit somebody down and kind of put their hand on your shoulders and go, look, man, I don't know if you know what's going on here, but there's a possibility you could spend the remainder of your existence behind bars. So listen to me closely.
So you're not allowed to coach them. So, in order to get around... I don't say to get around.
I'm not saying this in the courtroom. I'm just saying when you're having your meetings behind them.
Yeah, but so you're not allowed to tell somebody like, hey, listen, the judge is really sympathetic to people who have these sex games that result in murders. So just say that you've done this before and you'll get leniency. So we can't really coach them. But what you can go through the factors, right, and say, okay, what have you done to do this? And if somebody, say, I don't really know what that means. Well, listen, I've got 2 cases. Here's how one person responded. Here's another. Anything like that apply to you? Oh, yeah, well, this has never happened to me before. I never could have imagined that. And I might say, like, that sounds like something the judge would want to hear. When you're asked these questions, make sure you talk about stuff like that.
Yeah, because
they have to come up with the answers themselves, though.
Yeah, because I would. And thinking about it, I can imagine she gets up there on the witness stand, and you're questioning her, and she looks at you and goes, "Well, that's not what you told me to say," or something like that. That would be that'd be a very bad day.
It's a bad look for everybody involved.
Yeah, it's a very bad day.
So we can't necessarily coach them, but you can explain to them what the court's looking for, and obviously ask them similar type questions that can help them prepare. But sometimes people, and unfortunately, I had a case like this very recently where they just need to hear it from the judge. They were so set in.
Oh, man.
They just need to hear it from the judge. And I mean, the other attorney did as good of a job as they could have done under the circumstances. But at the end of the day, I could see it in that attorney's face that I've got no client control. My client won't listen to me. My client just wants to say these things that everybody else in the room can hear as really bad.
Yeah, but
they could not.
Right. Which is one of the reasons that a lot of people don't testify on their own behalf.
That's a big reason.
Even if they think that because their story to them is so believable and it makes so much sense, but to the rest of the world, you're like, look, man, you could never say that out loud. Like you could never say it, especially in a courtroom. You could never, if you try to defend yourself like that, it's going to get worse.
It's the same reason why when people will say like, oh, if you were involved in self-defense comes up a lot with me. If you were involved in a self-defense shooting, and would you talk to the cops, right? When we saw like the Alec Baldwin stuff coming out, and I'll give them the same advice that I give myself. No, shut up.
Yeah, shut up.
Because the way you are perceiving it at that moment may not be as coherent, as thoughtful as you think it is. And yeah, you got to cooperate, but that doesn't necessarily mean you got to go dig your own ditch. And it could be that in the moment you're thinking of things one particular way, and after the fact, you reflect back and you're like, man, you know what? I probably should have said, hey, who's knocking on my door before I put 12 through the wall.
Right.
And so you're right. People don't always have the perception of what they're saying and how it sounds. And so it's best to run that by your lawyer before you talk to law enforcement and to a jury.
So if you ever get arrested for anything,
yeah.
I mean, DUI, you're downtown, you make a wrong turn, you shove somebody in a fight or whatever, and you get arrested. The number one advice is no words.
It's better not to say anything.
Not a word.
You might still get arrested. In fact, you probably still will get arrested.
I mean, after being arrested, and and the cops are trying to talk to you or whatever. Nothing. You don't say a word.
Nothing. I
Not
need to talk
without
to
my
my
attorney
lawyer.
present.
That's it.
I need to talk to my lawyer because, again, you don't necessarily know where the traps are at that are going to get you in trouble. And I'm a third party defendant in the case, and I was listening to the lawyer ask questions, and I could see the line that they were going, but they couldn't see where my head was going. And I was like, oh, you're missing stuff. Like there's a part of the story that you're completely missing. And again, we were in a deposition, so there's an opportunity for us to cure those things and fix that.
Yeah, for sure.
But, even trained, skilled lawyers who've been doing it for 20 years, they're going down this one path, and that's all they see or hear. And so people should heed my warning. It's not a good idea to speak to law enforcement or to anybody. Again, you've got to cooperate to some level, some degree, but you should just say, is it time for me to talk to my lawyer? When is my lawyer going to be here?
Yeah.
And that should really be it, because anything you say can be used against you, and their job is to arrest people.
Yeah.
And again, you might get arrested. That's the risk you're going to take, but you may not be going to prison for it.
That's
and
right.
That's what you're trying to protect.
They're not going to adjudicate you that night. So
Right.
don't give them any reason to do anything down the road for sure.
Right.
Wow. How often do you get called out in the middle of the night from clients? Does that ever happen? Because they were like, I'll call my attorney. Like, you get called out at 2 o'clock in the morning. Hey, Ray, I got pulled over for DUI, or hey, Ray, I'm in this situation.
Occasionally, yeah.
And you have to get up and get dressed and leave.
Sometimes I say I'll meet them there at 7 o'clock in the morning. More often than not, that's the case. And I explain to them how the bond process is going to work and things like that, and call your mom and get the money together and stuff like that. But there are occasions where it's Sunday morning at 2 o'clock in the morning, and I get a really bad case where my client definitely needs to have a lawyer present before he's getting questioned. Usually, again, most of the time, people have already spoken to the cops. And
right, yeah.
They've already kind of sealed their fate, and it's like, well, there's not much I can do at this point other than be there at your first appearance.
Wow, nuts, man. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. It's Ray Trentley, TK Law, onefirmforlife.com. We'll take a little break, a few more minutes with Ray, then we'll get out of here and find out what's coming up for you. Heard it here first.
We've got a memorial service is set for 3 South Florida deputies killed in a crash. Australia passes a social media ban. And the John Benet Ramsey case is back in the spotlight. That's coming up next during You Heard It Here First.
You got it. We'll take a little break. Next, You Heard It Here First, and we'll get out of here on a Monday.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by MyEternalVitality.com and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James McGill and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. Obviously, the chill is on, the coldest weather we've had in many months upon us. That means cool afternoons with sunshine and a high today of 65. Tonight, with clear skies and calm winds, will cool down to 39 degrees just outside of Orlando, close to 40 in town, and mid-30s once you get into the Ocala area, where there will be a widespread frost overnight. The cool weather continues through the rest of this week. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by MD Now. Coming down with something and don't know what it is? Know now at MD Now. Their physician-led team can test for, diagnose, and treat a variety of illnesses. Just walk in or use their convenient web check-in. Visit mdnow.com and get back to better.
Christmas music playing right now on Magic 107.7.
Rocking around the Christmas tree.
Magic 107.7.
Last Christmas, I gave you my heart.
Orlando's Christmas station.
Hey, sweetie, I got you.
iPhone 13?
Yeah, it's from Total Wireless. Ooh, and what's cool, it has...
Super fast 5G and the awesome dual camera system. Oh my gosh, I love it.
I love
you, Dad. Best dad ever.
Get iPhone 13 for just $99 when you switch and buy 2 months of the Total 5G Plus Unlimited plan. But you better hurry. They'll go faster than you can say.
Thank you. Mwah.
Total Wireless. We're totally with you. Limited time offer while supplies last. Restrictions apply. Available exclusively in Total Wireless stores. 5G access requires a 5G-capable device and a 5G service area.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In Office Orlando. The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second. If your identity's stolen, their U.S.-based restoration specialists will fix it guaranteed or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code CLAY. Visit LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
A noisy garage door is a cry for help that often requires only simple maintenance. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello from A1 Garage Door Service. Don't wait until a simple garage door repair becomes a major problem. We fix garage doors fast and with quality parts designed to last a lifetime. Replacing the bottom rubber on your garage door can have a huge impact on the number of bugs you see in your garage and in your home. Call A1 Garage today and receive the best service, best parts, and best warranty in the industry.
A1 from day one.
Cyber Monday, and the legendary Lenovo savings are here. An incredible 68% off on some of the world's best PCs and accessories for gamers, small businesses, and students. But time is running out, and you only have a few hours left. Visit Lenovo.com/deals and claim your Cyber Monday deals before it's gone. That's Lenovo.com/deals.
Lenovo. Attention! Guarantee Media is giving away 4 days in Jamaica, Bahamas, or Punta Cana, Dominican Republic with hotel and airfare included for just $99. Here's how. Be one of the first 50 listeners to name a country without the letter A in its name, and you'll be off to a vacation to the Caribbean. Text your answer to 96551. That's 96551. And you'll get 4 days in Jamaica, Bahamas, or Punta Cana, Dominican Republic with hotel fare included. That's right. Be one of the first 50 to text the name of a country without the letter A in its name, and you'll go on a 4-day vacation to the Caribbean. Text your answer to 96551. That's 96551. Be one of the first 50 listeners to name a country without the letter A in its name and get 4 days in the Caribbean with hotel and airfare included for only $99. Text your answer to 96551. That's 96551. This promotion is paid for by Guarantee Media to solicit vacation ownership sales and is not affiliated with iHeartMedia. Terms and conditions apply.
What's up, y'all? It's Cam Jordan from the New Orleans Saints, here to tell you it's going down on season 2 of my podcast Off the Edge with me, Cam Jordan. Catch new episodes every Wednesday, and I'll have the NFL's biggest stars join me to give a player's perspective of the biggest storylines, trends, and did that really just happen moments from around the league. So tap into the Off the Edge with Cam Jordan podcast. Listen on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Off the Edge and start listening.
Nothing says I love you like the gift of diamonds, a diamond pendant, a diamond anniversary band, a pair of diamond earrings. And around here, the holiday diamond destination is International Diamond Center. With our decades of experience, worldwide connections, and our legendary value, IDC is here to help make this Christmas the most unforgettable ever. Our showcases are filled with exquisite diamond rings, earrings, pendants, bracelets, bands. Can't miss gifts with lasting value and beauty. From elegant diamond stud earrings to stunning new creations from our exclusive world-class designers. And now through the end of December, you can enjoy 5 years, 0-interest financing on any holiday purchase. Also, if you're planning an engagement this holiday season, this special finance offer includes all our designer engagement rings. Say I love you louder than ever this holiday with the gift of diamonds from International Diamond Center. Get holiday store hours, directions, and more at shopidc.com.
I'm Keith, founder and owner of International Diamond Center. Merry Christmas from our family to yours.
Altamont Springs, Waterford, and Millennium Mall.
Look ahead with the team at TK Law to plan your family's future. Visit onefirmforlife.com.
Stay tuned to the Jim Colbert Show as we demonstrate our attitude of gratitude. Our thank you segment is sponsored by Life Imaging FLA. Now open. Call pound 250 keyword heart scan. You're listening to the Jim Colbert Show, also available to watch at the Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Hey, how's it, Ohana? Ikomo mai. That's welcome back. That's your Olelo for the day. Anyway, Brother Jim, gotta have that dark meats. We know people don't like it. Brother, sister, stay away from it, but that's where you get the fixings for the turkey pot pie. Oh, yeah. Turkey pot pie going down this week in the 32903.
Hey, how you doing? We haven't talked in a while, but I'd like to wish you all the happiest of holidays. But I got to tell you something, Deb. Easily, the best punchline of the entire show was when you said, "Yeah, I definitely want the Dyson hairdryer now."
And I meant it.
Good holiday, y'all. Love you.
You too, buddy. All right. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show. I am Jim. Deb is here. Jack is here. Yeah. Ray Trinley drops by on Mondays and hangs out with us for a few more minutes. That vape thing, I know we were going to talk about that a little bit. Is there anything hot about that vape thing? I know that they're freaking out because there's more fruity pebble colors.
Yes. So it's really interesting. And what we've seen, and this is why I kind of want to talk about it, is the Supreme Court has been making some pretty big shifts to making kind of a conservative push back towards let the legislature legislate laws and let these executive agencies basically enforce those laws. And so the dispute between the FDA and these vaping companies is a really interesting one. But what I found really interesting is in these amicus briefs that are supplied to the Supreme Court before this oral argument, which begins this week, I didn't realize how little congressional oversight and how few laws are actually imposed on vapes outside of outside of these limited restrictions created by the FDA.
It's vapes and the internet. They don't care about either one.
It's really interesting to me, especially when you look at some of the science that's coming out, that these things are, I don't want to say as harmful as tobacco products, but almost.
But they can be detrimental, and here's why: because people think they're safe. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Everybody knows cigarettes are dangerous, so it's easy to stay away from them, and they don't taste like passion fruit.
Right.
But when you're huffing those things, and it seems like you can take a hit every 20 seconds because it's just fun.
Right.
It's way different.
It's a little bit of cotton candy.
Oh
you
yeah.
know.
I always thought, I was like, man, how do they even get away with that at all? I mean, you're basically I mean, they took candy cigarettes off the shelf.
I remember those as a kid.
They took candy cigarettes off the shelf.
Good time.
But as a 14-year-old, I can rip fat clouds with my vape pen.
Yeah.
Different world.
Remember listening to some Chevelle and then walking around with some candy cigarettes, thinking I was the
Jesus,
coolest,
dude, what kind of kid were you?
coolest
Hardcore.
Kid.
How old were you listening to Chevelle?
I put them in my white T-shirt and roll up the sleeves.
Get out of here, Fonzie.
Yeah, do you remember back in the day when you'd puff on them a little bit of candied sugar with
Right, they build them like that.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, 407-916-1041.
times.
Let's do You Heard It Here first.
It's time for You Heard It Here First on the Jim Colbert Show.
All right, our memorial service is scheduled to take place tomorrow morning for the 3 South Florida motorcycle deputies who died in a crash last month. A procession will begin in the morning at Palm West Funeral Home and end at the I Think Financial Amphitheater in West Palm Beach. Corporal Luis Paez, Deputy Butch Walker, and Deputy Ignacio Diaz were killed after they were hit by an SUV and sent airborne when a woman driving an SUV went off the road while changing lanes in Loxahatchee more than 1 week ago. Sheriff Rick Bradshaw says it's going to be a very large gathering.
Well, there could be upwards of 7,000 coming. People all over the United States are calling us. I've received calls from President-elect Trump, J.D. Vance, the governor's office.
The men had a combination of 74 years of service with the agency. The service is set to start at 11 a.m. There will be lengthy police processionals both before and after the memorial. Instead of flowers, the sheriff's office is encouraging people to donate to the Palm Beach County Police Benevolent Association Fund, which helps support the families of fallen law enforcement. Overseas, Australia has passed a landmark ban on social media for children under 16. On Thursday, the country's Senate overwhelmingly voted to pass the ban, which will take at least a year to go into effect. The ban could see companies charged up to 50 million Australian dollars if they fail to prevent children from having accounts. It's the latest effort from politicians worldwide to regulate children's social media use as concerns about its negative impact on mental health continue to grow. And then back stateside, the unsolved murder case of JonBenet Ramsey is back in the spotlight with a new Netflix documentary. Boulder, Colorado Police Chief Stephen Redfern says the case is still active.
Our department has had ongoing conversations with JonBenet's family, the last of which occurred in mid-2024, and we are committed to continued open dialogue.
For those who don't remember, during Christmas in 1996, the 6-year-old's mom called 911 saying she was missing and there was a ransom note. The young beauty queen was soon found dead in the basement of her family's Boulder home. Now Boulder police say they're utilizing new DNA technology and detectives are actively working on the case.
Yeah.
And you heard it here first on The Jim Colbert Show.
Thank you, Deb. Thank you very, very much. Who do we have to thank today?
Well, we want to thank friendly attorney Ray Trendley from TK Law, onefirmforlife.com. Also want to thank Brandon Kravitz from our sister station, 96.9 The Game. If you missed Ray's segment or Brandon's, Jack posts them every night under Jim Colbert Live, The Goods. And then last but never least, Sam Bowen and Candace Rich for running our YouTube chat.
Yeah, thanks, guys. We appreciate that as we do every single day. Jack, question of the day?
Yeah, this one was an interesting one, a little sports feel to it. Regardless of your favorite team, do you think the Kansas City Chiefs will be in the Super Bowl?
I think most people say yes because it's the team that gets the most attention. So I'll say probably 63% of the people say they will.
Yeah, this came down exactly 50-50.
Did it really?
Yeah.
Wow. I love that.
Who would you say above then? The Bills?
Yeah, the Bills is what I think.
But they were arguing that earlier, and even though the Chiefs have looked shaky all year, including a game they should have lost to the Raiders.
Yeah, put that on the list of like 3 that they should have lost.
Yeah, definitely. Block field goal.
Yeah, the Raiders didn't want to win that, though.
Yeah, no, they did.
Aiden O'Connell tried really hard to lose that.
They just didn't know how. Did you see that video of his best friend from high school watching the game and videotaping himself watching the game?
No, I did not.
Yeah, there's a video of his best friend. Like, you put it on social. He's like, come on, Aiden. Come on, Aiden. And then all of a sudden, he's just like,
what?
What happened? What happened? And then it was just him staring at the TV for 30 seconds.
That was such a weird play.
Yeah, it was so
flag.
Crazy.
It was all
Yeah,
weird.
and that certainly didn't help out the conspiracy theories that the NFL coddles Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs because of the Taylor Swift thing and how good it's been for the NFL.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't work at all. Well, Ray, it's always good seeing you, buddy.
Appreciate you guys.
OneFirmForLife.com. That's TK Law. Office is right there in Altamont Springs. Like I said, any discipline of attorneys at all, anything you need, these guys can cover you. You have helped out so many people in my family, dog. I mean, so many people in my family. You've been an absolute asset to us. We absolutely love you. And you can do so many great things for people out there. So, again, if you need anything, any assistance, divorce, family estate issues, anything like that,
call
it's
Ray.
OneFirmForLife.com. Good seeing you, boss.
I appreciate you.
All right, let's get out of here. On behalf of Deb, Jack, and Ray, I am Jim. We follow the News Junkie. They follow the monsters in the morning after us. It's Tom and Dan with the Corporate Time and our friends from Real Laughs. We'll see you tomorrow at 3 for more of the Jim Colbert Show. Until then, have yourself a fantastic Monday evening.
And stay warm. Bye.
Hey, my little darling baby.
A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan